enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yes, let's get the show on the road. Friday. God damn, it's Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Are we the only ones that have to work on Friday?
Around here?
I know the big guy doesn't have to work on Fridays,
Right.
and that's the deal he made, and quite frankly, it's brilliant.
Certainly is.
But there's lesser-known shows I notice that don't work on Fridays either. Like this, the hallways here at SiriusXM on Fridays are empty.
Yeah, they're not as full.
What's that about?
I think that the big show that's off has a little big staff.
Oh, you think that's what it is?
And, yeah, maybe they could take off, and that's why they...
I think there's some weird company policy. If you get your work done in 4 days, they sort of let you go home on Fridays. Yeah,
Okay.
I want to look into that.
I would never be that guy.
There's
I'd be
some,
here every Friday.
It's like we got an email. I guess went like it was a corporate email, or whatever. It's called Summer Hours Program, where if you stay like a couple hours late, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you could dick out at like noon on Friday.
Do
we stay a couple hours late.
Do we qualify for the Summer Hours program?
I think we have to
Summer
register
hours
for it.
program.
Who's going to
Imagine a
officially?
show registering for. I believe
What?
that's clerical people.
Fuck that.
Logistics.
Who's going to represent the Opie and Anthony show and go to corporate and go, the Opie and Anthony show wants to register for the Summer Hour
Hours
program? That's brilliant.
This isn't available to on-air personalities.
What would management say? The phone's lit because I guess last night was the first night you could see Star Trek.
Yes, it was.
So why don't we get this out of the way before we move on to some fine things? It's
Oh, no, it isn't.
Rich in Tampa. Rich.
Hey, what's up? Good morning, boys.
Good morning, Rich.
Hey, I saw it last night in IMAX for the first time, and it's just absolutely incredible. One of the best movies of the summer, I'm going to say.
Wow, yeah, that's what everyone's saying.
Well, how could you say it's one of the best movies of the summer? First, summer hasn't started.
That's true.
Second, we don't know what other movies are really going to be hot yet.
Good point, sir. Good point.
It's going to be a radio psychic, I say. The CGI was amazing. Even Leonard Nimoy, I know he's going to be on today, was awesome. Made me speechless, and the audience gave a round of applause at the end of the movie too. It was just.
I hate when
it was
people
great.
applaud at movies, by the way.
Yeah, well, I mean,
It's like, who are you applauding to?
yeah,
The
you're
fucking guy rolling
right.
the projector.
You're right. You're applauding to a flat screen.
He's bowing back there. He's fucking
yeah,
guy.
what you just saw is not live.
Yeah.
The people aren't going to come out from
bravo.
behind the screen.
Bravo.
Yeah, we have Leonard Nimoy on the show today. Let me tell you, though. Just got handed this note. We have 5 minutes, no more, no less, with Leonard Nimoy today.
Well,
A 5-minute interview.
it's not his fault. The Enterprise is slingshotting around the sun. And as he goes through time,
Yeah.
he can talk to us, but then he'll just be out of our whole time.
I
So,
see.
yeah, that's the problem.
All
Okay.
right. Anything else you could say about the movie there, Rich?
It was funny at the perfect parts. Made you laugh, made you cry. And it opened up Thursday wide, not Friday wide today. So
Yeah, we said that, right? We said it was opening Thursday wide. Wait a minute. There's no crying in Star Trek.
Well, you know something? When Spock died in Wrath of
yeah.
Khan, a lot of people teared up. When Kirk
point.
gave the little eulogy, of all my friends, he was amongst the most.
it's a great movie. It's a great movie for the younger crowd.
Let me ask you this, sir. Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Does it leave open the opportunity for sequel?
I would say so. Yes.
Prequel, sequel.
Prequel, sequel.
Prequel, sequel. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
the
they're
sequel is called Star Trek.
yeah, they're reinventing the franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, if it continues to do well, they're going to just make believe Star Trek never happened.
Or at least make believe that cast never existed.
Yeah.
Cast all new Kirk, Spock, all
Yeah.
those guys. Not even the young. They could keep the young guys for a while.
I never understood why you had to stay true to a TV show or other movies that were made. Why not just do your own thing with the characters? Fuck everything.
Yeah, because people get so attached to it,
Right.
that they just freak out if it's different. This is not what I'm used to. This is different.
than everything else I'm used to. All right, Rich. We go to Kent, the movie guy. Kent?
Hey guys, how's it going? I saw it twice last night.
Why would you see it twice?
That good.
Well, first, I had a ticket from a friend, so I saw it at the 9:30 showing. Fantastic, great response from the crowd. I took my friend who has only ever seen one Star Trek movie and hated it, and he was applauding at the end of the movie. Absolutely loved it. So if you're not a Star Trek fan, still go see this movie. I guarantee you'll have a good time.
Yeah, that's what J.J. Abrams said in our studio. You don't have to be a Trekkie to enjoy the movie he made.
He was 100% right. He did absolutely everything perfectly. If you're a fan, like I know Anthony is, like I am, like a bunch of other Trekkers or Trekkies are, you're going to appreciate a lot of stuff. But if you're just going in for a really good action film, really good adventure film, you're going to be on the edge of your seat, mouth to the floor.
Kent,
it's
fantastic. Kent.
Yes, Kent.
Yeah.
Does anyone actually sit on the edge of their seat?
Or does their mouth hit the floor?
And does the mouth actually have a chance of hitting the floor?
No, my friend did jump. He actually got so into it at one point that there's a scare in the middle of the movie that caused him to leap up out of his seat. So
as frightening as when Jaws pops out of the water out of nowhere?
It's about that good.
That was a good one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good scary part. And then old Ben Gardner's head coming through the hole in the bottom of the boat was pretty. That made me jump. I actually felt electric shocks go through my body during that part. I went like, I couldn't move.
Yeah.
That and when Carrie's hand came out of the ground at the cemetery there. That one was
Some good
big
jump moments
surprise,
in film.
creepy jump moment. Yeah.
All right, Kent. I think it's pretty obvious this movie's going to kick ass.
Yeah, this one's.
There were 3 sold-out showings last night.
Wow.
And just each one was more energetic than the last. This is probably going to be this year's Dark Knight. I'm going to put it up there and say, I would guess this actually makes it in the top 5 highest-grossing films of all time.
I say this movie
falls short.
I say this movie grosses $50,000-$60,000.
Yeah, that's about right.
Perhaps more than that.
What?
You think? Yeah.
Why? Really? Yeah, maybe. Okay, you might be right.
All right, Kent. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Where is Big Kev when it comes to talking about movies?
I don't know. He hasn't been around. He knows I'm looking for my camera.
Oh, really? You gave him a camera?
Yeah, I gave him a camera a while ago to use, and I kind of need it back. I like doing a 2-camera shoot.
I understand that.
And I don't know. Can't find him.
What is he hiding from you?
I gave him a camera and he's dodging me.
Hey, Kev, give Ed his camera back.
Just show up to the next terrible horror movie convention and he'll be there.
That's what I figure. I'll send out someone some muscle.
Send out some muscle.
Yeah, some buffers. I'm sure he's busy or relaxing or something.
Speaking of movies, I was crashing last night and I was flipping around and I was watching Batman.
Which one? Itchin'.
The one with Danny DeVito as the Penguin. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. And what's his name there is Batman. I always forget his name.
George Clooney?
No, not Keaton. Michael
Keaton was still Batman.
We just all blurted out different names of people that
Val Kilmer,
are horrible
Adam West.
Batmen.
Michael Keaton. It is unbelievable when you have the Christian Bale latest Batman in your head and you go back and watch these older versions. They seem like they were made in, I don't know, the 50s. It is so different.
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton as Batman, I remember at the time everyone was like, hey, that's a good choice
makes
for Batman.
a good Batman.
No.
Bad Batman?
Bad Batman.
He was awful.
Danny DeVito as the Penguin, though. Holy shit, what a great character. What an asshole.
I like the beginning where he's just, ditched by his parents because he's a freak.
Because he's so ugly.
Yeah, that is good.
And then you forget how hot Michelle Pfeiffer used to be. Is there an updated picture of Michelle Pfeiffer?
God. Did she have work done that fucked her up or something?
I don't know, but, I mean, and she was probably starting to get old during this Batman movie, I bet so.
They call it long in the tooth. Though.
She was starting getting long in the tooth.
That is probably the most insulting thing you can say about a woman aging. She's looking a little long in the tooth. It's better than long in the tits.
Well, that happens too.
Yeah.
But that's No.
Let me say. She looks more.
She looks pretty good.
Yeah, she looks pretty good, but you could tell
But
she's
that's
got
Hollywood
that.
good.
Look at that youthful look she has in 82. And then you can see the work she's had done. There is a little bit of work there that she's had done. The eyes are bigger, and she's still smiling in both pictures. But her eyes are kind of like this. She's got more of a natural look
She doesn't.
in the younger picture.
But she doesn't seem to have had so much work where her lips
No.
are too big or the Botox is like freezing up her face.
And then she's
None of
got
that crap.
those multiple little smile lines and stuff. But she's no kid. I mean, she does. She looks good.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
All right,
That's
Jimmy.
I swear to God, I didn't recognize. That looks like her from Hollywood Nights in '82. I didn't recognize her either one of those shots. I'm just with the long straight hair from Scarface.
Speaking of
Right.
Speaking of hot Hollywood Scarlets, as we kind of throw the ball around to start the show, we're going to lose Farrah Fawcett any day.
Well, yeah, she was.
She's in her final days.
70s hot. 70s hot, and final days. What a horrid cancer that woman wound up getting.
What?
Not even colon cancer.
She got the cancer of
The anal. She has anal cancer, and it's spread.
I've read
to other areas.
and they're not shy. They're just basically calling it ass cancer. They're not even
the ass cancer.
They're not even saying anal for the most part. They're just saying she's got ass cancer.
Got the ass cancer.
And she's down to 85 pounds.
That's her?
She has no hair.
No way.
That's,
Oh my.
Another Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, okay, that's bad.
that's wow.
Yeah, see, that's more than.
See, that's when Hollywood doesn't gussy you up.
That might have been right after she came out of a Botox clinic, though, and like they were filling up that wrinkle on the side of her mouth.
And they just
It swelled up or something. Either that or she just looks fucking horrific. What is boy Hollywood magic? That's what it's all about. Because you could tell those shots, the early one and the late one we saw before was like a publicity shot.
right.
That one is I'm walking out of my house. Please don't snap that picture shot.
But why do these? Like, I guess I understand to a point a little something. But why do these women take it, so far where it's so obvious to everybody around them
business.
that they went too far with their blowing up their lips or the Botox or the stretching out of the eyes or the facelifts?
Desperation of the business. It's one of those business things where it's like she couldn't have credibility playing a hot fucking chick in a movie, even getting older, if there's pictures of her all over the place looking like shit, or if she didn't have work done.
Yeah.
And I don't think she wants to start playing older girls' moms now.
But why don't they just bow out gracefully and then go
Some
back
have.
go back to the town they're originally from and just have a nice life?
I want to be alone.
Yeah. In the end, Hollywood just destroys you.
Yeah. Choose you
Destroys
up
all
and
of
spits
them.
you out, Ope.
Because then I was thinking about Michael Keaton. I'm like, what the fuck has this guy done in the last 10, 15 years?
He's got something
And
coming out,
He was
right?
in a million movies.
It's supposed to be terrible right now what he's got coming out. He plays an assassin.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's supposed to be very bad.
Unbelievable.
He was like, he was huge for a while, right? He was in a
Yeah, he
bunch
was
of
like
really
the
good movies.
guy.
Did the Batmans, he did Pacific Heights. He had a bunch of stuff in a few
Like
years.
Mr. Mom.
Yeah.
It was a big movie.
What was the one with Henry Winkler? forgot the
Night
name of-
Shift.
I like that dumb
Yeah,
movie.
Night
I don't know
Shift.
if it holds up anymore.
He was
but-
like the comedy guy. He was like the funny comedy
Yeah.
guy back in the
Absolutely.
80s.
He was a stand-up, I think, at one point, like many
Was he?
years ago. Yeah,
Really?
I think he started as a stand-up.
Oh,
see some of that.
Ant said, is it possible for the jaw to actually hit the floor?
Yes.
Well, we go to Big Ray in Philly. Big Ray.
Big Ray.
Oh, how you doing?
Oh, it's this Big Ray. How are you, sir?
Good.
A big
Listen,
fan of Ron.
I thought-
I'm surprised you're listening to us. He's part of the Philly crew. He loves Ron and Fez and has to tell me every time he sees me. I'm like, well, what about us? What about us, Big Ray?
Listen, I went to see Star Trek with the face transplant lady.
Yeah.
Her mouth did hit the floor.
Okay.
Well, see.
All right.
See, and it is possible.
She has a hard time keeping it off the floor, which is the problem. Even at like dull moments in a film,
Yeah.
it's like, why is her mouth hitting the floor?
Right. My girl said, did we use the Job of the Hutt line on the...
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we officially
said it.
did. Did
Yeah,
we?
sure.
Jimmy
Okay.
said that one.
I know
Jabba.
that was the obvious one, but then I'm
Oh,
thinking,
yeah.
did we even use that one?
Jabba.
Job of the Hutt. All right, Big Ray.
Since we're talking Hollywood, Hayden Panettiere, who I
don't like
She's
Hayden.
in Heroes. I have recent pictures of her, not as good as other pictures, but still fine. Look, she's okay.
Can I tell you what her problem is?
Short legs.
She looks too much like a gymnast.
No, I hate gymnasts.
You know why? I know you do. That's why I'm questioning why you think
and pull that picture back up, Danny, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
She looks a little taller than the average gymnast, but she sort of has that gymnast body.
No, look at the shoulders. Punch up Mary Lou Retton, and that's a fucking gymnast body. A fire hydrant. And those wide fucking gymnast shoulders. She has very dainty shoulders. She goes through stages where she's a little hippish, a little leggy.
Before you give us the news on Hayden, can we at least go around the room? I'm not a fan. You're a fan.
Not
Jim,
a fan. I'm a fan.
Are you a fan?
I don't know where to work, but in that photo...
No, not even that. I'm just talking about just being
I'm not a fan of her work at all.
As a woman?
Yeah.
I've seen photos of her where I was more impressed. Like, I'm looking at a bikini photo of her, obviously on a set somewhere in a trailer, and she looks pretty sexy in that photo. Like, she has a nice little body, but I could also see her being annoying and unfuckable too.
That'd be great.
Dan,
laying down
you're in studio.
Well, I'm all about the hips, so that doesn't bother me at all.
That's not bad.
Do you have
You
to
don't mind
agree
a
with
juicy rump, right?
Do you have to agree with everything Anthony says?
I'm just saying. I'm a guy who likes a big
dumper.
Bottom. Big dumper.
A big shitter. Okay, pop up one more picture of her. One more little sexy picture of her, and let's see. Because
look, I know a lot of people are into her. I just
want to see one.
And I still want a Mary Lou Retton picture too.
And then after that, get a Mary Lou Retton picture. Okay.
All right, what do you got in Hayden?
All right, there, that one.
For you.
That one, right the fuck there.
All right.
Yeah. I got to tell
everyone
you.
Google imaging her right now?
I got to tell you something. The magic that is Fios is amazing.
Oh, the download?
I have been doing websites going, click, boom! Click, boom! I mean, they are right there at a stunning speed.
How is it?
Click, boom!
What if you wanted to open up two sites?
Click, boom! Click, boom! It's amazing.
It's that fast.
It's that fucking fast.
So why the fuck doesn't everyone have Fios then?
I don't know. The fiber optic lines aren't run to every area.
My building's not...
They go to the Jew neighborhoods first because they know they
got the money.
Yeah.
Money.
My building's not wired for it yet.
Yeah,
Living in New York, we have all sorts of problems. We can't even get elevators to work right in buildings
That's
in the
fucking
city.
hot. Look at that.
See, now I have to change my opinion. I mean, you didn't show me the beat shot first, the side view.
And the shadow's even a little fudgy there on her ass. But I'll take that. Well, anyway, Hayden Panettiere. She was at the Highline Ballroom show. The perky Heroes star was overheard talking to a friend about Californication. The star David Duchovny, who checked himself into rehab for sex addiction last year, if you remember that one.
Yeah.
Well, a giggling Hayden told her friend, and this is a quote, "Well, if I had to be addicted to something, it would be sex." Panettiere is currently in talks to star opposite Gossip Girl star Chase Crawford in a remake of Footloose.
Yeah?
Footloose, that'll be a great movie with her in it, Hayden Panettiere. What do you think?
I think nothing.
Nothing. Fantastic.
Okay, faggot, what's next?
I love that line.
You couldn't wait to
It didn't even work perfectly, but I just needed to push my new clip.
Let me see that
That's
one.
my favorite one.
You know, I maybe I have to change my opinion on her. I don't know. I just think she looks too much like a gymnast.
No, because she don't have the shoulders. I hate gymnast bodies. Look at that.
Nah, that's
good. During her little trimmer phase.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
She's very cute.
She's like
to choke her.
Yeah.
What?
Teasing, of course.
Hey, could you tell your teenage story that you were just telling me, which I think is the best story of the day?
That goes under hot teen news.
It also goes under the title. How to get oh fuck I messed up the line. How was it's a loophole thing.
How to
get around, how to figure out a loophole.
Loopholes.
Yes,
a loophole.
Maybe it could lead to a discussion.
Here it is. I'll find the story.
This is a great story.
Oh, look at that picture. Come on. Look at that. She's got the whitest teeth I've ever. Right.
Yeah, but what's wrong with her boobs?
For what?
They're like not even.
She doesn't have big boobs.
She doesn't have any boobs.
No, she's got
I think
some
that might be the
boobs.
problem I have.
She's laughing and kind of pushing back and stuff. She's got boobies.
She has B cups.
I've seen them.
No way. Get some stats on her.
Get some stats.
Get her rookie card and
or
see
get
what the stats
get a good
say.
picture where it actually might show a little. She doesn't have big boobs. I'm not going to say she's got big boobs.
They
but
look really
she got a little
flat-headed.
something.
They look like they're
They
non-existent.
fit her perfectly. She's a petite girl. She's very petite. Very petite.
I'm not saying she needs to have monster melons or anything,
No,
but
no.
at least something that looks like it's female would be nice.
Hey, she looks female.
She
looks like she's a girl.
I never understood the hated thing, so whatever. That's
I
fine.
don't like it.
All right, your hot teen news.
Hot teen news of the day. Apparently, in Bloomington, Indiana, a gentleman. Let's see. A girl went to get a tan. One of those spray-on tans.
Sure, a lot of the girls doing that.
Her daughter forged a note from the mother, thinking you needed a note, which apparently you don't. See?
All right, now I'm back in.
Oh, God,
that's a good one.
Terry, so
There might be stuff in the bra though.
Jesus Christ! No, that's fucking. that's a bathing suit. What's she gonna do? Go in the water and come out with fucking soggy toilet paper?
How tall is she?
She's 3 feet tall.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a little thing.
It's all about perspective.
You could put her right in your pocket.
Yeah. All right.
Fantastic.
Spray on tan, teenager.
Yeah, this girl's 15 years old, and she was furious, this mother, when she learned her 15-year-old daughter got a spray-on tan while completely nude from a grown man in a tanning salon. She had forged this note. The tanning salon owner said that when she entered the booth to apply, that when he entered the booth to apply the tan, the girl had taken off all her clothes.
Holy shit.
He proceeded to apply the tan and then left her to dry. He didn't do anything to her.
Right.
But could you imagine this guy walks in to this tanning booth, just expecting, to see some teen chick, probably with a bikini on.
Uh-huh.
And spray her down. And he opens the door. Hi. And she's completely nude.
I think I got
and her arms go up in the air. And she goes, okay, spray me. And you're just like, holy shit.
I think I got audio of the guy as he's opening up the booth.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, get me to the point where he opens up that door for the first time.
Well, he sends her in, thinking she's just going to be in the bikini. She's apparently ready. He opens the door and looks in. Oh, my God! That's better. Yeah.
So when are you going to open up some of these places?
I am going into the Anthony Cumia spray-on tan salon business, I think, because this is what's outraging the mother.
Well, how did everybody find out about this?
I guess the mother said she looked into the matter, and her looking into it must have gotten some nosy bodies, some busybodies alerted.
So this guy's been getting away with this for a while. And it's legal, so it's not even like he was being some creepy perv putting cameras and whatnot around his joint.
Oh, no.
He was just doing a very legal thing.
Mrs. Holtzclaw is her name.
You know, that guy probably went to work every day going, I found a loophole around the system.
This is fantastic.
My whole job is to see naked teen girls.
He's probably got to see some messes. And a lot of the teens he sees, they said a lot of the girls that go in there wear bikinis, and they spray them down in bikinis. It's rare that they're naked, and it's rare that they're 15 and naked. So he walked in there and just, my goodness. So Holtzclaw, the mother, said she looked into the matter, learned that her teenage daughter did not need parental permission, nor is there any statute to prevent a juvenile from being nude inside a spray tan booth with a male technician. Let me say that again. There is no law or statute to prevent a juvenile from being nude inside a spray tan booth with a male technician.
How old again was the juvenile?
15.
15. How old was the guy?
Doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
Maybe it's not illegal, but it should be, Holtzclaw said. California woman who owns an airbrush tanning center who heard about the incident, has contacted Borders, offering to write a letter in support of the legislation that would make it illegal. Richardson said he would never allow a male to apply a tan to a juvenile girl. Her business also prohibits women from applying spray-on tans to a naked man. Said spray-on tan clients often wear bathing suits or underwear, but that some do want full-body tan and wear absolutely nothing.
What about the lesbos?
What about who sprays the lesbos?
What if you're a lesbo tanning owner?
Sprayer.
Tanning owner sprayer thing. And then now, what about them? They're getting off on what they're doing. What about the lesbos?
That girl, if I was the guy, the girl would have been getting sprayed and going, this isn't the tanning stuff. What is this?
Jesus. Well, you got to make sure you don't burn. Rub this into your skin.
Yeah, it's sunblock. Jesus.
Yep.
Yep, indeed.
Well, that's going to change, unfortunately.
I got to plug it in.
Plug it in.
Plug it in, plug it in. There we go. Oh, back up.
Well, that mother ruined it for everybody, because now you watch, there'll be a law for that as well.
Yeah, I want to know how she found out. Like, did the daughter say, I was nude and this guy came in the room? Or maybe she told a friend and the friend told her mom and then her mom told the mom. It's never from the actual kid to the parent.
It's always the friend.
That's how the friend...
telling her mom.
Yeah.
Meaning, and then that mom tells the kid's mom that was involved originally.
That's how it happens. That's how the teachers, the hot teachers that are banging the kid. Right. That's how that gets in the news. The kid winds up telling a friend, don't say anything. And the friend goes to his parents, hey, you know, this guy at school, he's getting banged by the teacher.
Should we talk to the 14-year-olds right now? The 14-year-old guys.
Well,
if you find out that your friend is banging a teacher, shut your mouth.
Shut it.
You're gonna ruin it for everybody.
Don't just be jealous.
There's a double standard here.
Yeah,
guys are hoping for this when you're your age.
That's the ideal situation.
If your friend tells you, shut the fuck up.
At it.
Don't tell anyone. You got a horny teacher that wants to take care of all of you.
Opie, we have a girl on the phone that wants to talk about spray-on tanning. Well, what have we got here? We're in the tanning booth and you're 15. I shouldn't be doing this, but okay. Let me make sure no one's here. Well, what's your name?
Diane, how old are you?
27.
All right. Oh, my God. I get a bad rap.
No, because you set up this nice story about
hot teen news,
and we got a 27-year-old. Yeah. What's up, Diane?
Well, I've done the spray-on tan, and it's completely automatic. Like, there's nobody needs to go in there.
That's even better.
It's probably, you know what, I'm thinking, sorry to interrupt, but when we do crazy things with our radio show where, we get some girls naked or whatever, next thing you know, you see engineers popping their heads in, all of a sudden they got to fix light bulbs and
maybe
adjust
he needed
things.
that.
And so this guy might have realized.
He just walked in on this automated process.
Right.
That's probably how the mother found out.
Right.
She was tan everywhere except for a perfect man image of his hands on her tits and her face buried in her snatch. It's like, what kind of tan is that? And his back is tanned.
Sir, why is your hair tan? That's not normal.
Yeah, I can't speak for all of them, but the ones that I've done, they're like, you just go in, take your clothes off.
Oh, nude? You do it nude?
Yeah.
You do it completely nude?
Yeah.
What happens with, your snatch? Aren't you afraid of getting, chemicals in there or something?
No, it's just like, they make you put this, Vaseline on your hands and stuff, like the stuff that won't normally tan.
Like the palms of your hands, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want it there.
What about
and the bottom of your feet and stuff, and then you just stand there, and it sprays you from head to toe, and then you turn around, and...
Do you spread your ass open a little so your crack isn't all white?
Look, someone has to ask the question. Does your pussy lips get burnt or what? Are you making sure that area doesn't get burnt?
It, for some reason, doesn't.
It doesn't tan with the tanning solution?
No, not really.
Interesting.
So what is it? It just looks like a white area down there? Like it stays the same color by the rest of your tans?
No, know. It does tan. I don't burn there.
Oof.
No, she doesn't burn. We're talking about the spray on, though, so it's not a burn.
The skin's a little tougher down
Yeah,
there.
it's got vitiligo.
A little tougher. It's like
I
grizzle.
don't know if it's like a dye or something, but, it just, you do it, it does it, turn around, do it, and then you just let it dry, and then it's fine.
Oh, okay, so you're tan and all over.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You got big boobies?
I guess.
Send pictures.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of chubby, so I don't think I could fit in very
I will
well.
be careful. Have a nice day.
Good.
Do you have to pay double for the amount of liquid they have to use?
They have to back up a truck. It looks like one of those things, like an oil truck when it backs up to someone's house. You know, hose on it. They bring them in the back like fucking when they were washing Vincent and Samuel Jackson in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Just hose her down in the back.
It's like the difference between painting a fence post or a 55-gallon drum.
Oh.
You're going to use a little more paint.
I'm sure she's lovely in her own.
I'm sure.
So
Let's go to Dave in Philly. Dave.
Hey,
Hey there, Dave.
What's up, Dave?
Oh, but you had a great line that nobody laughed at.
Uh-oh.
When you said, go get Hayden Panettiere's rookie card. That was awesome.
That is a good. That is a good little.
Don't listen to each other.
Nah, we don't really
What?
listen to each other. I'm just glad someone's hearing my stuff out.
I like that line. I felt it was just a little sexually demeaning and not necessary to speak about a woman that way.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Dave.
All right, thank you.
Hey, did we get her stats?
I think I had it before, but I know we're going back to it. Hang on.
Now, and everyone, bumps up their stats a little bit. Let's keep that in mind, especially women.
And while you're looking for the stats, I must say something about Hayden Panettiere.
Mm-hmm.
She could be the most annoying. I would never get along with this girl, because she's one of these real fucking lefty animal rights kind of. She's always on some fucking cause, crying about the fucking. What was she crying about that time? She was fucking crying about some cause. Travis would know. He's a faggot. But yeah, she was crying because like they were chased away from some whales or some bullshit.
I don't know. I just know that cow that escaped the slaughterhouse
Oh right.
got exactly what I told you it would get.
Speaking of the last caller,
I said this cow was destined to be like just, I don't know, a meal for dogs or something.
yeah, they would just put it through that meat grinder.
And escaped the slaughterhouse in Queens, was wandering around Queens, and I said, you might as well just put it back in the slaughterhouse and then do what you were going to do with it. But of course, I said that ain't going to happen.
It got a name.
It gets a name, and it goes out to a nice farm somewhere else in the suburbs, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It's going to be in a petting zoo, basically.
Yeah.
Way out there in Calverton, way out east.
You know what we should do?
On
We
Long
should-
Island.
We should go there and then just slap it
Let's give it a big smack in that big cow cheek
and scold it. For
Yell at
running
it.
away, for being a coward, leaving all its friends to die. Cows are dopes.
Oh, they are stupid.
They can't even be quiet. They just give away their position. Moo! There they are.
All right, let's go get them.
You can't hide when you're a cow.
That's why no one ever had to hunt a cow.
Never.
Like, oh, we're going on a cow hunt. No, they stand there and go, meh. You're going to hit them over the head with a ball peen hammer.
When you want to hunt cows, you don't have to look for them. All you got to do is turn the music down. Got them.
They're in a field of green and they're brown and white.
Oh,
It's like not even camouflaged.
Cows are douchebags.
Lumbering, stupid fucking beast.
Surprised their camouflage isn't a sign that says "Eat me." I'm delicious.
I'm so tasty. Oh, they are, aren't they?
I don't think you can trust any animal that continues eating while it shits.
That's true, too, yeah.
What the fuck is that about? How about you take a break from eating to get the shit out?
They recycle.
Scott in Wisconsin, how are you?
Hey, good boys. How you doing?
Hey,
good.
Scat.
What do you guys think of Brett Favre? Brett Favre.
Traitor.
Is that what you guys think nowadays?
Yeah, there's a lot of people up here that are pretty pissed off.
All right, come on. He
That
throws a fucking ball for a living. Will you settle down?
But he was like, he was an animal for you guys for so many years. What makes him a traitor? Just because he went to the Jets for 1 year?
Well, no, that wasn't that big of a deal. It's just the resentment he's got for the Packers now. I mean, he comes right out because he hates Green Bay and can't stand it where,
Yeah.
for all these years they supported him. I don't know. It's just,
Well, in the paper today, in our paper anyway, they're saying he's not going to throw for the Vikings.
Nah, everybody around here that's reporting says they think it's almost a done deal. So.
What the fuck's wrong with our papers then?
I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it looks like he's headed that way.
All right. What do you got on the spray-on tan places?
Yeah, that girl was saying how they're all automated. Well, some of them are. My wife has a salon if you get the booth, but they also sell the kit, which is what she had, where they just send you like a hose that hooks up to a compressor, and the girl comes in the room and just gets naked. You sit there and spray them. She said, no, they lift their boobs up so you can get underneath them and all that. So they do go both ways. You can either get the automated or they send you a kit where they just stand there in front of you. It's crazy. But
it's a hell of a business to get into, huh?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
yeah,
she won't let me in on that part of it.
Oh, and you want in, don't you, sir?
Yeah. That's all I got, boys.
Yeah.
All right, Scott, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Can we go back to the Farrah Fawcett thing? So,
and her ass cancer.
She's in her final days, which sucks, and the ass cancer spread to her liver and all over the place. I mean, she's done. It's just a matter of time. But I was reading the article, and that Ryan O'Neal that's been with her off and on for, 3 decades or something like that? He says that she no longer has her famous hair that everyone used to talk about. She's completely bald.
That famous Farrah hairdo, and the sweeping, swooshing, feathered back hair.
And this ghoul couldn't just let the hair fall out and have somebody just sweep it up and get rid of it. He's got her hair at home. He's got her famous hair at home.
That's pretty fucking creepy.
And I bet you as soon as Farrah passes, this guy's going to probably tour America with Farrah's hair.
Pop up that famous poster, Dan. The famous poster. There she is in her heyday with the nip showing. Farrah, the big head of hair.
Shitty backdrop. What is she sitting in front of? That's awful.
I don't know.
The bathing suit sucks.
Bathing suit's awful. It's all 70s out. But at least that asshole was squeaky clean back then, right?
Yeah, well.
Maybe. Who knows?
Nice nipple. That nipple was sexy.
Maybe it was fucking Lee Majors that fucked it all up.
Yeah.
Roll over. I want to fuck you up the ass. It's Lee Majors just banging her in the ass.
He's all
giving her the
bionic.
ass cancer. Yeah.
You think he just weakened the area?
I think he fucked it up.
Making it,
Lee Majors' dick.
Yeah.
Fucking pounding that ass. Oh, man. Lee Majors also. Have you seen the commercial yet?
He's on a commercial?
Oh, it is
the $6 million man?
It is so embarrassing.
What is he doing?
He's ancient,
right?
First of all. And he goes, you might remember me as the Bionic Man, the $6 million man. He goes, well, now I'm selling the Bionic Ear. It's a hearing aid for people that need to.
Shit.
And I'm just like, holy shit. The $6 million man is selling a fucking hearing aid.
Wow.
And it doesn't need batteries. It recharges in its own case. Yep, the Bionic Ear. It doesn't cost $6 million. And I was just there going, ah!
It was $6 million man.
It was horrible.
That.
It was horrible.
Did they ever make that into a movie?
That and they got no, that hasn't been made a movie. I don't know. That would need some work. It was really hokey and there were too many inconsistencies. How could he fucking if he weighed so much?
Oh, this old gag.
How
Is this like the Gilligan's thing?
Yeah.
Which one are you going with? I got one too, but we might have the same one.
When he could hold a car back,
right,
with his bare hands in the street, friction and weight would dictate that he would slide across the ground. He doesn't have enough mass for the friction of the soles of his shoes in the street to actually hold the car back. So it doesn't matter how strong you are, the weakest link is the soles of your shoes and your mass. Now, if he did have the mass that it would take, then he would be fucking ridiculous. He'd lay on a bed and fucking collapse the thing. So that got silly.
You know what? Can't you just sit back and enjoy stuff? You always have to figure out everything.
How unfun he must have been as a teenager.
You're the worst.
Oh, it's terrible. And also, he had the bionic arm.
I'm actually like this. I ruin all movies for my wife. I have to point out all the inconsistencies.
You point out the inconsistencies. He had the bionic arm, right?
Yeah.
And he was able to pull out fucking fence posts that is cemented in. At some point, it attaches to his real body. He didn't have a whole bionic torso. He had an arm, and they bionically connected it to his body. The point where it's connected
should rip
out.
Off.
Again, the weakest point is that, Danny, you have a solution?
I disagree.
All right.
I just wanted to disagree with Anthony.
Okay.
Oh, it's about time. Jesus. It's about fucking time.
You scared me.
Do we have what's that sound? The bionic sound?
There were a couple of them, weren't there? There was the main one everyone knew.
Yeah,
that.
And then all they did was slow motion shit.
And then when he jumped, with the and then you got the other one, Lindsay Wagner, and she's selling fucking beds. She's selling fucking beds, dial number beds. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's just sad. He's selling hearing aids.
Brett Favre tells Vikings he'll stay retired. It's on the news down here
in
New York.
That's what I heard on the way in. Brett Favre says 9. 9.
Speaking of sports, Manny Ramirez.
Yeah.
50-game suspension.
50 games.
When some dumb website was teasing, Major League Baseball player
Foundry Music
for 50 games.
Dumping it. I don't even want that over the air.
Okay.
Fuck them.
I went to a website and they were teasing that some Major League Baseball player was suspended for 50 games. And I'm thinking it's got to be some scrub somewhere. But it was Manny Ramirez. It's like, why isn't that in the headline of the story of this particular site? And what's the banned substance they got him on?
I don't know. It's some kind of what do they say? It's when you're winding down from the roids.
Yeah, supposedly if
you gets your system back.
If you do a lot of the roids, this drug that is banned kind of gets your system back in order. Kind of puts everything back in place.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so distracted looking at the Star Trek thing, and they're showing the old actors and then the new ones that play them.
Yeah.
And all I'm thinking is, your shit's out back in the dumpster, pal.
About Schmidt.
About Schmidt.
For all you guys.
They just about Schmitted all the fucking Star Trek people.
You think the Star Trek people went on set I could be a big help.
With the not all access pass?
Right.
I'm gonna
go on set and give my 2 cents today.
I'm gonna stop by the set, and they're all gonna be really excited that I'm there. It's like, and maybe I could throw them some advice of how, how Sulu would have handled this with a dick in his mouth. See, you're playing the part right. I like how you handled the helm. You're doing a good job of steering the Enterprise. But could you do it with a dick in your ass? That's how I would have preferred it. Fucking Sulu.
And the young bucks are there just going, yeah. I got it. I got
an idea for this one. But yeah, it's a little different. George, thanks for stopping by the set, though, man. As a matter of fact, if you look over there, J.J. Abrams is there. Why don't you say hello? And they're like, Jesus Christ.
No, and he's like, where? Right behind that fence over there. The fence? Yeah, right over there. As soon as he goes through that fence, they lock it up.
JJ, I was thinking I could have a cameo. Could I get a cameo in your motion picture, the Star Trek movie? I'd like to play something that maybe sucks an alien dick.
Well, you put that voice on the other side of a glory hole somewhere in space.
Space glory hole.
Like in the Cantina restaurant.
Some alien cock just shoots out 10 gallons of green jism, and you just hear, thank you.
Jesus.
That's fantastic, man. I got to see this movie.
Leonard Nimoy.
For
like a 4 to 5 minute interview today.
5 minutes is all we get him on the phone. Leonard Nimoy. So we gotta think. Think quick.
I've heard he actually is a fan of mine.
No.
If that's the case, I swear to God, I'm just choking little Jimmy Norton. There's no way.
All right.
I like how he wrote that book, I Am Not Spock, and all he's been is Spock.
Well, come on.
He finally accepted it.
Well, he did the In Search of voice, too.
Yeah. He must just be like, I'm in this movie, you're not.
You know what's funny about Leonard Nimoy? I was a fan of In Search of growing up. And not a fan of Star Trek.
Psychic phenomenon.
So when I think Leonard Nimoy, I think In Search of.
Yeah.
More than Star Trek. For real.
Really?
Yeah, because that...
For reals, yo?
For reals, yo.
Wow.
Nothing got solved on In Search of either.
No.
No, it was just... And
they ran out of stuff to search
footage.
for.
Yeah, they finally ran out of shit.
It was always the Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti, Bigfoot.
You got that.
UFOs.
UFOs,
and then
psychic phenomenon. They had that too, like ESP and things like that. And then they were just like, In Search of My Keys.
Right.
Couldn't find them this morning. Can you help me out?
That was the problem with that dumb show. Matt in Virginia. But, but as a kid, it was good.
Yeah.
Hey, that drug that Manny got busted for is a woman's fertility drug, and he said it was prescribed to him for personal reasons.
Oh, maybe he's trying to get pregnant. Leave the guy alone.
You know, I was listening to some sports talk radio. I would love to give
Well, yeah.
Well, it wasn't Mad, though, because he wasn't on when I was listening to the radio.
50 games is a pretty long suspension.
He's my go-to guy, but when I went to his channel, he wasn't on, and I landed somewhere else. Oh, I think it was Kevin Kennedy, and he was on with somebody.
Kevin Kennedy.
And I didn't know this. You know that some of these Major League Baseball players, they're allowed to be on banned substances because it's for personal use?
What dictates personal use?
There's
Melo?
one of the guys has ADD, so he's on a drug that is banned by Major League Baseball.
Oh, that's great.
So he's got ADD for real, but he takes this drug which helps his performance. How is that possible?
I guess they say if it's something that's legitimately used by I'm guessing that's what they're
yeah,
saying.
But if the actual drug helps your performance, then it's got to be banned for everybody. And if you're the guy with ADD that needs the drug, well, guess what? Go find another job. Major League Baseball isn't for you.
Trouble is, he's all jacked, but he gets strikes because he keeps looking up at the colorful board in front of him with pictures on it.
Can someone help me out with the player?
At the hot dog ads.
Yeah. What else you got on that, Matt?
As a pitch is coming, he just stops. What time is it? An ADD baseball player.
No, that was it. He was just prescribed it. His excuse was it was for personal reasons, and he had no idea it was a banned substance.
Yeah. All right.
They must have. I'm assuming they investigated it and looked into it before you suspend someone for 50 games. You don't just go, hey, what are you doing, Matt? All right, 50 games.
Yeah. What are you doing?
How long they've been on this one? Travis, any idea?
No, I saw you. Yeah, I know that they noticed in his last test, I guess, that he had high levels of testosterone, and that's what made them start investigating.
Now, Travis,
I haven't been jacking off lately. It's building up.
You know the player that has the ADD medicine?
No, I've never heard of this. I'm actually looking for it right now.
Dude, I heard
Shane Moore plays baseball.
And he hits the ball down the third base line. He's running to first, but wait, he stopped to pick a flower. He's chit-chatting with someone in the dugout.
He's talking to somebody.
Yes. Mid is high. Mid is far. My coffee's cold. They almost fire out an awful one.
Really?
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh, you went for 3.
Yeah.
You were trying to go for 3 in a row, weren't you? You greedy boy.
Good thing it wasn't the umpire being ADD, because as the pitch was coming, he would go, "C-Ripes, make me look fatter." That was what I thought.
Okay.
And I didn't do it.
I would have said.
Would you have? And you'd have been right.
Yeah.
And I would have
Thank
done
God
this.
you didn't say that.
Okay, faggot, what's next?
Great clip.
Okay,
hold on. Drew in North Carolina. Drew.
Yeah. What's going on, fellas?
Hey,
Drew, turn on your radio and talk.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I heard a report that he was taking the drug for erectile dysfunction.
Oh.
Manny was?
Yeah, that's heard. There's some website I read yesterday once I got off work, but they're saying it's for erectile dysfunction.
Why would they give you a female hormone for that? It seems like, Viagra, something like that. Cialis.
Yeah. What they said it helps boost testosterone, and higher levels of testosterone helps you get an erection or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, testosterone is used, but I think that's it sounds like an excuse, because you would just use Cialis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to come up with an excuse if you're banned for 50 games and you're Manny Ramirez.
You know what the worst part is? In order to try to get out of trouble, you got to embarrass yourself and say you can't get a fucking hard on. What's worse?
That's a tough spot.
50 game suspension, or I'll just tell everyone I can't get a boner. That's tough.
That's a tough choice right there.
Yeah.
I think I would just take the 50 game suspension.
Take the hit.
Because in the end, you got to be a man.
Right.
In the end, baseball.
My dick works fine, thank you.
Right. I might be an asshole, but I get raging hard-ons. All right, thank you, sir. Let's go to Keith. Keith?
Yes.
How are you?
Hi.
Hey, Adam LaRoche, that player, he used to play for the Atlanta Braves. He plays first base. Now he plays for the Pirates, I believe. He's the one with ADHD and takes steroids for it.
How is that? You can't allow that if you're trying to ban these things.
No.
Yeah, no. It's he was playing first base one time, and there was a routine ground ball, and he didn't even go to first base to get the throw from the second baseman. He just stood there.
No way.
He stood there.
But he's a home run hitter. He's a power hitter. Yeah.
Are you?
He's also got a brother that pitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you telling the truth, or are you just trying to have fun with Jimmy's bit? The guy actually just stood there?
Yeah, he stood there. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it was a routine ground ball, the sloped ground ball. No one covered first, and he was just standing there.
Oh, my God, it's a double off the wall. He's rounding second, headed to third, and he stopped to read a comic book. Somebody give this idiot steroids.
Right.
He's a fool.
Yeah, on Fox Sports, they did a whole thing on him a couple years ago on why he has to take steroids.
All right. That was not the player they were talking about yesterday, but there you go. There's another one that gets to use an illegal substance and play in the major leagues because it's for personal use.
Right, because of a disorder, right?
Did anyone else know that this was going on?
No.
I'm out.
Thank you, Keith.
I'm actually reading an article about it right now.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Travis, by the way.
Where are you talking from?
I thought it was a caller that had a really good phone.
When Travis starts talking, it's creepy because he's not in the room.
Yeah,
Where
you can't
are
see him.
Really good,
I could see him.
Really good phone and a really bad point. Could the listeners hear Travis?
Yeah,
Yes.
Lucky you.
What's up, Travis?
So in 2006, there was 35 players that were allowed to take drugs for ADD.
Wait, how many?
Wow, 35.
And then once amphetamines were banned in baseball,
Yeah.
suddenly...
Hold on, Travis. I'm sorry. Steve, what is that?
The Lee Major stuff, and I'm working on Bionic Man stuff.
Oh.
Okay, faggot, what's next?
Okay. Sorry, Travis.
The old softball pitch.
In 2006, 35 people were they had therapeutic use exemptions.
Yeah.
And the next year, when amphetamines were banned, suddenly 111 players needed
some type of
suddenly had
amphetamine.
ADD. Yeah.
Yeah, I need that.
I had no idea.
I wonder what their performance is before and after.
I'm sure we can find that
But
out.
we could probably go to the Mad Dog and have that information.
In a second, he would.
In a second.
Roger Chambers from Atlanta.
Give yourself a bill.
I only do it once a day, though. Just once.
Yeah.
Just a little annoyance for everybody. It's Derek Lowe. That's the player they were talking about yesterday.
Oh.
Thank you to Roger Chambers out of Atlanta. He takes ADD medication.
So
Is that it?
Mad Dog, do you think it makes a difference if someone's taking ADD medication?
No, I don't think it makes a difference at all. You can take the ADD medication, and I don't think I don't even think there's any such thing as the ADD. Oh, look at this. Something in the paper.
Mad Dog, we're talking about ADD. Focus.
Who are you?
I'm Opie. It's going to be nothing but ADD jokes today. Wow. Manny's taking HTG.
What's
He's
that?
taking Happy Typers. Brett, what do you got?
He's taking HCG, which is human chorionic gonadotropin, and in males, it causes increased release of testosterone from the testicles, but it also increases your estrogen levels in males as well, which can lead to bitch tits. So
it makes you a tranny, basically.
Bitch tits.
Don't want those bitch tits. Jimmy, what's up?
Hey, Open Ant, this is a first-time caller. This one's for little Jimmy.
All
right.
I was watching ESPN a couple weeks ago, and there's actually an epidemic of the use of Viagra in baseball to increase blood flow to the muscles.
Wow, really?
I swear to God,
muscle.
yeah. I'm at the gym, and I'm watching ESPN, and they're talking about how all the players are using Viagra.
That would explain the decrease in head-first sliding.
But anything for the advantage. But
And they can't ban Viagra.
No.
they're all in the dugouts with hard-ons, but and bloodshot eyes, but they're increases performance.
But it also makes your nose stuffy. You ever take a Viagra? It makes sure it fucks your nose up. It's you can't breathe.
It makes your face really red too, right? Oh, I'm gonna start watching baseball. See how many of these guys have tomato faces.
Doesn't it make your vision like fuck up? And...
Yeah, well, again, you want to look at the negatives. It can give you blue streaks. Yeah. I think Cialis is the best. Levitra kind of. You don't hear about Levitra anymore, but Cialis I think was the best. Works the best.
But the blurry vision could be good. If you go pigging. Yeah, you go pigging and you need a hard on.
That's true. If you're like looking, going, there ain't no way I'm pulling this off the whole time. Who is that, Dan?
That's Cassie. That's P. Diddy's girlfriend. Someone hacked into her computer and got a hold of some of her pictures.
What?
Oh, hacked into her computer?
Yeah.
That's her baby maker.
Yep. We got some of these, too.
Wow. What side are we going to?
Of course, we're going to What Would Tyler Durden Do? It's wwtdd.com.
The only place to go, my friends.
He's a good boy.
Wow, look at her. See, it's not always about the big boobies. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, Pete.
You don't like exotic, though, do you?
I'm not into exotic.
I call it exotic.
But, wow. But when you're positioned like that, there ain't much exotic about it. It's just what it is. Does she have a pierced clit?
Hey, can I ask you something?
Thumbs up from Dan.
How racist are you when you see that?
I find myself more tolerant of other races.
When you see a picture like that,
creeds, colors, religions.
Do you see color anymore when you see a picture like that?
Just pink, Opie.
All right. Good.
Just beautiful pink.
They're all pink on the inside, right, guys? All right, why don't we take our first break? Pretty girl.
All right.
Hey, we got breaking news on the Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheik.
And the very famous at this point P picture that was taken in this studio.
Yes, very famous.
When are we going to hang it up in the studio like we said? We always say we're going to do stuff and we never do.
I asked E-Rock for a hard copy of that photo on a disc. Have you given it to him like where I can blow it up from my own place?
Yeah, he's got it.
Well,
he's got it. Let's go. We need a nice copy framed and we want it in studio.
Do you want me to? I can have it done. It's the best photo place in New York. If you want a good photo,
yes, let's do it.
Take it to the go.
All right.
His statement is classic, by the way.
Yeah, that's the big radio tease. And we got the Lee Majors hearing aid commercial Ant was talking about.
Yes. It's embarrassing.
Kate from Johnny Kate Plus 8 was on Larry King, so that's always fun. We did the Manny Ramirez. We don't need an actual news story on that, right?
Nah.
Less news stories we're trying to do. All right. Opie and Anthony, stay there. Oh. It's Friday. Opie and Anthony. So the Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheik was on our show, I think, a week ago, right? I think it was last Friday.
Pleasure for him, too.
Oh, it was a pleasure for us to have him on our program.
Opium.
Where's my Iron Sheik drops?
Iron Sheik.
We knew we were going Iron Sheik today. I need my Iron Sheik drops. Well, the CD was here all week, and now I need it, and it's not here.
It ain't there. The Iron Sheik will have to go unplayed.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I think everyone knows what he sounds like. A douche.
Well, you know.
Oh, look, I asked for one, and there he is.
He just puts his arms out like he can't win.
Just like
he's defeated.
This. Poor Eric, he wants to say, I can't win for losing.
Oh, Jim.
That was regular Joe.
That was regular Joe. Sorry.
10-inch my cock. 10-inch my cock.
10-inch my cock, yes.
He likes his cock. Now, you know what I'm going to do for everybody? I got 40 Iron Sheik drops. I'm just going to play the cock clips. Just the ones about cock.
Yeah.
10-inch my cock. So we start with that one. Then we go to
like Yoda.
Yeah, then we go to this one.
I don't want to see his ass. I don't want to see his fucking cock.
Okay. Reasonable.
Yeah. But I think he kind of wants to say it because he talks about it a little too much.
Certainly does.
My cock is too good to go that stinky fat ass.
All right. And then he had this to say about his cock.
Suck my 10-inch cock.
All right. And then he had this to say about his cock.
Suck my 10-inch cock.
That's the same line, but delivered a little differently. That's good. He did one for safety.
And then, as much as he says he doesn't want to see man ass, he then had this to say.
I fuck his ass with 10-inch my cock.
10-inch my cock.
I think he's saying the wrong number. He probably means to say, like with 2 or with a half.
Yeah, maybe that's it. It
He's
comes
a
out
little off.
10.
Who wanna fuck your fucking stinky ass anyway?
He shakes that big ball bag with that nub of a dick on top, resting on top.
It's like, yeah, just because it's in the front of you can't count it as cock.
No.
Look, we all
shaking around his balls.
We all exaggerate, but you can't be off by 10 inches like the Iron Sheik was.
He absolutely was off by at least 9.5 inches.
Right. I mean, what are you doing, man? Anyway, that guy, he was in last Friday.
Yeah.
We gave him a bunch of beers, and he proceeded to pee his pants.
Yeah. Isn't that pleasant?
And we all
Old
put
man.
pictures up. The pictures did very well. Made gossip sites, made some wrestling sites, made an AP story in the UK, I think.
Yeah.
It was all over the place, this picture. Iron Sheik peeing his pants on the Opie and Anthony show.
It's a shot that it shows him sitting on the chair. His legs are apart, and there is a stain, a wet spot right on his crotch that grew. It started out as a little dot, and it slowly started growing, and that's when we realized, he wet himself.
We watched the spot grow. That's the key to this story.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah.
pictures you guys got to see, it wasn't a video. If we had a video of that,
Why aren't we videotaping the interviews?
we did videotape.
Oh, we
that
did? Oh, we just
interview,
didn't get the crotch.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, when guests come in, like Jerry Springer was here yesterday, we're not focusing on his crotch, thinking he
Should
might
be.
pee his pants.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things, unfortunately, that we didn't capture. Anyway, this came out right after the show yesterday. A cover-up from the Iron Sheik, ? He claims he didn't really soil his pants after drinking too many beers during an appearance last week on the Opie and Anthony radio show.
Yeah.
This is a UK paper. Sheik said it was a terrible misunderstanding. A beer accidentally fell between his legs, forming a perfect wet patch in his crotch area.
Yeah. He spilt a beer in his mouth. It came out his dick. And if that's how he's counting spilling a beer, then I agree with him. But, yeah.
I guess he's trying to do a little, damage control. But the fact is, the guy peed his pants.
Pissed himself.
He pissed himself.
And it smelled like piss in here.
Right. Ask anyone. Jimmy actually, who was the one that noticed first? You, Jim?
Yeah, well, I got the Twitter. I got my not Twitter. The camera, the iPhone photo of his wet spot in its infancy.
Yeah.
I took a bunch of pictures.
And he's like, Jimmy's like a bloodhound when it comes to pee, smelling it, so he knows exactly. He's the resident expert
and you're making me
on
look
urine.
like, just like a queer. You're making me look like a
No.
queer bait.
No.
Let me see. I took a couple as the spot grew.
Oh, yeah, we all saw him. There's different pictures of, the area getting bigger and wetter. The wet spot getting bigger.
Yeah.
I should say, 'cause that 10-inch cock isn't getting bigger.
Not that half-inch weenie.
Right.
Oh. That was $6 Million Man sound.
Yeah, but when did they play that one, my friend?
That was when he was... Hold on. That was when he was lifting something out of the ground, I think. Using his bionic arm.
Ah?
Do I give myself a bell?
Well, let me take a little look.
I hope not. I hope I was wrong.
Let me take a little look-see here. Hold on a minute.
All right.
I wasn't prepared. It's Friday. We're kind of just fucking around. No, we're not.
Oh, shit in a hat.
That was when he would jump, Anthony.
But what happened to the boo? Oh, I think they did that on the Bionic Woman. I got mixed up. I'm sorry. Oh, that's him running.
Give yourself a bill!
You want to play this?
I hope I'm wrong again the next time.
But you love being
It's
right.
a fine line between wanting to be right and hearing that.
But you love being right, Ant. What's wrong with you?
I know.
You hate being wrong.
I feel like Manny.
You're in a quandary.
I feel like Manny. Should I just say I did the dope, or should I say,
I have a problem getting hard on.
I can't get a hard weenie. That would be bionic hearing.
Give yourself a bill!
I knew it.
I'm only supposed to do that once a show, though.
I know.
Well, this is a test.
It is Friday, though.
Yeah.
How about this one?
Oh, dude, that's him. Please stop it. Stop the clip. It's him fucking throwing something.
Well, it's
a great distance.
It's written down here. Not sure what this was used for.
Dude, that is him probably pulling something out of the ground or picking something very heavy up and then hurling it a great distance.
That's what that sound was?
Yes.
I would have to take your word for that?
Yes, you could tell by the sort of missile sound it made.
Iron Sheik does a podcast and he did the whole P thing?
Apparently, yeah.
Holy shit, breaking news.
He does a podcast?
Oh, I can't wait.
Everyone's into
Brand
those.
new Iron
Jesus.
Sheik audio in a couple
Late for
minutes.
the party.
And he discusses the pee in the pants thing. What about this one?
That's your bionic vision.
Give yourself a bell.
Yeah.
And then finally, the $6 Million Man theme song?
$6 Million Man, Steve Austin.
No, well, you got the song? Or is it just the theme? What did they do?
Is it the beginning?
I'm testing you before I play it. Do you remember anything?
I just remember the.
It looks good in NASA on.
Yeah, that's the beginning.
Arm switch is on. Okay, Victor. Landing rocket arm switch is on. Here comes the throttle. Circuit breakers in. We have separation. Inboard now.
And then, she's breaking up.
I've got a blowout.
It sounds like it's from that old video game Siphon Filter. Siphon Filter had that kind of effect.
Selected emergency. Flight com, I can't hold it. She's breaking up. She's breaking.
Steve Austin. A man
Steve
barely
Austin,
alive.
Astronaut.
Oh,
A man barely alive. Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology.
No, you don't.
We have the capability to make the world's first bionic man.
No, sorry. Wrong. Don't get a bell.
Steve Austin will be that man. Better than he was before.
Better, stronger, faster.
Stronger.
Whiter. Yeah. You know what scares me about Anthony? Everything. There's no reason for you to know this today.
No.
Like sometimes things come up in the news, so all of a sudden you'll hear the theme song, then you can bring it on the show and go, "Oh yeah, I know how it went."
Yeah.
But he's not in the news. The show's not
why.
in the news, but you just know this shit.
And I'll be honest with you, I was never a fan of the show. I didn't really watch it.
I loved it. And you know what's weird? It's weird who you have crushes on when you're little and don't know any better.
Lee Majors.
Yeah, he was handsome. Muscular.
Lindsay Wagner. I had some weird crush on Lindsay Wagner.
She was a little motherly, even back then.
I completely agree. But when you're a kid and those hormones are raging, I think you just wanted female. You weren't too, picky about it.
You know, it was another inconsistency I got to say about the bionic woman was she had the super hearing. You know, she had that super hearing.
Yeah.
Yet she had to pull her hair away from that ear.
Oh, no.
Wow. Like it was like she'd be listening for something and go, "Oh, wait. Let me just pull my hair away because I have this super hearing where I can hear like a mile away, but the hair's really getting in the way."
You just gave me a great excuse. Thank you. That's all I was doing on those Real Rock
your
TV
bionic
clips.
ears.
Yeah, I wasn't putting my long hair behind my ear just for the hell of it. I was actually getting some sounds coming.
Okay. Now it makes sense, and it's not douchey at all to watch.
I have a bionic ear. And I was getting some audio.
You were the bionic tool.
I'm a skateboarding legend, my friends.
Better, stronger, douchier.
Don't you forget it. Skateboarding legend right here. All right. Before we get to the Iron Sheik podcast, so you brought this to the table today because of the Lee Majors hearing aid commercial.
Yes, I saw it for the first time the other day. Lee Majors. You haven't really seen Lee Majors in a long time. He hasn't been on TV or anything. And then there he is on TV, and I'm like, what the fuck? He goes, "Hi, I'm Lee Majors." And he's all old and shit.
Right.
And I'm thinking, what does Lee have? What is he doing? Is this like an insurance thing? If you die, you leave your family with a lot of debt. Oh, yeah, okay, whatever. But then he starts talking about this $6 million man hearing aid, bionic ear.
You think, he finally got his phone ringing again, and he got all excited?
I got a part?
Maybe they're making the bionic
Yeah.
$6 Million Man movie, and I got a cameo.
They're doing a reimagining of the $6 Million Man? I'm good for it. I'll do a cameo.
Turns out it's some dumb company that had some stupid idea in some stupid boardroom.
His agent.
And he went for it.
His agent's probably like,
Hello. Yes, it involves bionics. It involves bionics.
it's great. Another part with bionics. Are they doing some kind of a prequel or a what am I doing now kind of a thing? How the bionics are working out?
As he's on the phone getting the pitch, he's already walking to his closet looking through his old $6 Million Man outfits.
Yeah, the clothes.
No, Lee. It's actually a commercial for a hearing aid.
And then he does that Lee Major wince that. Oh. All right, I'll take it. Haven't been doing anything.
Yeah.
Sitting around.
Well, Green Guy from Buffalo says that Lee Majors was on Weeds last season with
Was
Kevin
he?
Nealon.
The whole season?
Probably a little.
Or an episode?
Maybe 1 or 2 episodes. All right, here we go.
It's not like Tarantino dragging you out of obscurity.
No kidding. That Tarantino movie looks solid.
Oh, the fucking Inglourious Bastards.
I want to see that.
No, that looks good.
Way more than I want to see the Star Trek movie.
Well, you're insane.
Really?
Well,
did you see the preview for the fucking Quentin Tarantino movie?
I saw it. It looks good, but I'm a Star Trek
You're all about
fan.
Star Trek?
Yeah,
what are you going to do?
Right now, it's all about Star Trek.
You don't like the public. You don't like being out and about. How are you going to see the Star Trek movie?
I am making the supreme sacrifice.
Are you really?
And I am actually going to go to a public movie theater and watch this movie.
Dude, know what you should do?
What?
For the goof, and it would probably get pressed too.
Uh-oh.
Have Keith start calling movie theaters around Long Island and buy the entire theater for one fucking showing. How much could that be for real?
I don't know, a lot.
No, let's think it over. Oh, maybe they have to figure concessions in, right? What's a movie ticket these days, Dan?
For me, it's about $11.
$11?
$10 a seat.
All right, let's call it $10 a seat. How many seats in a basic theater on Long Island?
Is it 200 or more?
I'm trying to think.
Well, no, it's probably more than that. 300.
And a lot of these movie theaters have it shown on a bunch of screens, so they might even go for this as a little publicity.
Like, give me a deal that I don't want to be with people, I just want to watch it
200
myself.
seats about accurate or more?
Why don't we?
Because that's 2 G's right there.
2 G's.
And then you got to figure in the concessions.
Got a lot of popcorn.
Dude, I bet you for the story, I bet you could probably get it done for 5 G's. 5 G's, you walk in alone on a Friday night into your theater to watch Star Trek by yourself.
With a couple of friends.
Yeah, you could bring a few friends.
But I bought a movie theater.
That's the beauty of it.
I know.
And you say that. I have a movie theater in my house. I'm used to watching alone.
I don't want to deal with people.
You know what? I'll throw in $1,000 for this.
Dude, that's a great idea.
Is there any movie theater out there that is willing to let us buy out the theater for one showing?
Dude, I'll throw in fucking $10 and I'll be happy to chip in on the story Monday.
Yeah. $10?
We walk in.
Takes a big chunk off of the...
That's my ticket.
Lines out the door, and we walk right through for our private showing of Star Trek.
With a police escort like dicks. No one cares.
It can't be that bad. I mean, figure a theater has about 250 seats.
All right, now
at
we're
$11 a ticket. You're looking at $27.50 for the whole theater. That's not even that bad.
Yeah, but then they're going to lose on concessions, so you're going to have to. You're definitely going to have to pay more.
But that
because
doesn't
everyone
matter.
buys their soda and shit, and they don't want to lose that money.
But I'd say, look, then you don't have to pay the cleaning guy that has to come in at the end of the movie and clean up.
I'm just saying they would probably
But people would still
that
buy
out.
sodas and popcorn and stuff.
No, we're talking Anthony in a
Just
theater
me.
by himself. So now all those people that would be in the seats would be in their seats with food and soda and all that. They would lose that money.
I'll tell you why we should have thought of it, because they'll say the shows are sold out probably in advance.
Oh, yeah.
All the weekend shows, the tickets are already sold.
Believe me, those are sold out.
How about, when do they stop showing the damn movie? They
Do
have
it,
to
like,
go home
late?
eventually. So how about we, when they stop the official, public showings, then we go.
We just
Middle
need a
of the night
fan
shit.
that works in a movie
That's what I'm
theater.
saying.
And then, no money. He plays the movie, and we're sitting there and watching.
That's what I'm saying. You unlock the door after everyone goes home, and we go in. That's what we do.
You'd like a Tyler Durden guy that, works in the fucking projection booth.
By the way, when you're out and about, you notice the Tyler Durden dudes are out there as far as the show goes, right? I've been meaning to bring this up a long time ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a guy.
Mayhem?
I don't want to blow up his spot, but it's just a dumb Starbucks. Guy is an Uber fan. I don't pay for nothing, and he gives me the Tyler
Gives you
Durden.
the nod?
He gives me the nod. Like, he must be
Sir?
a fan. he's a fan of our show, obviously, but he's obviously a fan of the movie, too, because he gives the nod, like, no, and says, sir. It's like, no, that's on me, sir.
Yeah.
He gives me this weird nod, and then goes to the next customer.
It is odd.
Have you noticed this?
No.
Just in basic...
I have to leave my house.
Just basic
Keith
doing your
doesn't
shit.
give me the nod.
Just go around and notice. It's out there.
I'm only in gun stores and the police station.
They don't give you a little nod?
Oh, I did get a nod at the police station. Yeah, I gotta say hi, you know. Hi. That was kind of nice. The guy said I come up with my pistols, and he's like, "Hey, I saw you on Hannity."
All right, the phones are lit. We could get this done. I'm telling you.
Right?
Let's do this.
Okay.
I will show up with you. Adam in Jersey.
I think it's Eric.
Eric, it's you. Okay.
All right.
What's up?
Okay. I got a theater up in Suffolk, New York. Has 1,000 seats, and you can have it anytime you want, off-peak hour. You know, as long as it's not planned for the public, I can open it up and do whatever you want to do. And it's really not that far. It's up by Stasberg. Leave it longer.
Well, are you serious? Because we're really thinking of doing this.
No, I swear to God, it's 1,000-seat auditorium. It's called the Lafayette Theater in Suffolk, New York. And if you want to do it one afternoon after your show, or if you want to come up late at night or something, yeah, we can arrange it. We do it all the time.
How about late at night over this weekend? Are you showing Star Trek?
Yes.
It's your theater?
It's not I work for it, but it's
okay.
But we do it all the time.
You know what?
All employees.
You know, one of my dreams, and I still haven't been able to get it done, and I came close when I was actually in Geneseo and had no money. I want to buy an old movie theater badly.
Really?
And show, like, weird shit. Like the old days when we were growing up.
Snuff films?
German scat movies, animal fucking. You're so weirdo.
Remember the old days, though? You would go to these theaters and they would just show, I don't know, like just some movie that had no business being in movie theaters anymore. I want to be that guy.
Yeah, we
and
do
have
all
themes
kinds,
and
we
stuff.
do all kinds of shit like that. We have like horror classic nights, and we show a lot of B movies and do all kinds of weird shit. That's the problem with it is when you open a theater, if that's your niche. There isn't a lot of clientele for it.
Yeah, but if you're a radio guy with a built-in audience, I think I could get something done. I really do. Like, I looked into buying the Northport movie theater when it was a shithole. It was falling apart.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to get the funds up at the time, and now they refurbished the damn thing, and they're doing something nice there now.
Ahe idne, ahe erntbe apike, avhe arste ektre. Orphe ime uvime, earderthe, ankthe uye.
What did I do wrong?
Nothing. I'm talking in Pig Latin to the people out there who might understand me.
You said something about movie theater.
Yes, I did.
But there was I kept it legal, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You want to take my number and try and get something set up?
All right, hold on the line. I think this would be cool.
Hold on the line, man. Don't take it off.
I want to see Star Trek this weekend, but I'm not dealing with those crowds. There's no way.
No, I know. The crowds would be like, I'd be,
I can't stand in line. I'm way too famous.
Yay!
Oh, Randy's right. Opie says we, but Ant never invited him. That's true.
A lot of people were asking. No, you don't get it, by the way. No, hold on. I go first.
I know what you're going to say, but I'm going to say what I have to say after you say what you say, because it's a legit thing.
Somebody said, so did Opie come over? Did you guys go to the range?
Right.
Did you go shooting? Did you go to the movie theater? What happened? And I said, my invitation was, and then in big caps with exclamation points, I wrote, unaccepted.
No, it's not true. I'm waiting. Maybe it's the sensitive side of my dopey soul. I'm waiting for an actual phone call to be invited.
But I invited you yesterday.
No, I'm not a fan of the open invite.
No, it wasn't an open invite. Pull the tape. Yesterday I said, come over today.
Right.
I said, I'm going to be home all day after 1 o'clock.
I'm embarrassed.
And for you to show up because you were going to be on Long Island.
Right.
And I said,
which I was.
I said, come over today. And people were even asking me all night long. They're like, is Opie over?
Yeah.
Did Opie come over?
Yeah.
I go, it's still early. It's like,
I'm embarrassed to show this side of my soul. But I was on Long Island doing my thing, making myself better. Stupid therapy. And actually, it was a good session. And I want my phone to ring with a little excitement, like, And I go, oh, it's it. And then I push the green button, and all I hear is, hey, so you're on Long Island, so what, you coming over or what?
You were invited.
No, I don't like the open invite.
No, it wasn't an open invite.
Yesterday.
In my stupid world, then I ring the bell and feel awkward, like, well, did you mean it?
How many invites do you need to the same occasion?
Did you mean it?
No, it was.
Did you mean it?
It absolutely was a legitimate invite to come over yesterday.
So
I was expecting you, as a matter of fact.
So then what do I do?
Call him.
You come over.
Like, it's weird.
You just go.
It's weird being like a human being.
On the door. The guys downstairs, I had workers in downstairs, they would have fucking freaked out because they're big fans of the show. And
wait, Jimmy, you agree with them this time?
I really do, because
you're sort of with me with the weird.
Oh yeah, I don't like open invites.
I hate when people go, nah, you're invited anytime, and then you feel weird, like.
No, dude, that was a specific invite, because he goes, come over today, or whatever the wording was.
After 1.
But it was
I had something to do up until 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
it was a real invite for tomorrow, like for yesterday. Knowing you'd be on Long Island, he was saying, come over today. And you're like me. You don't want to embarrass yourself
right,
and overextend. You never want to be. Your fear is not like being the guy who doesn't know. Like, you don't want to be the one who's walking around going, wow, I'm here. And they're all going, why the fuck is he here? He's an inconvenience. It's this weird protective thing. I'm the same way.
Like that.
No, you know what it is?
And I say there's an official invite.
But that's why I got so many people that was saying, is Opie there? Is Opie there? Is Opie there? Because it was a legitimate, specific invite for yesterday, anytime after 1 p.m.
Yeah.
It would have been, that was it. It was a legit invite.
I was too busy making traffic videos yesterday.
Traffic videos.
I don't know. I'm out of my fucking mind. I know it. I love it though. Actually, I made traffic videos. I got one I would put up only if the people beg for it, I guess. If you're begging for the dumb traffic video I made.
Footage of cars?
I just made a silly traffic video, but it wasn't good enough to put up. But now if I bring it to the show, and maybe if I acknowledge it's my dumb traffic video, then maybe I'd have balls enough to just put it up there. It's dumb.
Is it really dumb?
Yeah, it's dumb.
How much dumber can it be than Real Rock TV stuff?
On par.
Wow.
On par, but now I just look like an old dude doing the same thing.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, I didn't think that way.
At least we had youth on our side and go, well, we could get better from this point, right? All right, so I guess I gotta come over now.
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah.
Not today.
Tomorrow. Or, wait a minute.
Not tomorrow.
Saturday is, Jimmy wants to, you got an invitation.
I'm going to the Queer's house.
If you have, yes. If you have,
you know what?
An inkling that you want to come over.
I'm more like during the week come over guy.
During the week come over guy?
Yeah.
Why? You have to get up in the morning.
I know, that's the bitch of it.
I go like late afternoon. I say, hey, I have a Guinness. I could do the Guinness. Weekend, then I'm going to feel the pressure of like, holy shit, these guys party their asses off.
Well, it's easier with the tap because you won't see all the bottles.
Do you even know that
around.
I was at your summer party last year?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Someone else said that to me, too,
really?
by the way. Did you even know I was here?
Oh, well.
Oops.
As she's opening the closet door.
What's the matter, Dan?
What's up, Dan?
You hurt?
Why'd you work out?
What happened?
Not really, but I've been out of shape for a while, so I was just, trying to do some things around the house. Just feeling it very badly.
Changing
today.
the toilet paper roll?
Pretty much.
Wow, I really feel it.
Wiping my ass.
Oh, that's funny.
Boo.
I didn't hear it, actually.
Yeah,
you know what?
Keith will be at the door going, I'm having a heart attack.
Having a heart attack over here.
Yeah, speaking of that, Chris C. from Virginia writes, Opie just doesn't want a Rupert Pupkin moment.
Yeah. Why are you here? Mr. Kumi, you're not here right now. Well, I'll just come in and wait.
Me and my wife just awkwardly on your stoop.
You can't stay here.
Right. You come in with a tennis racket and your short shorts.
Anthony, what's your pleasure?
That is probably one of the greatest.
Lindsay's
things
coming
ever.
down the stairs because she was upstairs snooping around.
Yeah.
Like you to introduce you.
Did she come from the upstairs?
Yeah. She was upstairs. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yep.
No, because she was the awkward one in the movie.
Yeah, and then she's kind of just standing there and realizes that, I'm with a nut.
What did Jerry say when what did Pumpkin say when Jerry first came in and was like, how did he try to play it off like
When the first time he thought that.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, Jerry, come on.
Right.
I got the work. I got the work right here. He taps his briefcase. After the party, maybe we could find some time alone to go over the work. And
what happened to that actor?
I don't know. He
a little actor
disappeared.
named Robert De Niro.
He disappeared.
Bobby De Niro. Because he did that right after Taxi Driver.
No,
right?
after Raging Bull.
So it was Raging Bull,
right,
then
King of Comedy,
Scorsese together.
And then Taxi Driver?
76 Taxi Driver was.
Taxi Driver
All right, so
was
Taxi Driver was first.
Yeah.
And then what?
He probably did a couple things after between
Raging Bull was
76. Yes, it was. And 81 was King of Comedy.
Jesus, that's just amazing.
My spine.
That's three completely different characters.
And both were
within a 3-4 year period.
Yeah.
Both were Scorsese, De Niro, which was amazing, too.
And that's Maury in the background. Maury's wigs.
Oh, really?
Face. Yeah, one of Scorsese's pals, I guess. I got this with the autograph book.
Mm-hmm.
And he's showing all the autographs. This is Marilyn Monroe, and he gives all the little tidbits about the autograph. And then he goes, and who is this? And she goes, I don't know. She goes, it looks like a retard wrote it, and it's his.
Let me say
he goes, the more scribbled the name, the bigger the fame. It's just such an asshole.
Let me say hi to Matt on Long Island. Matt?
Yeah, that guy who nods and gives you your Starbucks every day,
Yeah.
Are you sure he's a fan of the show, or is he just a fan of the famous OBV?
You know, Jimmy did the worst thing possible to me. I've never had a V. And every once in a while, people will see me and go, what the fuck happened to your V? I'm like, I never had a
Did it turn into a U? Did it turn into a U?
It was always a U.
A U.
I never had anything close to a V.
It wasn't. I was going to call you the Swimmer Body and Anthony show.
A double U.
You have given me such a disservice with this V thing. When I was anorexic, I almost had a V. Almost. Fucking Jimmy with this V comment. I haven't been able to let that one down.
Ope would stretch his arms over his head, and you'd see the V between the shirt and belt.
Not even close. I never got close to that. People are like, well, dude, what happened to your V? I never had a V.
Never had it.
I couldn't get that now. No trainer alive could get me a V.
No.
It's an impossibility.
You don't have the genetics for
My
it,
genetics are dog shit.
Your genetics
Not
are all
when it
in your
comes to
mind.
calves, Jimmy. Not when it comes to calves.
Nah, my calves are fucking amazing. You know, massage therapists have told me you have great calves. 71.
Really?
Yes.
71 of them. You kept count?
Half of them are
You're
girls.
The first one.
All right, you know what? This whole invite thing is taking a life of its own. All right?
Really?
Travis in New Hampshire. Travis.
Dude, yesterday, okay? And I think everyone there heard this. A, you said that you were going to go pick out your favorite little jammies and bring them over.
Oh, yeah.
And then B, you said that you guys were going to go shoot guns after. Am I wrong?
You're absolutely right.
Am I wrong?
Let me ask Anthony. Are the guns ready to go? Just waiting for me to show up at your house?
Here is
Do you have the guns laid out and ready to go?
Hold on. I just want to.
You sent me a text.
Find
yesterday?
a text. No.
Of course not.
Oh,
This is
where you got this is where it comes over.
Rita,
Oh, yeah,
I want
this
you
is
to meet
great.
the Jerry Langford. Jerry, I want
Just
you
think
to
of
meet
me at
the
Anthony's
King.
house when you listen to this.
Come on down, don't be ashamed. Atta girl. Come on down.
I knew you were wrong, Ann.
What's your pleasure, Jerry?
Hold on. Start this over. Because Ann is the king of movie shit, but I knew you were wrong about this scene.
Why? Isn't she coming downstairs?
They both do.
Yeah, but she wasn't snooping. I thought she was snooping on her own. She was just going along with everything that Rupert was doing.
Wait. She ran up the stairs first, and Rupert goes, I wouldn't go up there. I wouldn't go up there.
Really?
Yeah. And then Rupert followed her, I guess, to get her down, and that's when Jerry walked in.
Fuck,
So that's why they're both coming downstairs.
Because I remember, she was just going along with whatever the fuck he was doing, I know this is too good
No,
to be true.
she was kind of feeling good about it, like, oh my God, this place is beautiful, and she starts dancing. She put the music on, and then she runs upstairs, and Jerry goes, I wouldn't go up there, and he runs after her, and then they both awkwardly are coming down out of,
and then the complete
Jerry's like
disappointment.
upstairs, yeah.
All right, hit that again. Just think me at Anthony's house.
You open the goddamn door.
That was an improv line, by the way.
What was with the door? Jesus. Where are they?
I was going to call the police, but I wait for you. Hi, Jerry. How are you, friend?
Hi, Anthony.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Anthony.
How are you? Just fresh
How are you?
upstairs.
Came
Rita,
by
I
because
want
you
you
told
to
me
meet the Jerry Langford. Jerry, I want you to meet the Rita King. Come on down, don't be ashamed.
Don't be ashamed.
What's your pleasure, Jerry?
What's your pleasure? He's making himself at home. What's your
It's kind of
pleasure?
hot out there. I want to get something nice to drink. Jerry, what would you like?
Just walking through his house.
Jerry?
Jerry?
Jerry.
And
Excuse us for taking the liberty, so to speak, but you know, it's not every day that a girl like Rita meets a man like that. And this is part of your success. What can you do? You have to live with it. How's your golf game? Was it good? Did you finally break 100?
Mr. Lamford, I told them you were not here.
That's right, he did.
Yes, they did, Jerry. They were really very helpful. We took an earlier train because there wasn't anything else until after 1, so... Anyway, I brought the work. It's right here, all ready and set to go. So, where is everybody?
What everybody?
What everybody? Everybody. The guests, Jerry. Let me tell you the truth, I'm getting a little hungry.
You know, I could have the both of you arrested.
You could have us arrested. Well, of course you could have us arrested. I mean, there's no way that we can prove that we belong here. He's great. When he comes up with an idea, he's terrific.
oh, she just realizes right
Really?
there.
I never thought of it.
You should have.
You know what we can do? We set up a story where you invite all your friends out for the weekend and you throw them all in jail.
That's the clip.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
That's the line. That's great.
What's the matter? Lighten up. Let's get to work on that after we work on this, of course.
How did you get here?
We walked in the door. What do you mean, how did we get here? Jerry, what's the matter with you?
How did you get here?
Delusional. It's great.
I think you're upset.
I think you're upset.
I'm going to leave my material here. We'll talk later. You've got more important things to worry about. We'll just take a stroll around, wait till lunchtime.
Did anyone ever tell you you're a moron?
You know, Jerry, I want to tell you something. Ordinarily, I wouldn't allow anybody to speak that way about Rita. Since it's you, I know you're only kidding. He's a real character.
He's saying he wants us to go.
No, he's not saying that.
So bummed.
Jerry,
Got her hair
tell
done
that.
and
He's not
everything.
saying that. He's not saying that at all.
Call the station, John.
Where are you going, Rita?
Look, there'll be a cab here in 5 or 10 minutes. I'd appreciate it if you'd wait at the gate and use it.
Why, you going someplace?
You are.
He keeps tapping him on the
Yeah,
arm,
like a buddy.
too. Like, hey, pal.
Because if I did, could we chalk it up to an experience? Rita? I have my stuff right here. We could do it in about like a half an hour at the most, and then you'd have the rest of the afternoon to yourself.
I want you out of here. I want you out of here now. Is that plain enough?
I understand.
Is that clear?
Yeah, Jerry, I understand. Look, you're tired. That's okay. I'm going to leave the stuff here, okay? Read it at your leisure, and let me know what you think.
Rupert, don't be so dopey. Use your ears. The man is telling us to go.
He is not telling us to go. Will you stop that?
Mr. Langford, I just want you
Tell
to
us
know
she's
that
wrong,
I
Jerry,
don't know
please.
anything about this.
Would you-
I don't even know
tell
this
us she's
guy. I
wrong.
haven't
Listen,
seen him
tell
in
us she's
years.
wrong.
He told me you were friends.
Tell us
For my
she's
sake,
wrong.
I
I know, we're watching a movie on the radio.
It's so funny.
If there's anything I can do to make you
Don't listen to Jerry. She's a girl who works in a bar. She wants to spoil it.
Come on.
She wants to spoil everything.
It's going so swimmingly.
Come on.
Come on. Let's go.
I think this is what Jerry Lewis is probably really like, too.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry can.
You understand English? Take your things and go.
All right, I can take a hint, Jerry. I just want to ask you to listen to my stuff for 15 minutes. That's all. Is that asking too much?
Yes, it is. I have a life, okay?
Well, I have a life, too.
That's not my responsibility.
Well, it is when you tell me to call you and then you don't...
I told you to call to get rid of you.
Oof.
To get rid of me?
That's right.
Okay. All right, I can take a hint.
But I didn't tell you that.
Yeah,
You're standing on the
he's
steps.
saying get out.
Yeah, all right. So I made a mistake.
So did Hitler.
All right. Oh, this is the way it is when you're famous. Now I see.
You understand now?
That's how you guys are, huh?
No, not them.
No,
Me,
That's
yeah.
how you are.
Uh-huh, right.
When you reach the top, huh?
No, I was that way before.
People like you.
All right, goodbye and good luck.
De Niro is so funny in that because it's the way he's hanging on to just this is not happening.
Yeah, this is... No, Jerry's my friend.
He keeps tapping him.
Yeah, he invited me. Oh, Jerry. He taps him on the shoulder like, oh, my pal.
Pivotal scene of the movie, by the way.
What's that?
Pivotal scene.
Yeah,
Yes,
'cause I
that
love
is.
when he
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
he's throwing him out and he's just like, oh, so that's what it's like when you're famous. Like this delusional asshole.
Yeah, oh, that's what it's like. No, that's what I'm like. Get out.
John from Jersey yelling on instant feedback. What movie is that De Niro clip from?
Oh, The King of Comedy.
Yeah.
That's terrific.
If you've never seen King of Comedy and you enjoyed a little bit of that clip, I highly recommend you go check that movie out.
He actually thought they'd sit there and write a sketch about Jerry like having a party and then inviting people, and when they show up, you throw them out.
You throw them in jail.
Terrific.
You throw them in jail.
Yeah, you throw them in jail, right. You throw them in jail. That's terrific.
Pat from Menaki up next on the Opie and Anthony Show. Facial expressions.
Right.
De Niro had a great knack in this for like, I love Gervais in The Office because he makes you uncomfortable. De Niro in this makes you really uncomfortable.
Yes. I have to
read a text?
Read a text from Keith the Cop.
Okay.
This text came in at 8:06 a.m. of yesterday.
All right.
We gonna range today, or is that bullshit? Now, this is after Opie was invited to come over and go to the range and go shooting.
Did you write him back?
I wrote him back. It says, yeah, I'll go.
So
Keith heard the break.
But when I didn't show, why not a phone call going, are you coming or not? I got the guns loaded, and I'm just waiting for you.
Guns are always ready to go. But, no, I assumed you were coming over. See, the ball was firmly in your court.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me get myself out of this. Why isn't Jimmy dancing?
I was dancing.
I was dancing.
I nod my head.
I did
You
a little
just nod your head?
I almost did kind of like a surfing King Tut move.
I just shake my head around.
Yeah, I
like
saw
a
that.
retard.
All right, let's do let's try for next week.
All right.
Weekend, no way.
We'll do next week.
I got to ease into this.
Go to the range.
I chose a long time ago to drop my drinking way
So don't drink. Just go over and have a glass of wine.
Let me tell you something.
I don't drink.
And this is the truth of the
I've been
matter.
to your house for a party. If you're not drinking, if you're not drinking heavy, boy, do you feel out of place.
For a party. I understand. I
Boy,
won't
do you
even
feel
argue.
out of place.
But let me tell you something. Day before yesterday,
Yeah.
no beer. Last night, 2 beers.
Ooh.
I had Miller. I had a Bud Light, and then the Guinness tap got delivered, and I pulled out a nice fucking Guinness. That's great. And then I was done. I wasn't like pounding last night.
You're gearing up for a solid weekend, my friend.
That's what I'm doing. Really,
You are gearing up for a nice one.
I'm giving the old 3-lobed organ a little rest, and then
You feel a few aches down there?
and then I'm gonna cash in two of the lobes. 2 lobes are gonna be hurting.
You feel a little ache down there?
No, it's fine. Ow!
Do you ever think, though, like,
What?
all that alcohol going through that?
I drink a few beers. What the fuck?
You quit. Here's how you know you're in trouble. When you stop for one day, and then the second day, you're like, I only had 2 today. Jesus.
Well, I didn't stop on purpose. I didn't say I'm going to stop drinking. I was surprised I did.
I'm coming by this weekend. I'll let you know when. And here's what it is. I'd like coffee with skim milk to be available. That's what I have.
You will absolutely have that.
You got to get, like, a nice, fancy, like, over-the-top coffee thing.
Dude, I got a great coffee.
What do you got?
Danny, how's my coffee maker?
I like it. It's actually similar to the ones that they got here in the break room, which those singular, those K-cup things.
I want Starbucks. I want a lot of
Starbucks. I have that.
That's right.
I actually want to get one
that.
for the bar downstairs. I want to get a coffee maker.
you could get some
that's
Irish
coffees.
compact for Irish
See,
coffees.
everything
Right.
has to be.
Of course it does.
Danny just brings up, for booze, right? Yeah, drink it.
Why else would you have a coffee maker
Exactly.
at the bar?
I don't drink coffee.
I'm not high maintenance. I'm playing a little part on the show right now. I would love to hang out at Ants, and I would love to go there maybe this weekend.
But,
I don't know. I think I might have to go somewhere, though.
There's going to be something going on
I can't
Saturday.
because it's
and
a
then
surprise 40th birthday party for someone. It's really bad.
There we go. I hit mine a couple of times.
That one was really bad. That was like old school me, and I can't do that anymore.
Oh, God.
Can you just mouth it?
Really?
To me, I won't.
It dumped out, by the way.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I might have to go somewhere.
Where?
This weekend? I can't. I would love to be a dick, but
A what for
this
a what?
person was way too cool to us over the years.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. This.
Right.
And because it's this.
Right. That, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
You don't like those?
I will say the person I like very much, but what you're talking about, I would rather go eat fucking crullers in a peep booth.
They just shove them through the hole.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, either that, I almost said eclairs, but it's too obvious.
All right.
Uh,
yeah, because I've never shot a gun, so we're doing
Yeah,
that.
we'll go down to the
We're
range.
doing that for sure.
And blast off some rounds.
Oh, Iron Sheik.
Iron
And
Sheik.
Lee Majors. Wow,
Yeah.
did we just go off-roading?
Iron Sheik.
Back on the highway. Lee Majors. Anthony brought this to our attention, his bionic hearing aid commercial.
Hello, I'm Lee Majors. Most of you remember me as the $6 Million Man. Those physical abilities were enhanced by bionic technology. And now I'm here to introduce the Lee Majors Bionic Rechargeable Hearing Aid.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Just get old gracefully and just fade away from our eyes.
You can hear your family bad-mouthing you in the garage and divvying up your shit before you die. That's right. Lurk in the tree like a creep and listen to your daughter being fucked by her husband's best friend. Listen to the black gentleman next door make a cuckold out of your son-in-law.
Oh, my God.
That's horrible.
Oh, my God. Didn't Evel Knievel, start doing a scooter thing?
He was doing a
Little Rascal
a
type
little
thing?
rascal thing, and
oh my God,
it just it's
oh boy.
You can easily adjust the amplification level to suit your individual needs. Now you can enjoy watching TV or listening to music at a comfortable sound level for the whole family. With my bionic ear, you'll know when the phone's ringing. It even lets you hear phone conversations without additional amplification. You can comfortably hear loud sounds while enjoying the subtle sounds of nature. Plus, there's never any confusing guesswork.
That's right. Hear those young thugs creeping up behind you with hammers to steal your Social Security check. Hear the pounding of their hoodlum sneakers right before they cave your head in and knock your wig off.
Does he have a wig now?
I don't know.
I don't know if he does, but the old person they're beating does.
You hear him trying to talk over his dentures. He's like, and the bionic ear is wonderful. Listen to the TV without disturbing a loved one who isn't being disturbed because she died a week ago. Horrible. Oh, poor Lee Majors.
Exactly.
Jesus.
That sucks.
It really does. It took me by surprise when I saw it. I was just like, oh, God. It's just that sound. I'll just spit, hoping they don't embarrassingly fly out of your head.
Just hoping they don't tumble onto the floor and break.
There he is. Look at him. There he is for his commercial. Oh, God.
You know what? He doesn't look that bad.
You know something?
He really doesn't look
the
that
YouTube
bad.
video kind of covers up a world of hurt. When you watch that on high def.
Good point. Good point.
Here's the bionic ear.
It's a big Dumbo ear strapped to your head.
Hello? What? What?
That's right. Now listen to things at a deafening volume. The commercial's great.
Yeah.
They show an old man in bed with his dead wife next to him.
His blue PJs and his corpse of a wife next to him. She needs one to just hear the telephone.
There's an old lady yapping on the phone with her pearls. An old guy driving, and he's running over somebody.
And there's he's looking for the loons in the woods. Fucking old nut.
Yeah, he's supposed to pick blueberries instead of just shit into his socks.
Stupid bird watchers. Why would you bird watch?
Bird watching. Oh, there's a blue-bellied whipperwill. Who gives a shit?
Is there a bird alive that you would want to walk around the woods with binoculars trying to get a glimpse of? For real. For real. Let's go serious.
Yes. Raven circling one of those old people.
Vulture.
Vultures, of course. Yes.
Growing up, when you saw a bluebird or maybe a cardinal outside your window, you're like, oh wow, and it was for like a second.
You don't get the binoculars out and start sketching it.
Or walking around the woods hoping to see it again.
I'd want to see
if
like
it appeared,
an
you'd
eagle.
go, wow, that's cool for a second. An eagle, yeah.
An eagle would be cool because they're big.
What else?
Pterodactyl.
Yeah, pterodactyl would be cool.
What? What bird is that important to take a look at?
The nesting habits of sparrows are actually interesting.
Ah, that is.
Why?
What?
I'm lied.
Oh,
they're
Jesus.
horrible.
I backed him up.
I just want to know where to throw the baseball when I see a nest of sparrows. See if I can knock all the eggs out and laugh.
I had to. to perform a birdie abortion at my house.
Why?
Yes.
Why'd you come in it?
I should have just jerked off in it.
Why?
Because a
We used to try to raise those little fuckers when they fell out of the nest, and then they would always disappoint us.
No,
and
not
die.
falling out of the desk. Not falling out of a
They would
tree
get to
or
the point
anything.
where they're like, where their feathers would start coming in nice, and we'd get excited as little fuckers. And then one day, my dad would give us the bad news that they're blue and dead.
Aw, poor little feller. Did you get a shoebox?
We would do the we would do the shoebox to try to raise them.
Did the boys shouldn't have to bury dead birds?
We didn't have the right formula though. We would put milk, I think, on little white bread and feed the fuckers.
Ew.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There was a
bird's nest in your
I went out back and I'm walking around and I noticed I'm being dive bombed by two birds. They are coming at me and going like inches above my head, where it freaked me out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I go back under the patio there, and I notice they're flying around crazy, and then they land on the wires, and they're just watching me. And so I go back inside, and I'm just looking. I go, where are they going? So they're bringing shit, like fucking leaves and stuff, into the top of one of my Roman columns that hold up my patio. That hold up the thing over my patio.
They got some fucking eggs in there, right?
And they got some shit in there.
Yep.
So I'm like, son of a bitch. So I tried just chasing them away at first, thinking, but they got so fucking annoying, and I'm like, this is my yard, motherfucker. So I started taking the little square tiles. They're about 2x2 square tiles that went in the pool, and there was a box of them left, and I just lobbed them up and into the top of the column where she was landing to sit on the eggs, and it made this spiked, fucking barrier of the corners of the tiles that she couldn't get through. And then after a while of just flying around and squeaking, she took off. Never saw that bird again.
Said, fuck my kids.
Fuck that bird. That bird's used my credit card. Mm-hmm.
What up, bird?
I'm Brian Fellow.
Dude, 18th hole, Huntington Crescent Club.
Yeah.
A complete fucking nightmare when I was growing up.
Birds.
When I was caddying.
Birds.
You ever deal with a fucking crow?
She a bad old crow with that.
You'd be walking down the 18th hole with two fucking oversized bags because these assholes had to have everything in their goddamn golf bags. Everything. They had to have 100 golf balls for what reason, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you're miserable. You're tired. It's been, 18 holes. And next thing you know, you get attacked from behind by one of these crows. They would fly low and nail you in the back of the fucking head.
Really?
And you would be horrified because you're like, what the fuck was that? And then every time you went down that 18th hole, you had to look out for the crows.
Who needs that?
And they finally, I think one of the members, it was kind of a Caddyshack moment.
Yeah.
He basically made it loud and clear that he'll take care of the crows.
Oh, couldn't solve that problem?
And rumor has it that one of the members went out there with a few guns in the middle of the night and took care of the crow problem because no one else was taking care of the crow problem.
Yeah, little shotgun blast here and there.
Yeah, you would be dive bombed as you're trying to play golf or in my case caddy for these.
They're
fuckers.
vicious. Vicious birds.
Oh, a horn. Wait, what was that that annoying bird? Do we have that audio?
Oh, that's
Hornswoggle.
Erod, find that audio. Who brought it to our attention? Fan? What's your name, sir?
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Wait, hold on a minute. I don't want to lose this call. Hold on, I'm going to go back to that guy, but Jeff on Long Island has a little something on Anthony's story. Jeff, go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey.
Anthony, you sure the birds weren't going after some hair plugs to build a nest?
They're not plugs. I've never gotten hair plugs in my life.
They were dive bombing, hoping to pull out a few hair plugs to make the nest nice.
No, they're individual follicles placed artistically in the direction your hair grows. It's naturally growing hair.
That's probably why you should still wear your hat so they don't get any of those, you know?
No, I'm actually almost ready for the unveiling. I need a haircut.
You unveiled
really bad.
on TV.
I know.
Why
I
aren't you
unveiled on
unveiling for your
Hannity.
friends here in the studio now that we're all friends again?
Because I really need a haircut, and
let me see.
Like really badly, I need a haircut.
Let me see.
What?
Oh, you're actually wow! I didn't. Okay,
That doesn't look bad.
Jesus Christ, you got a full head of
Yeah.
fucking hair.
That looks good.
It's still, you can tell where it gets short here. This is the new stuff. All this is new.
Yeah,
dude,
all
that
back
is
there.
creepy.
This is all like new.
I would love to
Up
be
here.
like make fun of you, guy, but
It's like it grew in.
Hey, Jim from Taxi, what time does your
Oh,
candle?
I know. That's why.
what about the back,
dude? I need a haircut.
What happened in the back?
It's coming in.
Holy
It's coming in the back.
It worked.
It's just
because I got
it takes a while, but
I
it's-
got a little triangle
it's
forming
good.
in the front here.
It
So get
works.
it done, dude. It worked.
I don't care.
You hear a little crunching when
I
they
sort of
put
care, I
things
guess.
in your head, but
Like I made a dumb video and people were commenting about my teeth. Like I have crooked teeth, and I'm like,
you got to
yeah.
be perfect in this
But,
business, I guess,
But
in
what I don't
radio.
understand is like they're pointing out that I have crooked teeth. I'm like, yeah, I've had crooked bottom teeth my whole life. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're a millionaire. You would think you would get your teeth straightened.
No.
If I wanted my teeth straightened, I would have done it years ago. I don't give a shit. I'm more amazed that people bring it up though. Like, who cares?
Yeah. People will bring up anything if you're,
Like
on
that.
radio, TV, whatever it is. Yeah, so?
I can't work under these conditions.
my top are almost perfect, and the bottom were always crooked. I never got them fixed. I don't care.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wow, people care that much that they got to point out my crooked
You're
bottom
a little
teeth.
false.
And that confuses me. I'm like, all right, yeah, so
They do the same stuff we
like,
do.
like they're pointing out something they think I didn't
That
know.
is true. They do the same thing we do.
We're just that's what we do.
Yeah.
But
we
that's
just,
our job.
yeah, we're just dicks, and they're just being dicks. That's all it is.
But I'm like, but they're pointing it out like I never knew.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I knew. It wasn't important for me to get fixed.
Yeah. I just, like I said, I just did that because I was totally sick of.
I don't know.
Oh God.
What happened?
It was a commercial for something that's apparently going to be on HBO called the Alzheimer's Project.
I saw
It
it
just
in the paper today.
It just said, "Grandpa, do you know who I am?"
Oh, great.
Yes, my shoes.
Great.
No.
But the hair looks good, Ant.
Thank you. Yes,
Really
it's coming
does.
in. It's you get the most. You see some results after 4 months. After 6 months, you really start seeing where it's coming in, and then after a year, it's a full head of hair that you never would have even known because then it's all even. Like you can see, the newer hair is about an inch long now.
That's
around
it?
there.
After all this
After
time?
that- well, it takes a
5
while for the
months, 6 months.
It takes a while for the follicle itself to start growing.
Ah.
So it's not like the hair that's already there and just
Gotcha.
growing. So once it starts growing, then it just grows like your regular hair.
I got an amazing harvest area.
You do.
An
You
amazing
have a big
one.
harvest area.
Amazing.
Apparently they did.
I got
they-
ridiculously thick hair, except in this one little area.
See,
up
you'd
here.
be a good candidate.
I would be perfect for
You'd
this.
be a good candidate, dude.
All right, I'm going to watch you a little longer.
They did a show on it, apparently on I think it was MTV. I Want Hair. It was like one of those shows where if you want something, they try to do it, and it was they showed the whole procedure, and I'm glad I didn't watch it. I was just told about it because they showed everything, them cutting the fucking piece out, chopping the fucking thing up. And then putting the individual follicles, not plugs.
I think where I'm at with hair loss, if I had the horseshoe, holy fuck, I'd be deeply depressed. And I'm sorry if you're out there and that bothers you.
I know.
I mean, a little like thinning, I don't really care about. Like I'm trying to think of another example, like where the forehead like starts way back. Not all the way back, but starts kind of like
further back than it did when you were a kid.
No, how can I explain this? Like if
Kinda
you
like
have
this?
yeah, that would bother me. No,
Danny
that's
Nicholson.
That's not even that bad. Like if you have like, the back of your head is fine, but you're like it's fading like obnoxiously bad. I'm trying to think of
What
a
is your
celebrity.
family? What is your dad's hair? What does it look like? Did he
Yeah,
have
they always
it full
say
head?
mom's hair.
Really?
Yeah, they always say mom's hair.
'Cause my mother has a horseshoe.
Yeah, but
I got two brothers. One, we're Irish twins. Scott's like barely a year younger than me, and then Elmo's. Both those guys. And I'm older than them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, my brother too. He
My brother
went-
Scott at 30, done. He was done.
My brother had a pretty good head of hair up until his 30s, and then that's when it kind of started going. Mine started going like I started really noticing thinning in my late 30s,
Well, that's just natural.
Early 40s. And it was like, it was. But my father was completely fucking like horseshoe bald at 25.
But don't they say if you make it to mid-30s with most of your hair that you're pretty much going to keep
pretty
it?
much keep whatever you have left.
You're going to thin like whatever. But
horseshoe bald guys started going bald in their 20s.
Right.
It just
really.
That's the guys that just have the strip around the head. I mean, they went in their fucking 20s.
Remember those guys in high school where
high school
you were
thinning
like,
hair? Yeah.
That wasn't even in the realm of possibilities for me and most of the people I knew, but there was a couple. You're like, oh my God, he's dealing with that. It's 16, 17, 18 years old.
And that's something. Yeah,
if I had that, I would have.
That's the.
I would be bummed.
Got to fix that.
A little thinning, I don't really care, but if it becomes like a big, massive like spot or something, then maybe.
Medical hair restoration. That's where I went.
Some people look great with a horseshoe, though. There are certain people that have a horseshoe baldness, and it looks great. It doesn't look bad. It looks like that's how they should look.
Did Jean-Luc Picard have the shaved bald head, or did he have the horseshoe?
He had the horseshoe for a while.
He had the horseshoe.
He kept it very, very closely cropped.
See, he looked okay with the horseshoe.
Because it was great.
He looked very...
well, then
distinguished. Distinguished.
Yeah, but then some of the guys that are losing their hair, you shave it down and they look fine.
Bruce Willis is a prime example of somebody who can just fucking shave his head and look fine.
You gotta
see? He had the gray horseshoe thing, and Picard looks very distinguished. English actor kind of a thing.
Funny about some of these bald guys, and then they have hair for a movie role, and they look ridiculous because they actually look better bald. You know those guys?
Sixth Sense, they put a rug on Bruce Willis.
And it looked just ridiculous.
It looked silly.
He had a wig in that movie?
I love it. They called him Rubberneck. Yeah, he had a wig in that movie. Because he had like a full head of hair in that one.
I don't remember.
There were a couple of movies. Armageddon's another one. Look at a picture of him from Armageddon, and he's got, a head of hair on him.
I saw him the other day. He had a baseball hat on.
There he is in Sixth Sense. That ain't his fucking hair.
Oh.
Ron Howard horseshoe, that would bother me.
Oh, Ron Howard has the...
Well, his horseshoe goes down to his ass crack. It's fucking awful.
Yeah, really bad.
He has two wispy hairs, one over each ear.
By the way, what's the movie? Angels and Demons?
Yeah.
Is he doing... I met the guy, and he knows our radio show. Can we get him in for...
That's a tough nut, I bet you, huh?
He knows,
he's Ron Howard.
of us. And he didn't seem to have a problem.
He knows of Hitler.
He knows... he appreciates good radio. He mentioned that he knows of us. He listens,
Ron?
He said he listens to Howard, so he's not like a little nerd.
Uh-huh.
And he's got a big movie. I would love to get him in for that.
It would be... Well, I don't think anybody's going to go, nah.
I wouldn't take him
in. And by the way, Bill Donahue...
Jimmy was
I wouldn't take him. I would only talk to him about Happy Days, season 1. Where's Chuck, motherfucker?
When you had the fake ID made up to go into the burlesque club.
Yes.
And you saw your father there. Did you think he was sucking dick with that gentleman he brought in?
Did Tom Bosley ever jerk off onto Aaron Moran's feet? Go. Yes. Did Jenny Piccolo ever fart a cum bubble on set? Go, your turn.
Don't ruin it. I really think we have a shot at him. I don't know. We should look into
if
that.
If he's doing some press, we could get him and Tom Hanks.
And Bill Donahue was wrong about Angels and Demons. Remember, Bill Donahue's like sacrilege, blah, blah, blah.
They said that about the fucking
But he's completely wrong because the Vatican actually said the movie's harmless.
Really?
Like
the
Bill
Vatican?
Donahue read that one wrong. Yeah, unless I read it wrong.
Who's more powerful in the Catholic Church, Bill Donahue or the Vatican?
Bill Donahue, actually.
All right.
Probably.
Hey, wait, when is Angels and Demons coming out?
Soon, man.
I think I'm going to meet Tom Hanks at the end of this month.
No way.
What?
I was going to try to ask Tom Hanks to come in.
Are you going to really meet Tom Hanks?
I'm doing a thing for his charity, performing at his charity event.
Get the fuck out. You going to actually meet him?
I don't know if he's there. If he's not at his own charity, I'm going to start just cursing.
You know that's a biggie. And what happened to his son who used to be a fan of this show, you fucker? Now that you're famous.
Now that he's famous.
What the fuck happened to him?
Now that he's famous. You
Colin,
said.
right?
Yeah.
I'm so sick of these guys.
He did my hair.
He came in, Colin Hanks came in and actually said, big fan of you guys. My friends in Jersey send me, clips of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Where has he been? It's been years.
No, he's not been here. We lose these guys. They
go away. You know what? The guy's ready to come in. All of a sudden, he wants to promote something. Guy he starts thinking who the fuck he is. Gets that schmarmy LA attitude. He's a big actor. Fuck him,
Why do you think they get those attitudes?
You know what?
Rule. He called me yesterday. I was too scared to call him back.
Schmarmy.
I couldn't call him
Yeah,
back.
fucking schmarmy, dude.
Wade Boggs had it done.
Hey, a Ron and Fez spy report coming in.
Spy report.
Ron Howard is on Howard's show next week.
Oh.
That's from GamerDad.
Well, maybe we can get him.
Can we get Ron Howard?
We're working on it, yeah.
Dude, I met him. We had a really good moment on Columbus Avenue. I think I might have been a little too creepy for his taste.
Hi, I'm Opie too. No, that's not creepy.
I told you the story. It was the most surreal thing. I'll retell it because I haven't told it in a while. I'm in Starbucks. It's like I get up really early, and when you walk around New York City early, you see a lot of celebrities because they want to be out and about before the average Joes are out there. I see a million people early.
Do you really? I've never seen anybody.
Yeah,
that's when they go to Starbucks and stuff before 9 o'clock. They go and hide again. Oh my God, yeah. Keanu Reeves, I've seen early. I've seen the Ron Howard story
At the one by our thing. That me and you used to go into.
Yeah.
Well, we found out that we were kicked off NEW.
No,
not that one.
That's outside Howard's building. The other one, a little further up.
Oh, God, sorry.
What happened now?
I'm just so sick of Sally Field and her fucking breadcrumb bones.
Sally,
that Boniva commercial.
Sally Field was another one. Thank you for saying that.
Why?
I saw her early.
You did?
I saw Dustin Hoffman walking around with flowers one morning real early, wandering around like
the puppet?
He didn't know where the fuck he was.
Oh, that's Madam. Damn it. All right,
Still
you
funny,
got it.
though.
Anyway.
He had a ventriloquist in his head. Was he being Rain, dude? The walking dude?
We're all over the place, but for the people that come to New York City and you're hoping to see celebrities as you wander around Times Square for two days straight, get the fuck away from Times Square and you'll see some real shit.
Yeah, come
That's
to
not
my
New-
building.
That's not New York.
But town.
But anyway,
An adventure.
I'm in Starbucks. I'm ordering. I look over and I'm like, holy shit, that's Ron Howard. I'm fucking freaking out. And I swear to God, at that exact moment, a fan of our show goes, wow, Opie, I can't believe you're in Starbucks. And I'm like, fuck that. The guy I'm named after is right over there.
A real Opie.
It was the most fucked up thing ever. And then the guy's babbling. I'm like, I'm going to miss my opportunity to meet Ron Howard for real if this guy doesn't shut the fuck up.
Come on.
And then I finally, because I was too polite, and I finally left the Starbucks, and I couldn't find Ron Howard anymore. And then I creepily walked around the neighborhood until I found him. About a block away under some scaffolding because it was raining. And then we had a nice moment. And he knew of us, not just the Opie and Anthony show, but has heard the show. Get him on our show.
Get him on. Come on. I like the little slide thing Danny's playing.
By the way, if Kenny doesn't have food waiting as soon as we go to break, I will pass out.
Come on.
Look at the blood sugar level just dropping in front of everyone's eyes.
Danny's on the medical hair restoration site.
Yeah.
And there's a thing where you can look at them when they're bald. People are bald, and then you slide the little thing over.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So you could do half bald, half not bald. If you put it right in the middle, that's Wade Boggs right there.
But they're not pumping up the pictures or anything.
No, that's pretty much it, man. I've seen people that have had it done.
Yeah,
and
see, that one looks bad.
That one looks
the fake hairline thing is where they fuck up.
Yes, there are certain.
Look at that.
Certain types of baldness where it's not going to look as good as it does in other types. If you're covering up thinning hair, you got it knocked.
They say if you're just filling in, it's perfect.
Yeah, if you're really bald.
But if you're building a whole new hairline, that's where they just don't have it figured out.
Yeah,
yet.
like that guy. That's not bad because the other guy went too far down with a hairline. That guy works out pretty well.
I say a quarter inch above the eyebrows you should start.
Oh, that guy had some problems there.
Yeah, that's the type of that's the one I'm talking about. I would be deeply impressed if I had that.
Yeah. That guy winds up. Jesus Christ, that guy winds up having a fucking real Dago fucking head of hair. It looks like he's got Bell's palsy when you stop the picture in the middle.
Why does he look younger with the hair?
It's yeah, right.
Because his face.
It's the MHR site and black guys.
Yeah, but that I don't know about.
Harvest from the pubis.
They're.
Okay. No, they don't.
Time to take a break. When we get back, the Iron Sheik did a podcast talking about us and how he didn't pee his pants.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
A little controversy there. We know damn well he did, but we'll see how he spins that.
Uh-huh.
And when we get back, we'll play this. That's all you get right now.
What the fuck could that possibly be?
Opie and Anthony. It's Opie and Anthony. What's wrong?
Fucking Kenny.
What happened to Kenny?
Wants to help.
Fuck him.
His helping gets annoying after a while.
No, Kenny's very helpful. I'm talking about getting
annoying.
I'm talking about getting my windows tinted, and Kenny has a place by his house that he said is very good. But I'm like, I don't want to go to Jersey, and Kenny goes, I could take your car back one day.
And what'd you say to me? Because I go, I'm not about tinting the windows. And Jimmy goes, what?
You don't get prostitutes. You're a family man. You don't have to disguise, dark skin, blonde wig.
Tinted windows make it look more female, right? What am I trying? I'm going for a training joke.
No, it's not even about training. It's simply about having.
Let me play this instead.
Okay.
I fucked up.
Oh.
What happened?
It doesn't play.
Oh, Kenny, what?
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, if you're picking up the trannies, you got the tinted windows, then they look more female, and I'm really
didn't work that time either.
I'm really heating up right now.
I'm really heating up.
What's worse though, like
There's not a button in this machine to help me right now. Whatever. So you're gonna get the windows tinted?
Yeah, I want to, and I gotta get my truck inspected. I've had it for like a month, but it was bought in Jersey, and I live in New York. Jersey? Yeah, maybe. And
nice work, Lou.
I didn't realize they don't inspect it when it's out of state, so I just got to take it to a place here and have it done in the whole 9 yards.
Yes.
Yeah, there's little things you got to do. But I love it.
By the way, a little inspection story here in New York. Apparently, they're using cheaper materials to make the inspection stickers to save on money, and the adhesive isn't working very well. And they're peeling off within days, and a few people have rolled down their window, and whoosh, the sticker is blown right out the window, and they have to go back and pay an additional $30 to have it inspected.
Do you know my fucking registration
mine's peeling off
adhesive
like a yodel.
Is peeling off. I had to have BMW do something where they actually made it stick to the front. The registration adhesive, I think it's just some guy licked it.
Jism. You just use cum.
Yeah, it's awful.
Potato flakes.
I get potato flakes all over your windshield. Hey, you're trying potato flakes blowing your eyes.
They do. They're like saving money on the adhesive, I think, or some shit.
That was done on purpose, knowing that a bunch of cars would have the stickers fly off, and they make more money. I'm really starting to believe that they figure this shit out, how to make more money.
Yeah,
with basic stuff that is in place already.
If
so
you
it's like,
fuck the glue up,
if the glue is not as good, they're thinking in their head, okay, how many of these stickers will fly off to the point where people have to get it redone? That's an extra $30.
Yeah, $30
times
a
what?
clip.
I'm telling you, I really, I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but I really do believe that they try to figure out.
Well, that's not even conspiracy. That's just
how to
like
get more money out of us.
Scumbaggery.
Right.
That's fucking bureaucratic scumbaggery.
Right. Because they know if the glue's good or not. Come on.
What is this fucking a soldier discharged for being gay? I don't know anything about it. I'm just reading it now. What the fuck?
Well, depends on what he was doing.
Yeah. If he's
fighting a war, or was he trying to fucking,
moves. I mean, it could be a problem as they're trying to get.
Yeah, if he's blowing all the recruits, there's a problem. But if he's just a gay dude, will the fucking can we stop? Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
Guy wants to be in the service. Let him be in the service. I don't want to be in the service.
No.
You know what? Any of these people who are voting, look, military guys, to me, look, you got the right to feel the way you want because you're in it and I'm not. But any politicians or anything who are looking to throw any of these gay people out of the service, that should be fine as long as they are immediately replaced with the son or daughter of the fucking politician booting them out.
Oh!
I mean, if you're that fucking intent on booting a soldier out, then fucking replace him.
You got to replace him then with your own son or daughter. Wow, boy, that's
God, that's irritating.
A little harsh.
Because I want no part of being in the military. I'm not brave enough. I don't want to fucking do it. And look, you want
the heat.
Take dicks in your rear end. I think you're a silly goose, but that's what you do. You know what I mean? It's like if you want to take dicks in your rear end and you still want to go over to Iraq and fight, or go to Afghanistan,
Yeah.
you can drink from my canteen anytime. All right, I'm preaching and being boring. I apologize. Just annoys me.
Guy can hold a cock in his mouth like that.
Yeah.
Drink out of my canteen.
Let him drink testicle water. I love the smell of jism in the morning.
Shit. Yeah, that is you make a good point there, though. Anybody who wants to do it and is volunteering to do it because there's no draft here, what the fuck are you going to say? So what? You like the fucking...
It's fucking ridiculous.
You like other men. Must be nice for them, though. The men everywhere.
Dude, I would love to have a fucking gay guy in the foxhole with me, especially one that loved my cock and balls. He'd protect me to the death.
Oh, wouldn't he?
Wouldn't want to see my delicious calves get shot off.
Stay behind me. Oh, that's a change. That was a butt-fuck joke.
We got Leonard Nimoy calling in minutes. So
really?
We should get to a couple quickies
The original Mr. Spock.
Yeah, we got him for like 4 minutes, for real.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of questions, too.
Wow, man, there's a curse on this Leonard Skinner band. There is a curse on this band.
Why, what happened to him?
Another dude died from the band.
Yeah. How old is he?
48.
Oh, wow. That's it? Really?
Well, he was one of the newer guys.
Wow.
That replaced some of the older guys that already died.
I thought it was one of the original guys.
That's when you know you've been around a long time as a band. The original members die, and the ones that replaced the original members are now dying.
They're dying. What happened to him?
Cancer, the Big C.
Ah, the Big Casino.
The bassist, Donald Ian Evans.
Dead! He's dead!
Does Leonard Skinner have the most deaths of any band out there?
Wow.
Good call.
That has to be. I challenge you.
Active bands who are still going.
What band has had more deaths?
Who's only got
Leonard
2?
Skinner.
What? The Who's only got 2.
All right.
The Stones has, what, 1?
Who died in the Stones? No one.
Early on. What's his name?
Yeah, the guy.
That fucking guy drowned in the pool there.
Really?
The guy. He was a big... what the fuck is this?
Bill Wyman left, right?
Hold on.
No,
Someone will bring it up.
Jagger?
Don't cheat, Ed.
Brian Jones.
Yeah, why did you cheat?
Because I never would have guessed it, and I wanted to be the one that said it.
Wait, Brian...
I'm giving myself a bail.
Wait, Brian Jones, when did he die?
He was...
early on,
He was the creative force behind the Rolling Stones back in the...
Sure.
He died in the 70s?
Yeah.
Grateful Dead has how many? 2?
A lot. No.
3?
No, you got...
Eddie, Jerry,
and
Larry,
Billy,
Ted
the drummer.
Yes, Ted the Deadhead.
Hey, I'm wearing my Deadhead shirt today.
Yeah.
I mean, was there a whole band that just fucking bit the dust? Because that would be the winner.
Active bands, that's what I'm saying. Like bands that are still going.
That is still going.
Big Bopper.
Like one guy, yeah.
I would even challenge bands that went out as an entire unit. Because Skinner had a lot of players and a lot of guys are dead. How many?
You might be right with Skinner.
Yeah, no one's coming up with anybody even close, right?
Someone said, I guarantee the original London Philharmonic Orchestra musicians are all dead. Kevin from Connecticut. You're funny.
All right, here we go. Iron Sheik peed his pants last week on our show.
No, he didn't. He spilt a beer.
We got pictures that a lot of people have seen, and then it made the gossip sites, made some news sites, blah, blah, blah. Then the Iron Sheik came out yesterday and said that it's a misunderstanding. Holy shit.
Sorry, a little distracted.
Her ass is jiggling.
Holy shit. Why are they showing a guy?
Because.
Show the girl again.
What? Why would you go from the really hot... Who is that? Is that the one they're kicking out because they found some racy photos of her?
I have no fucking idea, but they keep showing her strutting her ass on that stage like a beauty queen.
All right. And then
in Saudi Arabia, there's a photo of her smiling, beheading her for insubordinate behavior with her husband.
The Iron Sheik came out yesterday and said that, I'm just trying to move along just because I know Nimoy's going to call any second here, that he didn't pee his pants. He spilled a beer on his crotch.
Of course he did.
And we know he peed because Jimmy watched the spot get bigger and bigger during the interview with no beer being spilled.
That's right. And then I tasted it.
It stunk in here like urine.
Yeah.
It just stunk as like urine, so he obviously took a piss.
Well, he does a podcast and he discussed the matter.
Well, we also made our return to the Opie and Anthony show, who was on the XM satellite radio. Number one, there's a big picture going around on the internet where there's like a little stain in your pants by your crotch area. Did you pee in your pants at the Opie and Anthony show? You know, Opie and Anthony and all them three
I'm scared. Is he
gonna want to fuck us in the ass with his big 10-inch cock?
I hope Is that what you're thinking? Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't want to hear the rest of this. What is he going to do to our dirty asses?
Yeah.
I fucked them with my piss-stained cock.
We have Anthony and all the employees. They get so excited, Eric, and they get so excited to see the other shit, Anthony and Opie or Opium, whatever his name is. So I want to let you know they are good people, and they get so excited they bring for me beer, Bax beer, and Budweiser beer. And I had one of the Bax beer in between my leg, and I accidentally fall down, and that's because my pen, I was a vet. Everybody think maybe I've been party, or maybe something happened to me. But I was okay, except the beer bottle fall down and make my pen wet. And I don't blame you if you think I've been party. But I was not the party. It was a beer bottle. Beer falls on top of my dick. My pen. And that will. So you didn't piss your pants? You just had the beer fall in your pants? Exactly. All right.
Yeah, that's a completely reasonable, logical answer. That you would spill a little bit of beer at a time with no one noticing, and the spot would grow bigger and bigger right on your crotch, and be really soaked. And you wouldn't notice that you were spilling so much beer in your crotch at increments that no one noticed, so the spot could get bigger. Yeah.
All right.
I agree. All right. I'm with him on that one.
He continued.
They asked you to, you always talk about your 10-inch cock, and they wanted you to show it, and some people got a view. I don't know if that was such a great thing for business-wise, but any comments about that? Well, I'll be honest with you. Everywhere I go, people look at me, and they're going to ask me, "Wow, shit, hell of a physique, hell of a body. May I ask, how much is your 10-inch cock? Or how much is your bird?" I said, "I'm 10 to 11 inch, but some of them jealous, some of them not. But I'm really, be honest with you, I'm between 11 to 10 inch, and if anybody want to try it, anybody wants to see it, that's because I have to show them to believe."
He tacked another inch on. Dude, he tacked another inch
He's
on.
up to 11
He's
inches.
up to 11 now. There's nothing. He pulled out his ball bag, and an acorn was resting on it. It was the size of an acorn resting on his big fucking hacky sack ball bag. Come on.
It's up to 11 inches now.
The Sheik is like the fucking minister of information from Iraq.
Yep.
When the Americans came to the airport, we pushed them back. And no, they do not control airport.
No.
Saddam is in power. Everything is okay. No.
Yeah.
Baghdad Bob, what they calling him or something?
As all hell was breaking loose behind him.
Yeah. That is piss.
Yeah, we're looking at the picture again off www.tdd.com. If you go down far enough, you'll see the picture.
And I'm wearing a hat in that picture. That's not my hair. People keep going, "Anthony, your hair looks like shit."
Who's the sweet boy next to you, Anthony?
That would be little James Norton holding the championship belt,
the third.
and like almost laying on my shoulder.
While you're
privileged.
Leonard Nimoy. Is he here?
Leonard Nimoy. Okay, let's go. We got to take him.
I'm too scared.
I'll take him. No. We don't have much time.
No.
Come on.
No.
Oh, God. Here he goes.
Mr. Nimoy, it's a pleasure to have you on the Opie and Anthony show.
This is Rich Voss.
Oh.
Son of a
motherfucker.
Leonard Nimrod.
What's that?
I said, "You're Leonard Nimrod."
Oh.
Fuck are you tying up our
Jesus,
hotline
Rich.
for? We were all...
Yes, we got a hotline, and we got a big star calling today, and I saw the hotline ringing, and I'm getting all nervous, and it's
Ray.
you.
It's me.
He's a Dulkin.
Last night I was
starring in Star Yak.
Yeah, Star Yak.
What's up, Voss?
Last night I was taping a TV show in D.C. It's a black show, right?
Nice.
So, first of all, it's a black show, so they have 2 white comics. Out of 3, they have 2 white comics. And I go, look, I have to go first. You know, I'll be the, like, novelty white guy, but I'm not going to be the thrill is over white guy. You know what I mean? So I'm on stage, and the set's going okay. I'm not killing, I'm not bombing. It's Dick Gregory's up in the balcony, and he's laughing, so I'm happy about that. So a lady starts heckling me from the back, and I smash her. It's no big deal. I smash her, and I've been doing that for a long time. There's no situation I probably haven't dealt with. So can you hear me?
Yes.
Listen.
Don't know if you want to.
I smash her, and she stands up and goes, my son just got shot and killed at the train station. And I'm like, oh, shit. I go, you know, well, maybe it's you, man. Maybe he jumped in front of the train. I mean, but I'm going, man, this is a TV show. How do I follow that?
Wow. Why'd she say, was she heckling you, or was she just talking loud?
I thought she was heckling me because she was kind of far in the back, or she was talking loud, so I smashed her, you know.
Yeah, of course.
I was going, and then she stands up. I go, do you think, you know, after your son just got shot, you should be at a comedy show?
Yeah, that's my first thought. That's the last place you want to be.
That's true. Good point, sir.
Yeah, but in D.C., that's happened so many times, so it's not really a laughing matter. I go, is there anybody here that wants to talk about chemotherapy or something? Nothing.
Oh, boy.
Wow, that's a tough spot.
You bombed.
I didn't bomb because I said to her, I go, there's nothing I can fucking say. All I can do is just light myself on fire and run around this room now to close. But you guys have been a lovely audience, and I just fucking bail.
Was that Martin Lawrence's thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they asked me to do that. I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to... I will not do an all-black show because I'm not going to fucking deal with that racial animosity. I am not going to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the show was going okay, you know, but it was the end of the set, thank God, you know. I mean, you know, then I try to follow with the some Obama bit, and that just, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, of course, why would they laugh at that? Who was the other white comic?
What's that?
Who was the other white comedian?
Oh, what's his name? He used to host BET. He's a funny guy.
Jason,
No.
Anders?
No, you know, one white guy that does black rooms. Jesus. I don't know, some other white guy. He came walking out with a surgical mask on his mouth. You know, I'm not taking any chances.
Did they laugh?
Of course they did. It's a fucking prompt, stupid. You know, but that's just my story. I try to make it as good as I possibly can over the phone.
No, it's a good story, man.
It is kind of good. Well, you guys, I hope you get your call from Leonard, whoever it is. And I'm going to the trains. Oh, Matt Dillon was on my train yesterday.
Mr. Spock, you idiot. Leonard Nimoy is Mr. Spock.
Yeah, so whatever. Okay? I'm not into that Star Trek shit, okay?
All right.
Star Trek.
Star Trek with Dr. Spock.
And he did a show with someone similar. So what, did you talk to Matt Dillon?
No, I just seen he was getting off the train.
All right, we got to keep our phone.
All right, boss, we got to go.
Yeah, Leonard Nimoy is supposed to call on this very line.
He just hung up. So, yeah, we're waiting for Nimoy.
Oh, my God.
Waiting. Hey, remember that guy that...
no.
Maybe
why is Patrice on TV? Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That's, cheating? Is that Maury?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, that does not... Oh, that is an insult.
She's easily a 400-pound black girl.
To that woman.
With a little teeny Gary Coleman man.
Gary Coleman boyfriend.
Yeah. And remember the guy that invented the car that runs on, what was it, water?
Yes, the water car guy.
Okay. What happened to the water car guy?
Apparently he was approached by the United States government.
One of our favorite stories of all time.
Oh, yes. When he started getting some publicity about having a car that runs on water.
Right. Who wouldn't want that?
Of course. So
the government, our economy, the President of the United States, other countries.
He was supposed to have been visited by some gentleman in the military. And I believe... then he went out to dinner one night and was poisoned and died.
Well, they say, yeah, it was something else. But
of course, they say that never happened.
Could have very easily been some kind of poisoning.
Indeed.
And we basically gave the advice to these people out there that shut your fucking mouths. the economy in general would never allow a car to run on water.
No. You could just fill up at the sink.
So keep
at a lake.
Keep your eureka moment to yourself.
Eureka. Eureka!
Because it's only going to get you killed.
Yeah.
There's ways to do these type of things.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
Nope.
When the military wants to come visit and see your car, your water-powered car.
Right.
Say, I was kidding. I don't have a water-powered car.
Exactly.
You don't have to come over.
Stop thinking about all the money you're going to make by discovering this, because it's not going to matter when you're dead.
Yeah, don't.
You can't spend your money when you're dead.
Don't do that.
Well, it brings us to today. There's a filmmaker, Roy Zuper, it looks like, and Shiva Venkat.
Oy.
They're the promoters of the AirPod.
The AirPod.
A new car that, you guessed it, runs on compressed air.
Wow.
Let's see what happens to these two in the coming months. What are you doing?
Now, compressed air, so well, that's interesting, because it would need to compress the air, which takes energy.
Mm-hmm.
Where do they get the energy to compress the air?
I don't know. I didn't really feel like reading the article.
So it's not literally an air-powered car where it just runs off of air. It needs to be compressed and then go.
Let me do a little real fast.
Okay. I'll drink my fucking year's worth of sodium in this V8. Holy shit. I got a note. Went to 5 delis, no low sodium. Dude.
How much sodium in a V8?
725 milligrams of sodium. It's 30% of your daily intake of sodium.
That's what they have to do to make vegetables taste good.
The low sodium is fine. And it's like, why can't they just do that? Just give me a V8 fucking...
Call it a V4.
Right. It's a V8.
Porky York from Minnesota. Those dudes are dead, so dead. Kevin from Connecticut. Rule number 1, ask yourself, will your invention put at least 2 major corporations out of business? If the answer is yes, then you know what? Forget about your dumb invention.
Don't worry, Ann. I'm sure you'll flush your system later. Steve from Bayshore. And rat spit is... I see the visual. Me hitting myself on the head and going, I could have had a beer. It's very fucking funny, man.
By the way, this AirPod, once the tank is depleted, you need to obviously get compressed air back into itself, and you can do that by using a traditional air compressor.
Right, like you would use.
So basically, you're still using some kind
electricity,
of energy.
But a lot less, obviously, right?
Well, it's your plug, so you're running your compressor in your house.
And then how's electricity generated in the first place? And
through burning coal or some type of nuclear or oil plant that gives energy. I think this guy's safe. I think he's safe.
But this might be a Stephen Wright moment, but where do power plants get their power from to run their
fossil fuel coal?
Their plant.
They burn it.
What do they plug into to generate their power?
They burn oil or coal or nuclear.
I don't want a real answer. No one answers a Stephen Wright question ever.
And the heat boils water. It actually makes steam, which runs a turbine.
So why can't we do that for our houses then?
All right, you want to generate enough heat to run a turbine in your yard? Feel free. I think the zoning might be some zoning issues.
Paul wants to tell us how this car runs. Let's say hi to Paul in Jersey. Paul?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Paulie, welcome aboard.
Yeah, I saw a whole thing on this. I think that the guy, I don't know if they're from France, but they're starting to make these cars over there. They pretty much run, they have a compressed air tank in the car. And they give you like a compressor, like an industrial compressor to keep at your house. And you actually have to charge this thing. You compress the tank, and it goes for like 100 or 150 miles, something like that. And I think they're also coming out with like a gas compressed car. Like as soon as it runs out of the compressed air tank, the car has a compressor in it, and the gas engine takes over. It pretty much is a combustion engine that they put compressed air into the pistons, and that's how they run it.
Yeah, that's what a compressor. It's a compressor running backwards. Is pretty much what it is. A compressor is just a piston that compresses the air, and then you do it backwards. You pump air in, and the piston's going to move. So
Right, exactly. All right, guys. Thanks, man. Punch
Thank you,
out.
sir.
Got to the bottom of that, thank God.
Where's Leonard Nimoy?
He's so early.
He's late.
Nimoy at
How could he be late?
9:18 now. He's a little late.
His calculations have always been like right on the money.
Let's ask him
How does
about
that happen?
There's been a garbled subspace transmission.
Oh, garbled subspace transmission. Oh, my God. Someone's jamming the signal.
Everybody wanna
Oh, chicken.
Southern fried chicken. Fry that chicken. Fry that chicken. Fry that chicken.
Does anyone care about the 10 greatest grunge bands of the 90s from MSNBC?
I'm curious.
Are you really? Yeah. All right, name a band. Let's see if it's on the list, Jimmy.
Alice in Chains. Give yourself a bill.
They're on there. I would also say
Number three.
Nirvana is on there.
Give
as
yourself
number
a bell.
as number one.
No.
No?
Oh, they want to be different than number 2?
Let's say Soundgarden is on that list.
I didn't say give yourself
I will
a
say
fucking
I
bell.
know Soundgarden's on that list.
All right, number 6.
They aren't. It's a trap.
By the way, Nirvana was 2. You're right.
Pearl Jam number 1?
Give yourself a bill for getting the right answer.
Pearl Jam.
Number 1 they were?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I don't know, man. Pearl Jam.
Stone Temple Pilots.
5. Number 5, yes.
Let me think.
I want to see if you get all 10.
I mean, how many do we name
You're not
so
going to
far?
get all 10.
How many do we
You're
name?
doing good so far.
Oh, there's some real, like...
You've named... one, did you say Stone Temple Pilots?
Stone
Yes.
Temple Pilots,
1,
Alice in
2,
Chains, Nirvana.
3, 4. You've got
Pearl Jam.
5 without a wrong answer. We do this until a wrong answer. Who's willing to take a chance?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Grunge band from the 90s.
And you guys work together.
No, I don't know if they were grunge.
I
Blind
know.
Melon.
Jesus. Don't mess up our bid.
Well, now it's over, isn't it?
You're a one-hit wonder.
Blind Melon.
Okay, let's see.
I won't acknowledge you said Blind Melon.
Oh, God.
Come on.
I'm grunge.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with... No, that's not grunge. That's not grunge.
Just go.
You know what?
Donna Summer.
Funk, kind of.
You know what? The last 5 are going to be a bit tough. You got the basic 5.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Jane's Addiction.
No, they're not on there. No. It's not really grunge, is it?
No.
I don't know what the fuck it is. Skid Row.
Oh.
Have we heard of them?
You've heard of all of them.
Molly Hatchet.
Wait. The Trees band. That Trees motherfuckers.
Screaming Trees?
Them Trees bitches.
Screaming Trees?
Yes, number 4. Number 4. I like them, but Mark Lanigan did have the fine voice.
White
Coldplay.
Zombie.
Now you guys are fucking around.
Uh-oh.
Number 10.
Kanye West.
Number 10 was a big, for the people that want to play along at home a little bit, Kurt Cobain was influenced by this band.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh.
The fucking, don't tell me.
Mud.
No. They sang.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's on the list, though.
Mudvayne.
Mud Honey.
Mud Honey?
Yes.
You're right. I get
Mud
that
Honey.
mixed up all the time.
But Kurt Cobain was into the Melvins, actually worked for the Melvins a little bit.
The
Number
Sheckler
10.
Teddies.
Number 9.
Number 9?
He was in this week. He was part of another band.
Well, I said that.
What?
Soundgarden.
No, we did Soundgarden, but he was part of another
Oh,
band.
Rage?
No. Oh, Audio
grunge,
Slave?
90s.
That's grunge.
No, I'm just trying to...
My
Stabler.
Pearl Jam.
Oh.
Even though he actually sang Say Hello to Heaven.
Yeah.
this band.
What's the name? The stupid band
It was
there.
a tribute to Andrew Wood, who was in Mother Love Bone. Some members of Pearl Jam.
Dog.
It's Temple of the Dog.
Temple of the Dog.
Yes. Give yourself a
No,
bell.
it's something dog-like.
And you did Mud Honey, so we got one more. And this band is just ridiculously stupid to be on the list.
Oh.
Ridiculously stupid.
Casey and the Sunshine Band? Because that's ridiculously stupid.
Spinners. Scanners.
It's a hotline. So
Yeah, we can't. We got to go now.
chick band.
Hole?
Oh.
Hole.
I actually, one of the first ones I thought of was Hole.
That's ridiculous for top grunge bands of the 90s. Sorry, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's go to Leonard.
What? No, I don't want to.
No, come on.
No, this is what I do.
No. Oh, jeez.
Let's see if he wants to call back now. All right, we'll play this to... See, this sucks just waiting, because now we don't know
just keep talking.
Waiting. 3 more minutes till Nimoy.
I got to pee real quick. I'm going to run and pee.
Throw on some Waiting for the Sun.
Ew, no, I hate the fucking... No, I hate them.
You sang it good, though.
No, I was goofing on it.
Wait.
You squeak that one out without any crap coming out, Danny?
Almost had a problem.
Good man.
All right, I got Waiting by the Doors as we wait for Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy.
Just in case. The just in case.
Wow.
Now, is that more annoying? I just threw out my Leonard Nimoy one sheet, so have fun with the interview. Gives a shit about him. Fuck. What year is this? 1975?
He's in the hugest movie of the year.
Yeah, good for him. Or was that annoying, or is this annoying? What if you had one of those fuckers outside your house, Ant?
Well.
I'm running out of things to play here.
I got it. I got him.
This guy better call within seconds. Can play this again.
Everybody want a piece of my chicken. Fucking fried chicken. Fried chicken. Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
You want another hit from her?
Yeah, I wanted to hear the other one about something about a bubble bath. I'm washing my booty?
Yeah. She's a one-hit wonder. You know when you get into a one-hit wonder and then they have to work a second song, but it's very close to the first one? They just twist it a little bit.
She says, you hear me.
I know. She already did that in a song. Same thing. I gotta go back.
It's the same thing.
I gotta go backwards. Steven from Bayshore, fucking hilarious. He this sound, right?
Yeah.
Steven has rights. Where is it? Okay, is that the sound of Janine folding balloons?
That's good.
Now back to this.
My booty for a while in the club with a whole lot of bug. Big bug, little bug. What you waiting out? Don't get no splash on in the deep end.
It's the same song. She go, I got a tub. I got a. It's the same thing as I got a pan. I got a chicken. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
Fry that chicken is way better.
You hear me? What? Okay. I think we're.
I'm going to blow up this interview. Oh, man.
Right on schedule. Let's go. Psst. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hi, Mr. Nimoy. Pleasure to have you on the phone.
Thank you very much. Where are you?
We are in New York City right here.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes, and very excited about the new Star Trek movie that is out and that you're in it.
I certainly am.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. You've been in so many of the movies and, of course, the original TV show. Yeah. And now to get the opportunity to do this. When you were approached to do this, did you have the feeling like, oh, my God, am I going to have to rehash another Star Trek? Or did you feel that this was something new and different?
This was the latter, very new and very different. I've been around the horn on Star Trek. I've had a lot of different kinds of experiences with Star Trek.
Have you?
Some were wonderful, some not so. Many years ago, after we did the first 6 films, I was sent a script for the first Generations movie. And I was asked to direct it. I really didn't like the script very much, so I passed. I let it go. And now 18 years have gone by. I haven't been involved in Star Trek for that long.
Wow. Are you kidding me? Wow.
Wandering around in the desert, wondering if I'd ever find my way home again.
Hey, Leonard, Jim Norton here.
Yeah.
Do you like the young Zachary who was playing?
I think he's wonderful. What I started to say was that they called me and they said, "Will you come in for a meeting?" I sat down and had a conversation with J.J. Abrams, who's going to direct the movie.
Yes, yeah.
And Bob Orsi and Alex Kurtzman, who were going to write it. And I got the sense from them that they really got it. That they really understood what the best of Star Trek would be all about. And very important for me, obviously, what Spock could be all about.
Right.
And they reawakened in me the original passion that I had for Star Trek when we were doing it at its best many years ago.
Is it amazing to you, and I'm sure you've asked this a lot, but amazing to you that you were there, the original series, acting in it, watching it, and then so many years later, you see a movie with this kind of story, these effects, a prequel to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Are you just stunned sometimes? Do you look back and go, I'm amazed at the longevity of this?
Yes, exactly. I'm very moved by it, actually. I tell people that I've had to see the movie 2 or 3 times because I missed some scenes because my eyes were too wet. I'm very moved by this movie.
Wow.
And I think a lot of people in the audience are too, because it's a very human story at the heart of it. It's a big een movie with great special effects, gigantic, far beyond anything we ever had in a Star Trek movie before.
Yeah, it's. I'm sure Gene Roddenberry would have just been beside himself looking at something like this.
He'd be very jealous.
Hey,
very jealous.
In the middle of this movie, it has great heart with the characters. The characters have great heart. It's
right.
Wonderful, very touching. Yeah.
Leonard, what would you say if you had to talk about Spock? What would you say was the most misunderstood quality about Spock, or the biggest misconception about your character as Spock?
The biggest misconception is very simple. People always assumed that Spock had no feeling.
Yeah.
And that wasn't true at all. Well, Spock had feelings that he suppressed. And I think Zachary Quinto expresses that wonderfully in this movie, because he's playing the character of Spock in the condition that he was in before I started playing him in the series. So you really see how this emotional aspect of his character has to come under control. It's very, very well done. Zachary's terrific.
Now, did they tell you when you became Spock, did they tell you, okay, this guy is going to be this way, or did you kind of create that and suggest the pointy ears, or was that all given to you, or did you kind of, as an actor, make some choices that kind of developed him?
The pointed ears was Gene Roddenberry's idea. He wanted us to know, whenever we saw this character, that there were alien people on the Enterprise, that it was not just a crew of humans, that there were other kinds of species on this ship as members of the crew. As far as the internal life of the character was concerned, we discussed it and decided that Spock would be half human and half Vulcan, so that he would have this constant kind of decision-making processes. I think it's something that we all go through in our life. We try to figure out how to balance between our minds and our hearts.
In the original pilot episode, you show a little more emotion than you ever showed in any of the other subsequent episodes, which is kind of odd. You're yelling. your expressions. Did anyone tell you to tame it down, or was that your decision?
Yeah, I think it was my decision. I realized after I saw them when they wrote the second pilot that Spock was being written sort of cooler, and I decided that made a lot of sense, and I went that way.
What made you do? This is a novice question, but what made you? For me, obviously, what made you do the Live Long and Prosper? Did you just decide to do that one day, or did you go, hey, can you do this with your fingers?
Yeah, I can do it. Can you do it?
No. I mean, how did you come about doing that? Did they suggest you do that and ask you?
No. We were looking for something. We were on Vulcan for the first time, seeing Spock on his home planet for the first time, seeing other Vulcans for the first time, and I decided that there should be something special that Vulcans do when they greet each other. You know, like humans shake hands.
Right.
And military people salute each other, you know. So I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could figure out something that Vulcans do when they meet each other? So I came up with the hand gesture.
I'd also like that. We're just rattling through this because I know you're so limited on time. Unfortunately, there was a time where you didn't really embrace the character. You wrote a book that I Am Not Spock. What was going through your mind?
If you read the book, you would discover that it was not a rejection of the character. It was a misunderstanding. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have called the book "I'm Not Spock." What I was trying to say was, I really am not. I grew up in Boston, and Spock did not grow up in Boston. My parents were Russian immigrants. Spock's parents were not Russian immigrants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm an actor who plays the character. I'm not him.
Gotcha.
Him. You know, that's what I was trying to say in the book. I never really rejected. In fact, in the book, I said if I was given the choice of any character ever portrayed on television that I could play whatever character I chose, I would choose Spock.
Did you, Leonard, afterwards, because it was such a character that's just one of the biggest characters in the history of television, obviously, did you ever feel like it was hard to kind of move beyond in the public's eye? Like
I gotta be very grateful for Spock and Star Trek, because we went on the air in 1966. We're now in 2009. Ever since 1966, I have never had to worry about finding work as an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a big statement for an actor.
Well, I found it after Lucky Louie, obviously. I found trouble, like I kind of get pigeonholed as an actor, and you did some stuff like In Search Of. Was that just to kind of like shake it up a little bit and give people
a different... It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the subject matter. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the In Search Of series. I was really surprised at how successful that was.
Yeah, you fit that perfectly too.
I thought we would go maybe 2 or 3 seasons. We went for 7 seasons. We had a great run.
Didn't you run out of stuff to search for though, there, Leonard?
We went searching for Bigfoot several times.
Yes, you did, my friend. That's when you got me hooked on In Search Of.
Yes, they've actually found him in a shoe store.
Yeah. Your voice was perfect for that show. Perfect.
Now, did you talk to Bill Shatner?
I see him regularly. We're very good friends. We had dinner together, my wife and he and his wife, just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we had him on the show a little while ago, and he's great. Yeah,
he's a great guy.
He has a lot of fun. He takes the whole thing very tongue in cheek.
Yes.
Which I guess you have to after some time. But this movie is just amazing, and without ruining anything, obviously, how is it that you are in this movie?
They asked me.
I don't mean literally. I mean story-wise, sir.
They put the makeup on me. They gave me some clothes. I showed up to work.
Mr. Spock's a smartass.
I like that he's a smartass.
Listen, I have a lot of bills to pay.
Yeah, I understand.
Is it a surprise how they use you?
No, I think they use me very well. I think it's very successful.
Well, we always know that Mr. Spock was the guy that knew those calculations to whip around that star and go back in time, and I'm assuming that happens to some extent, where you must solve some problem that you can only solve by going into the past.
That's right.
All right.
Or the future.
Or the future. Exactly.
Right.
I'll leave it at that. Boy, and I'll take one of Spock's guesses over a sure thing anytime.
There you go. Now you're on track.
Oh, believe me, I am probably one of the biggest Star Trek geeks out there. Loved the series. Loved the original series, the movies. I thought some obviously better than others, but I loved them all. Wrath of Khan, of course.
Great movie.
Just a classic. I don't think anybody ever felt really that much emotion to a Star Trek movie or the original series when you have the scene where you die.
Yeah.
People were crying in the movie theater.
Yeah, there was a lot of that, yeah. But I found my way back, didn't I?
You certainly did when they launched you out in that Ray-Ban sunglass case.
That's right.
And you landed on the planet.
That's exactly what it looked like.
We knew it wasn't over for you. We knew it wasn't over for Leonard.
Leonard, you're big on photography. What is your favorite thing to take pictures of?
Go to my website, LeonardNimoyPhotography.com.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, go to my website. I do what's called conceptual photography, so it's not really about the camera; it's about the subject matter. You know?
And that's been a lifelong passion of yours?
Ever since I was a teenager, yeah. I have a show coming up at Mass MoCA next year, a show called The Identity Project, and some of the images are on my website now.
Now, I have a digital camera. Do you prefer digital, or do you prefer...
I'm using digital now because it's very convenient, and the technology has improved greatly. I grew up using chemicals in the darkroom, making my own prints. Don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, wow, you like obese women, I see.
No, that's a pretty...
wow, that's really nice. Very artsy photo.
Girl. That's very artsy.
Get the book.
Yes, of course. Oh, Leonard, you scamp.
The book is called The Full Body Project. Get it. It's a good book.
What a great way to be around naked people and not get in trouble. That was very smart.
Get the book.
Get the book.
Get the book.
I hear you. So the movie, what did it open last night officially?
Yeah, it opened last night.
Last night, but this is going to be a giant weekend, Leonard. I'm sure you don't need any luck. That's with this one. This is it looks like it's just going to be a home run. Don't agree?
I think you're right.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic. And it's so great to so many years later to have you still involved in Star Trek is amazing to me.
I couldn't be happier. I think it's a great movie, and I'm proud to be in it. So.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. J.J. Abrams is quite the talent.
Very talented guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're very happy for you. We're very happy that...
Thank you. Great talking to you. Live long and prosper.
All right. Thank you, Leonard. Leonard. There he goes. Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard's done with us.
Leonard's done with us after we brought up his nude pictures on his book.
Well,
Danny takes some pretty good nudes.
Danny found a really...
oh, look at his fat chick.
Thank you. That's what I was getting at. And then Danny, finds the one that wasn't fat.
Just get the book.
Get the book.
He showed emotion when we talked about his nude pictures.
Looks like Leonard has the swine flu.
My God.
Hey, look at that.
Wow.
Wow, he's a chubby chaser.
It certainly isn't about the camera, and it is about the subject matter.
Yes, wow.
That looks like the back of the head of the alien in the menagerie that could read your mind and make you see things.
Looks like Leonard is a chubby chaser.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Leonard likes fatties.
Wow, Danny found the only hot chick in the
Look at the one
website.
The one in the middle looked like a Type M planet.
Mr. Spock is a creep. He photographs naked fatzos. Get him back on the phone.
Oh, Christ. That's fantastic.
What a weird
I'm
guy.
not Spock. Get that fat bitch. Get them all to dance in a circle, and I'll snap it.
What's this book called? Babar the Elephant? These are fucking bunch of ugly fat chicks taken in black and white. How about you show harpoons?
Fantastic.
What the fuck is Leonard up to?
I don't know. He really liked that episode, that movie where they had to bring the whales back. Something stuck with him.
Holy shit! Not only are they fat, they're disgusting.
Yeah, they're not good-looking fat.
And,
hey, more power to Leonard, man. He's
he likes fatties.
He's no kid, and he's there photographing some nudes. And then they're not all fat. That one picture you showed at first, the girl with the little bit of bush there, that wasn't bad.
The title of that series was called The Full Body Project.
Yes.
Then he's got other nudes that aren't so atrocious.
Yes, not pigs.
Well, he's got the big hairy
classic
bushes.
nudes, this is.
A lot of hairy bushes.
That's
Are those
a nice
old pictures
body
or
right
new
there.
pictures?
That chick's got a nice body on her. What are you kidding?
Yeah, that's a nice, a definite nice...
Spock. Mr. Spock. Spock, why?
Oh, look at that one.
The fat chick. Spock, I want you to stop with the fat broad. I'm appalled by the fat chick.
What about,
we should have asked him.
Well,
you like the news?
I don't enjoy Leonard's books at all.
Why not?
Well, they all seem to be
the
lacking
beauty of the female
something.
body there.
Although there is a lot of the person there, they do seem to be lacking something that I enjoy. I like them fat too, only they're called cocks.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wow, oh my. I'm laughing at the nude women. Why is there nothing between their legs? It's silly. There should be something there.
No, that's a wonderful thing.
I'll bend over, and you play Photon Torpedo, and I'll play Target.
I like the fact that we act like gay guys don't know what a vagina is. Like gay guys don't see a pussy and know that it's not just a missing dick. My God, that's a deformity.
It's funny that way, though. Where did your cock go?
Like they have no, like they only think cock exists. Like we understand the whole world around us. We like pussy. But I like the fact that with gay guys, everything is cock. Where's your hat? Is it shaped like a cock? The balls can cover my ear. It's like they don't have anything but cock on their minds.
Yes!
Like everything that, like a hot dog, they can't eat it. They have to suck it and sit on it. Regular guys can eat a taco without licking it like a pussy. But if a gay guy has a corn dog, shove it in my asshole. It looks like a cock. No, but there's no words that they can't look at as words. Hey, you want to play baseball? Only if there's two of them on my nose and a bat across my face. Cock and balls, balls and cock. Jesus Christ. What's that? That's a hole in the person. No, it's a vagina, gay guy. I didn't know that.
You're so right, though.
Oh, damn. Oh, we awful.
But it's like we don't, like a gay guy doesn't know what tits are. Hell, what are those big things on that man with no penis? Why is that man with no penis pushing a baby out where his penis should be?
Holy shit. God damn, we are complete assholes, man.
You're so
you are
right, though,
absolutely right.
Oh, the gays are fed up with us.
Wow. Wowie kazowie.
We never got out of junior high school.
It's silly.
When it comes to that shit. Is Jason Ellis coming on the show today?
Dummies.
I
already
so.
canceled.
Did he cancel?
No.
Oh, he's here? Cool. We'll talk to Jason Ellis next. He does a fine radio show for Faction, and we give our listeners a taste on the weekends. We do like the best of Jason Ellis.
Hey, how long did we have Leonard for? How long did we talk to him for?
A long time. 10, 12 minutes.
10? Okay.
Yeah, we got twice the time as everybody
Did the
else.
publicist chime in or no? Oh, okay. We could have kept talking until we were just running out of steam.
Nah, he was done with us.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know. He was...
My favorite moment
That's
was...
what I could tell he was done.
Everyone's asking if I wanted to blow up the interview. I had nothing.
Anthony was funny when he went.
I had nothing.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. I had to.
That was really fun.
I just had to.
I had nothing.
You think George Takei talks into a phone, or is he just talking to a cock and balls and yell, hello, hello? I'm gay. I don't know what a phone is.
You gotta develop that bit for the stage. That is
good,
so
man.
true, man.
Holy
Well,
shit.
she's gonna put it in his ass.
Yeah.
Because he's gay, get it?
Yeah.
Because that's what they do.
Like he's on the ship, and they're going to fire torpedoes, and of course, because they're cylindrically shaped, George Takei goes, shoot them into my asshole, even though that would kill me and everyone on board. Like a big metal dick.
But I can't help myself.
Silly.
We're breaking.
Oh, God damn, that is
Breaky
too
break,
funny.
and then Jason Ellis from Faction.
Portfolio.
Huh?
He was a UFC MMA guy, too, right?
He did his first fight. Yeah, this guy's the real deal. He's got his hands in a lot of things, man. A motocross, little MMA. He's a national talent on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
His father was a motocross guy too, I think.
Oh, yeah?
What else do I know about Jason Ellis?
You got a man
obsessed with him.
crush? Jesus.
He's 5'9".
He promotes blowing your load on your chick's face. That's one of his best bits on his show.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We'll talk to him about that.
Where else you supposed to come?
Huh?
Where else you supposed to come? The face or the hair? It's up to you, Toots. It's the name of my autobiography.
You can hang with Leonard Nimoy because he's been photographing Toots's.
Yes. I like a fatty.
Oh, my.
God, I wish we could have got into
What
that
is
with him a
that?
little bit more.
Yeah. So how long you been a chubby chaser?
I don't understand. There aren't any scrotums.
Yes.
Why would these people be walking around? They must be alien race. That they don't have scrotums and a penis.
And just the fact that we don't think that George Takei ever thinks of holding his husband's hand or kissing him on the cheek.
No,
it's all
right
dick in the shitter.
Right to the fucking.
That's all
Let's
he
get
thinks
right
about.
into the fucking.
All right, we'll break.
I love it. Too funny.
And we'll talk to Jason Ellis. We might talk to Imus today. Sorry, I'm talking about Mike.
Yeah.
Because he's doing his charity thing.
Yeah, the charity It's the CJ Foundation for SIDS. He's been doing it for years. And they get support at that station, but it was like, the fan, everyone was involved. But
At a fan?
His new station, everyone's not involved.
That's why, whatever, getting back to the Army situation, you know, a lot of scumbags in that situation. They yanked him off the air right before his charity.
It is amazing.
Right before he was going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Kids with cancer, the pieces of shit.
They couldn't even wait and go, all right, you know, do your charity thing before we, kick you to the curb. And how is that helping society?
Over a joke, they
Reverend
cost
Al,
cancer kids money.
Reverend Al, how does that help society,
Good
by
job.
the way? And why doesn't anyone bring that up in the equation? That Reverend Al insisted he gets fired immediately, knowing that he was about to do a charity event where he raises hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Sharpton's,
did that really help society? Al!
Sharpton's big protest, New York Post, was a bust. So if those feminine fucking lawyers would have just stuck with it and not pussied up, the whole thing would have went away.
Yeah.
Fems.
Amazing, though. Amazing that they didn't give a shit that, you know, that
sickening
that
corporate
sick kids
fruits.
weren't going to get their charity contributions because you got to fire the guy immediately.
Fucking, we are a politically correct
Disgusting.
country of fucking jizz buckets.
More jizz next.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Wish I could do his voice.
Oh, my.
I could do it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yes.
Not bad.
Not bad.
You're doing a good Sulu.
I like Sulu.
Sulu.
I can't get as deep as you.
I'm just.
What is something he would say?
I, Captain.
Captain.
Power up the ships, Captain! I'd like a dick in my backside! I have Asian eyes and small genitals!
That's it.
That's perfect.
That's uncanny.
Somebody put Mr. Spock's pointy ears in my rectum! They're like little pointy penises on his head.
That's right, Captain.
Oh, shit.
That's right, Captain.
Aye. Warp factor 1, sir.
Sir.
Aye.
So I can't do it.
Mr. Chekhov is unclipped! I noticed that at the urinal! I sure would like to suck it!
Ted Sulu.
Yes, Ted Sulu.
That's my brother, Ted Sulu.
Yeah.
Sulu.
He's a little odd.
Bones, help me! There's a gerbil stuck in my hidey!
You must love Bones.
Yes, I certainly do!
He's got a big bone.
I have to go to sickbay to see Bones.
I guess he saw Bones and then went to sick bay. Boo again.
No, the best part of that was Danny's "Get out of my way, Gem coming." Fucking Danny's mic's up against the window. He jumped up and crashed in like, folks, where do you get a load of this?
Okay, faggot, what's next?
It's funny you should ask, sir.
All right, why don't we break and regroup?
What is Steve doing out there? Pointing to his stomach.
He's talking to Jason Ellis.
Yes, this is really all me.
Opie and Anthony, stay there. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. In studio, Jason Ellis.
Oh, how's it going, mate? How come? Oh, I don't have any guests that are really famous, but that's pretty cool how you have that button. I didn't. You know what that even means?
No.
It means fucking shit up.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It used to be like a thing where we did it all the time because we would beat up security guards. It always worked out when we go street skating because I was like a bigger guy for skateboarders, so I was the toughest skateboarder in the world, which wasn't really an achievement because they're all little pussies. But every now and then security would come because security obviously are, as you know, cocksuckers who try to be police officers and didn't work out, so they're just trying to bum out little kids that are trying to skate.
Right.
So I would confront the security guards and you know, I'd give them the pump fake because I really didn't want to fight them, but I'd be like, I'm a pretty big dude. For all you know, you could lose this fight and all my friends could hit you with skateboards. So that was the Red Dragons. We had the little sign, and it's like this fucking T-shirt right here, and we'd all, you know, scream Red Dragons when we would throw it. We did some stuff back in the day, not now, but when I used to drink and stuff, I would throw things through plate glass windows and, you know, ram Taco Bell and stand on people's car windows and focus them. This is when I was an asshole.
Yeah.
When you were an asshole. Yeah, well, now I'm sober and I realize that that's completely unfair. You know, I don't throw my gum on the street because I know it's bad for the environment and all that kind of shit.
You still want to do all that
I
stuff.
don't. I do not throw my gum. Sometimes I will hold it in my fucking fingertips waiting to find a fucking trash can.
Really?
Yeah.
I see people litter, and I just wish that I could fight, so I could just walk up and take what they just littered and smash it in their face. It drives me nuts. Yeah, I'm the same way. I just like
littering bothers you.
But yeah, it's a fucking self-centered concept.
Yeah,
not a big litter.
Yeah, when I see it come out of the window on the highway, I'm like, really, you motherfucker? Like, really, that's your deal?
That actually bothers me a lot. Yeah, absolutely.
Gum on the sidewalk in New York City. All right, I could see that, but on the side of the road, like I'll roll the window down and just hawk the gum out of my mouth.
You're still a rebel, though. Obviously,
I'm out of control.
See, there you go. No, because now it's escalated to because I have a kid and stuff. Sometimes if my kid pisses on his own face when I'm trying to change his diaper, I'll scream Red Dragons because you got to take what you got to get when you.
Yeah. Listen to this feedback. Shane Schneider from Philly. Hey, Ope, I've been hooked on the Ellis Show since November last year and listened to him a lot. Any chance of the show getting on 202? So I don't have to change the channel.
Too lazy to change a fucking channel.
Yeah. But he's on. But we do a little best of Jason Ellis.
Not necessarily the best of.
Not necessarily.
Just to cover me in case I suck that particular Saturday.
See, we call it the worst of. So then people can't go, hey, man, that's not your best shit. Well, of course not. It's called the worst of.
We're so tricky, aren't we?
We're clever.
So complex.
How it works.
Jimmy, you have something in common with Jason Ellis. Sort of.
Oh, shit.
Remember
when came back?
Oh, no.
Remember when China came in?
Oh, yeah.
And we were all about not wanting to have sex with her, but you wanted to have sex with her?
I just liked her big pussy.
Well, yeah, it's not really that big.
Wait, the clit's not that big?
Did I what?
The clit's not that big?
Nah, not really. I mean, that's what I was looking for, because I had this weird feeling that I was fucking a dude.
The clit is giant.
It's not that giant. I didn't really see anything that giant.
From the videos we saw, it looked very big, but...
maybe it was just my angle. I didn't really study it either, because it wasn't really the most flattering vagina I've ever seen in my life. It was
what about grabbing that ass? Like,
she has a flat ass. She has a flat ass. She's got a fucking ass like a dude, god damn it. I fucked a dude, pretty much.
A flat ass.
The gnarliest thing was she was on top of me, and at one point, and I hate this because I'm married now, and my wife hates... I don't blame her. It's disgusting.
Like fuck
she's a nice person. She's got a drug problem, and she's fucked herself. So I feel sorry for her in a way.
True.
So I don't want to disrespect her too bad. But when she was on top of me, I was holding onto the back of her arms, and I was like, I train MMA, and I'm like, wow, I'm really holding onto a dude right now. I'm just really glad that it's my penis that's in her, and her penis isn't in my ass.
Oh, there's the clit picture from China.
Whoa, that's see, fuck, I didn't want to see that.
You did. Oops.
Now, oh my god, looks like a little penis.
Yeah, did you wear a bag when you fucked her?
Yeah.
See, that's where we differ.
Rookie.
Yeah.
That's not Red Dragons right there. If I had skinned her.
It's not Red Dragons.
But she woke up in the middle. She had like a servant kind of a person there, and this weird. Her room is all weird with all curtains, dark curtains, and some weird fucking dog that was trying to nuzzle in there, and she was taken as an Ambien so that she could go to sleep, and
drives girls crazy.
She in the middle of the night she woke up. And I think she was throwing up, and her maid or whatever, her helper or assistant or whatever the fuck she was helping her or something. And I'm in this bed, and I'm like, oh my god, like what have I done? You know what I mean? I can't believe. But, I was single, and I was really bummed out about my whole relationship with my wife, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to fuck a dude. That's going to really make me feel better about myself.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's one of those things where you start to regret it right after you do it. But I'm still there, and I'm in this house, and then she comes back into the bed. I fall asleep again, then she's back in the bed, and she's on me, snoring, and I wake up, and I can't get her off me because she's so fucking heavy, because her arms are really big, you know what I mean? I was like, fuck. And I didn't want to wake her up. And then she woke up from me moving her arms. She started singing that Britney song, the Give Me More songs that had just come out. Oh, baby, baby, give me more. And I'm like, oh, my God, no, please. And it's on me, grabbing me again.
Fuck, what a lunatic.
And I was like, I really can't do it again. I just want to go to sleep. And then I can't remember. I blacked out on whether I didn't do her or not. I'm pretty sure I didn't do her again. But then in the morning, I tried to get up and leave, and then her maid came in, and she was doing a phone call because her name she'd finally got her name legally China.
Yeah.
So she was a little bit famous again. So she's doing a radio interview, and I was putting my pants on, and she was like, yeah, being China. And then she's like, wait, where are you going? She dropped the phone for a second. I'm like, I've got to go. Like, I'm fucking, you know what I mean? I got a lot of shit I got to do. And then she was like, but wait. And then she did the phone call thing, so that would I could get my t-shirt on, get my shoes on. And then I started to walk out. She starts coming out of the room. I leave the apartment. She leaves the fucking apartment on the phone, nude. I run down the corridor
Holy
and press the
shit.
button on the elevator, and then I get in the elevator, and then she's talking on the phone, and she starts running because she realizes I'm in the elevator, I'm leaving.
Right.
She starts running towards the elevator, and I'm just waiting for the fucking. I'm trying to look nice, like I don't care, and I really aren't. I'm not running away, but I'm like, fuck. If this fucking door doesn't shut, and then she gets in here, and then it shuts. I'm going to fucking punch her in the head on a radio, whatever radio show she's on. And the door shut, and that was it. And then she tried to call me for like a month, but it wasn't really worth it, Jimmy.
How many loads did you give her?
2.
Oh, okay, cool. How'd you meet her? Like, you were friends with her first?
Radio show.
Oh, okay.
She was on my radio show, and she fell in love with me. Because I gave her a chance. You know what I mean? I looked into her eyes, and I was like, I could tell. You know what I mean? You've been called a dude. To be called a dude and to be a girl would be very rough.
Yep.
You know?
And then, you know... You offer
I
up
sympathize with her.
But in the end, you realize she's a dude, so.
Yeah, maybe.
In the end, you kind of did realize, hey.
I don't know what's going on there.
Dude.
She had a vagina. I'm absolutely positive it was a vagina.
Yeah, I would have fucked her, man. I don't blame him.
But it seems like she's like right in the middle.
Big titties.
Big titties, big.
She's got big lips and
big
stuff.
Traps and then big, you know.
She's very
tries
horny.
and-
She's very horny. She was really, really into it.
Did you eat her ass?
No,
would've been
no,
her
I didn't.
ass.
I didn't lick her vagina either. But she was really like blowing me a lot.
Oh, nice.
Still kind of trying to blow
nice.
me constantly the whole night. I was like, okay, thank you.
That's pleasant. That's good.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, if I was the only thing I feel weird about now is because I'm married and I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to like tweet my wife or MySpace my wife. Dude, your husband's talking about fucking China right now. That's the only thing that I worry about because I love her and I don't want to bum her out. But at the end of the day, I am who I am, and I did fuck a dude. Red Dragons.
Red Dragons.
Red Dragons!
Nice. Can we move on now?
Yes, we can. Sure.
Was she submissive or dominant sexually?
She was submissive.
Actually, that's not surprising because a big dominant chick like that probably wants her hair pulled, wants to be spanked, have her nipples pinched. Yeah.
Yeah, she was kind of crying in pain at first.
Well.
From the sex or from the spanking?
From me jamming her.
Oh, wow.
I've got a huge penis.
Do you?
All right.
Yeah. But she was
Like
sort of
the Iron
crying and
Sheik?
bitching about it at first, but then she succumbed to it.
Then she relaxed.
But she was moaning about it a lot.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
For the people that don't know, you gotta describe your show. You're on Faction every afternoon.
Yeah, I'm on Faction. What is it? 3 to 7, East Coast. Shows about it's kind of like your show except an amateur version. You know, I call myself the future because when everybody else has done their deal, I want to be the king of all this fucking bullshit and get a Porsche or a Lamborghini and. You know what I mean? Maybe get on TV, get exposed too much, and fucking shave my head, even though I don't have any hair. You know that whole thing. I want to get on crack again. But it's about everything.
Aspire to.
It touches the MMA world because I've had. I've had a pro fight.
You had your first pro fight.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
How'd you do?
I won.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm undefeated. I had a boxing fight. I had an amateur boxing fight, and I retired. I knocked the guy out in 90 seconds, so I'm the amateur Rocky Marciano. And then I moved into the MMA world. And I beat that motherfucker. It was actually weird because he was a submission specialist, and I'm definitely more of a striker. And in the first 20 seconds, he got me on the ground and was trying to submit me. And I remember looking over at my corner, and I was like, this is not what we fucking trained for. What the fuck's happening?
Punch somebody.
Hey, coach, get this cocksucker off my back. It was terrible.
Who's, what weight are you?
185.
What's that translate into?
Middleweight.
Is that heavier than...
Anderson Silva.
Okay, we had Matt Serra on yesterday. You heavier than him?
Yeah, I had Matt Serra on my show right after you guys.
Okay.
He was actually a little bit bumped. For a second there, it got a little rocky because I said he had a fat head. Like a big, I was like, you're a deformed dude with a humongous head. And he was like, your head looks like a cock. And I was like, my head really doesn't look like a cock. You're just saying that because you're taking it the wrong way because I said you have a humongous head. Your head is humongous.
You could have.
My head does not look like a penis.
You could have went at it right there.
There's no way. I know how to fight against a guy like that. The door was right behind me. There's no way that dude would have caught me.
You want no part of fighting?
I want no part of fighting Matt Serra.
No, run away.
I'm a pro MMA fighter, but there's pro MMA fighters, and then there's dudes in the UFC
who will just fuck you
fucking
up.
kill you. Like you guys are so bad that they would take mercy on you. I would actually annoy him enough for him to inflict like really bad damage to me.
Yeah.
Like you would tap and he would let go. I would tap. He'd be like, "Oh, really? Fucking, I'm a pro MMA fighter on the radio."
Just enough to get a beating. You know, just enough to really
like maybe graze him and annoy the shit out of him for him to crush my face.
Like me, he could bitch slap, and I'll go, oh!
Yeah, he would belittle you.
Bitch noise, I'll go, oh! And he'll leave me alone.
Yeah.
You will try to fight back a little, and it will make him mad.
Yeah. No, I would do something stupid like put him in my guard. He'd be like, oh, yes. So you know a little bit about the MMA world. Well, have you ever seen this fucking move, you dickhead?
And then you wake up at Christmas.
Yeah, I wake up with my nose off the side of my face. And
you know you're a pussy when a man slaps you, and the first thing you do is go, dude, what the fuck was that about? Like, you don't strike back. You try to solve the issue.
You talk it out.
So just strike you
he
again.
already slapped you.
How about Rampage? Would you tangle with him?
Fuck no.
What, you mean really fight Rampage?
Yeah.
No fucking way. Rampage is 10 times gnarly. Rampage is a heavyweight, or light heavyweight, but he walks around 230 pounds or whatever, and he has, like, Matt Serra is a ground guy who has a heavy punch. Rampage is a fucking destroyer. He's not even an MMA fighter. He's just a fucking animal.
He's a...
He has no ground game or anything. He just wants to punch you in the face. He's like, here's the deal. You punch me, and I'll punch you.
He's a strong fucking guy, man.
He really is.
I was watching at the only fight I've ever gone to was the Forrest Griffin Rampage fight, which I still don't think that Rampage should have lost his belt, but whatever. And he was in some kind of a move, and he picked Forrest Griffin up. Like he just picked him up and slammed him to the ground.
That's
like,
his go-to move.
You should not be able to pick up another man and slam him down like that.
No, when these guys when they put their weight back on, when they're back in the ring, those light heavyweight dudes, they're at least 220. And they'll do, because his move is when he's standing over the top of you, he'll put his hands in there for a jiu-jitsu guy to lock you up so that they can submit you. They're looking for a triangle or an armbar, and he on purpose gives you that so that you try to lock it in, and then when you lock it in, and that means that their legs are around his shoulders, then he will lift you up in the air. He did it in Pride a long time ago and knocked the dude out. It was a famous move that he did. The guy had him in an armbar, and he just stood up with the guy, like lifted him from the guy's, 220 pounds around his neck, lifted him up in the air, and fucking dropped him, and the dude was out before he punched him again.
Jesus.
The best move I've ever seen, the one that should have resulted in paralysis, was the fucking the Fedor Kevin Randleman. The suplex. Did you ever see that where he drops Fedor back on it? We've all seen it where his neck.
On his
Didn't
neck,
do anything to him at all.
Nothing.
No, nothing.
He tapped him a fucking minute later. He tapped big stupid Randleman.
The guy should be breathing through a tube and steering a wheelchair with his fucking pinky.
You take the good with the bad, though. Like, that guy didn't pull a face when he landed on his head, but think about how entertaining that dude's life is.
So
you know what I mean? Like, his face looks like that when he's got, like, 5 Russian whores on his nuts. He doesn't give a fuck about anything, and he's not happy about anything. Nothing's exciting. Nothing's great. I am world champion. I cannot be... He's boring.
Did you have Fedor on your show?
No, I don't want to have Fedor on my show. He doesn't talk.
He was intimidating as hell. He had a Russian translator, and it was intense, right?
Translator could just say whatever he wants.
Yeah, we're like, make sure you translate
you interview
this shit
the translator.
right.
I think it'd be better if you just poked him with a stick or something on video.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like a creature.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, fuck.
If you had a big ape in the middle of the studio, like in a cage, and you could stab him with some shit, maybe throw a water balloon at him just to see what would happen.
We had a lot of laughs going on that day. The best we could get was like a slight smile out of him.
Yeah, it's in the translation too. I mean, I thought he was very friendly. He wasn't intimidating.
He was intimidating.
But it was not that he couldn't have been. But he seemed like he had a very gentle vibe to him, which was bizarre.
I think he's a very calm guy. I think the key to a lot of MMA victories is the stone cold calmness of it all. I think when people get carried away and start throwing punches for their life or for aggression or any of that sort of stuff, it's when you lose the sight of what it's all about. It's a science, and the calmest guy usually is the guy to win. Not to mention, when your heart rate's up, you gas out quicker. So that's, the Chuck Liddell's, in his heyday, very calm. You know what I mean? And that's why Fedor was that guy that was under extreme pressure because people always knew, like, if you can go fully attack this guy with everything you've got, maybe you can startle this guy, clip him, and take him. But under, like, he's like crazy dudes, he's fought like 300-pound dudes, people throwing kicks, punches, everything in his face, and he'll move, he'll get hit, and his face doesn't change, just like we saw.
Never.
Throw him and land him on his head. He's still thinking, I'm going to get you. Like, when he landed on his head, he went straight into an armbar on that guy, because he was thinking, right, now that I've landed on my head, I'm going to hold your wrist and eventually get it into a position where I can pull your arm off. Yep. Other people will be like, oh, fuck, here comes my head into my own dick. You know what I mean? Like, just at least for a second you would think that, like, I'm going to fuck my face. You know what I mean? And then
he's just strategizing on the way down.
Yeah. That's why he's the champion of the world.
So it is being calm, I guess. That's a big part of it. Is
big part of it, man.
Cool and collected.
My MMA fight was, that's why I should have lost. I was the most nervous I've ever been.
Really? I'm sure everybody is the first fight.
Did it show?
What's that?
It showed too.
I could just tell because of all the training I'd done, the game plan that I had, and the game plan that went down.
But how'd you get out of it? You never explained that because you won the fight.
Well,
now he has you on the ground, something you really weren't experienced at.
Well, I had experience in it, but I was definitely my hands are my best thing for sure. And yeah, he was on my back, and I was like, wow, this couldn't be any worse. There couldn't be any. This guy's really good at jiu-jitsu. I'm not that good at it, and he's in the perfect position to finish me. So I was holding onto his hand. Thank God the MMA dudes have a glove. So I was holding onto that glove, and he was punching me with this one free hand, and I was like, I'm not fucking letting go of that hand. He went for the triangle. I got out of that. Then he went for the arm bar, and I slipped out of that. And then I got on top of him and started elbowing him and stuff. And then eventually, in the second round, then I had more of a game plan. I'd calm myself down. So when he went to kick me, I punched him in the face, put him on the ground, and started to just slowly elbow him in the face and knee him in the stomach. And I could see it in his eyes. I got him in a submission because he didn't want what was coming. Because he was like, I'm gassing out. I've already tried 3 submissions. This cocksucker got out of it. And now he's elbowing me in the face, and he's starting to look like he's starting to enjoy it. And I saw it. It's the weirdest thing when you're... Because you see his eyes. You know what I mean? Like, at one point, his legs were over his head. That's the first, like, how I got side control. Both his legs were over his head. So between his cock and balls, I could see his eyes. You know what I mean? And I moved his legs out of the way, and me and him caught eyes with each other for a second. I was like, Now I'm hitting a bird with a rock. You know what I mean? Because he was already...
The worst part of that is you could see his eyes, but he's looking at your eyes between his cock and balls.
Yeah.
So he's seeing you from a much worse point.
I'm not a killer. You know what I mean? That was the other... I felt bad, but... Whatever, I
finish him.
Yes, I did finish him. And if he didn't attack, I would have fucking kept ripping his head off.
Yeah, we're talking to Jason Ellis. So he talks MMA on the show, but I
barely touch that, really.
Yeah,
I don't like touching that because I think like Pharrell and all those guys do a way better job of that kind of shit. It's more, I'm just trying to do what you guys do when it comes to, I want to be funny, I want to be entertaining. Sometimes I talk about stuff that involves my life and experiences of being a fucking drug addict and a loser.
Yeah, that's the best shit.
What was your poison?
Oh, everything. You know,
Literally everything?
Yeah, I would drink and then I would do every drug I could get my hands on. I did heroin with hookers and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
For real?
All right, hardcore.
Yeah, I did heroin. I bought 2 hookers once and...
That should have gotten the clip right there.
Yes, it was a Red Dragon right there. Red Dragon! Yeah, I did heroin with a couple of hookers one time and because I was chasing the dragon for a while. It was my ex-wife. She was so annoying I decided to do heroin, which was actually... I don't regret it at all. It was actually a good move because then I couldn't hear what she was saying. So then I went and got some prostitutes, and they had heroin, and they were, you know, because they were proper prostitutes. They didn't chase the dragon like some sort of pussy rollerblader. They were like, look, we fucking, you know, we inject. And I wasn't going to try to let them down, so I was like, well, you know, stick it in me. Let's get this fucking thing going.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, there was no tomorrow.
You weren't worried about dirty needles or any of that shit?
Nah.
When you're in that place, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was really drunk. You know what I mean? I didn't say, dirty needles. I was like, you're saying if you put this in my arm, I can get extra high, higher than I am now? And I can fuck both of you? Sounds like heaven on earth.
Did you puke?
Yeah, I fucking puked, and the fucking one bitch stole my fucking money out of my wallet. They put me in a park. I'm in a fucking park throwing up. And then I'm like, where are they? They said they were going to come back. And then, like, after the drugs started to wear off, I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, they robbed me and left me in the park.
Throwing up.
And it really wasn't that good anyway.
Where was it?
St Kilda in Melbourne, Australia.
Wow.
Wait, what wasn't good? The heroin?
Yeah, my experience with doing injecting heroin was not like, you know, when somebody, the ecstasy of the heroin, I was like, and I threw up. And I fucked one. I mean, these chicks were fucking sea turtles. These are fucking pigs of doom. Like their pussy stunk and they had hairy asses. That was just the nastiest thing I've ever fucking been involved in. And they robbed me. They didn't even like me. I'm way more attractive than both of them combined.
You were giving them the time of day.
And I had like $800 in my wallet too, which was pretty much everything I'd ever had at the time.
Yeah.
Hey, you're being from Australia. What was the girl, La Chapelle, the girl who got busted going to Indonesia with the fucking boogie board full of pot? You know?
I don't know much about that because I live here.
Yeah,
but I heard a bit about that.
I was wondering if she was still in jail.
Yeah, that was from that show, right?
Yeah. Fucking Ganja Queen.
Chicks behind fucking bars or some shit.
No, Ganja Queen.
No, yeah, Ganja Queen.
What got you to decide to, get sober or whatever? Was there a moment?
My dad died, and then...
Your dad was a motocrosser, right?
Yeah, he raced motocross, and he actually won the 50 and over Australasian motocross title. I got his racing number tattooed on the back of my head.
Awesome.
When my dad died, I took it as like a tribute to him to keep drinking.
But drinking was probably working out for you.
Yeah,
I'd already been told from time to time that last night you were smoking crack out of a light bulb, and you told Tony Hawk's fiance that she was a miserable cow or something. And I was like, I did not ever say that.
Shit. Jimmy,
it was all bad.
Because we asked Jimmy from time to time, because Jimmy's been clean since 18.
17, 18.
Yes. And we asked Jimmy.
I got a slave sponsored it.
What I love about Jimmy, you go, Jimmy, how did you know at 18 you had a drinking problem? And he just simply goes, you trust me, you know.
Yeah.
You know, there's just...
Yeah, because our argument has always been like, all right, you're 18 and you fucking drink. You're not a responsible drinker at 18. Everyone is a fucked
ridiculous
up,
at 18
alcoholic,
with their
drunk
partying.
asshole when you drink at 18. Like, how do you know at 18 that you're fucked up more than this guy who's also in the woods fucking, drinking and throwing aerosol cans into a fire?
Yeah, thank you, Jason.
It does seem weird.
But when
I'm
hear
sure
his
you made the right
stories-
choice. Obviously, I think somebody who really, you went AA and everything.
I went to I didn't do it myself. I went to a program. I'll say that. I went to a program.
Well, if you went to a program, guys,
But Jimmy convinced Jason Ellis, because he's shocked too that you stopped at 18.
Well, it depends. You start young, it gets bad fast. I think it's genetic.
That is genetic. They've told me that too. My father and mother were
I was
alcoholics.
predisposed. I had the ism, the fucking personality.
You look like an alcoholic.
I certainly was. Sexual addiction was first, but it was always.
You look like a
that.
sexual deviant as well.
I'm fucking 2 for 2, and I could be a food addict too, but I don't need enough.
out of a pussy.
I would be. Well, that'd be kind of nice. It's bad if you squeeze 2 balls and you're convincing yourself you're getting drunker.
Let's get off the China thing and move along.
Please. You just realize that what you're doing is not par for the course with other people, and it would affected me. I was going to want to commit suicide, and I knew it.
So you're going to commit suicide?
No, I did about 4 times. Came back. It's a miracle, really. They moved a big rock
that's
out
a
of the
really
way.
good reason to quit, though. I mean, if you're killing yourself,
Well, he's also calling the FBI.
It's not as much fun as when you're just hanging out with your friends
yeah,
having a good time.
usually if you get drunk and you want to watch a football game and get a prostitute, but when you're sitting in a room by yourself trying to finish it all, that's not fun. That's not drinking.
Maybe then you lay off the booze.
Yeah, doing 1-arm push-ups to get your vein out, and then you slice it with the new razor. It's New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
You
wow.
gotta get micro stitches in your wrist. You're like, tee-hee.
I thought I was complex.
Silly
You're fucking
goose.
gone.
Yeah.
Wow, that is bad, Jimmy.
Whatever it is.
I'm glad you're still around, you
Me
little fucker.
too.
Isn't it funny how you're like a funny comedian guy that tells jokes and amuses people and gets them through the day, and you almost wanted to end your life?
Well, it's like I always say, it's like my comedy tragedy tattoo. Yeah, I just, I was always funny, but I wasn't funny when I drank. That was one thing I hated about it.
Notice most comics, though, are fucked up like that.
Yeah.
They're either in recovery or need recovery or something. I think it's just part of wanting to do the whole thing, getting out, wanting the attention.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's just like there's almost this one mold thing going on with people that want to be in the entertainment business.
Well, like I said in my book, The Tears of a Clown.
I would totally buy that if I read it.
The Tears of a Clown.
Yeah, the melodramatic comedian who thinks he's deeper than everyone. Man, it hurts, so I laugh.
My second book, Crying Behind the Smile.
Yes.
That's right. Those awful fucking things. Shut up, lighten up.
Tears come and erectile dysfunctions.
Bootstraps.
We got a lot of Jason Ellis fans writing in. You got to explain the wing.
They can write
the wing thing to Jim Norton.
The reverse chicken wing ball. Why do I have to keep explaining it to Jim? You're the sex guy. You're the guy that's tied up. I do hear a commercial about you rubbing your nipples on the back of your chick's head. That's pretty sweet.
Did I?
Really?
Yeah, they say it. They play it all fucking day.
Never
Get a
know
new
what we
joke
say.
already.
I know, right?
I probably told it one time, and they just replay. They find a gem and they run with it. What can they do?
They're really polishing that one up. Yeah, the reverse chicken wing ball. Oh, you're playing my fight right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I look like I'm fucking cool right there, don't I?
Oh,
I'm fucking shitting myself right there. I pump fake that motherfucker hard. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm so happy
Your
to
arm
be
is
here.
swinging back and forth. You're like, I'm
I was
ready.
like, I'm gonna
Are you
kill
in the
this dude.
octagon?
Huh?
You in the octagon there?
That's me, mate.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that
it.
is the octagon.
It's on
Yeah, I'm in the
YouTube.
octagon.
That
mate.
was UFC.
Jason
No,
Ellis.
I'm in a cage.
Okay.
It's
he's
not
in
an octagon.
He's
It
in
has
a
less corners.
backstop to a fucking
Holy shit.
softball field. What do you think
fucking-
he is?
No,
It's
no.
a cage.
Meaning, I didn't know if that was actually like a Dana White.
No. I know
Still-
Dana. He's not going to let me fight in the UFC, and I'm completely cool with that.
Why won't he?
Did you whisper?
Because I'll die.
Did you whisper, don't hurt me?
Yeah.
Don't hurt me.
I thought about it. What was I
That's the
saying? Oh, the
worst thing
reverse
to
chicken
do.
wing ball is the. I actually invented it at a bar down here in Manitoba's a year ago. I'm going to go there tonight, actually, and try to hang out with some of my friends from New York. But I put a chicken wing, a deep-fried chicken wing. The girl puts you're on your knees, and the girl's obviously on her knees in front of you, and she holds the chicken wing in the taint region while she gives you fellatio. and then you shoot a load while you're holding the chicken wing in your taint region. The prickles of the deep fried thing, it stimulates the taint region, and because it's hot, because you got to make sure it's hot, it's like warm meat in your taint region. I'm going off that whole gay thing again, but it's stimulating. You shoot a load. Everyone knows no matter what, if you shoot a load, everyone kicks a goal, everybody's happy, but it's also funny, and when the girl pulls the wing away from your taint region, she's holding a chicken wing, she's got cum on her face, everybody's laughing, it's a fucking joyous occasion. I'm not suggesting that everyone does it every night and it's going to enjoy your sex life and your wife's not going to fucking leave you ever again, but it is a funny moment, and I suggest, look, right here, look, he's on my, look, how long was it in?
You don't...
Oh, you look like you're in trouble.
I'm like, you look like you're in trouble.
I was like, this was not the deal!
It's like I'm on the fucking ground and this guy's tying me up.
My trainer's like, roll, and I'm like, where to, motherfucker? He's got me.
Damn, yeah, he's kind of got you there, but he couldn't close the deal.
How long have you been doing martial arts?
2 years.
Okay.
That's it?
Yeah. Oh, my skateboard background, all that stuff, it all came pretty...
How long was fighting?
Skateboard background doesn't help in the octagon.
MMA fight, like boxing or whatever.
I started MMA. I just started to...
this was his first fight, so he was just kind of...
I did some kickboxing with a friend of mine that I met at Carrie Hart's wedding, and then I was actually offered to fight another radio guy, and then he backed out, and I met Dan Henderson at Team Quest, fell in love with it, became friends with Ryan Parsons, who was his trainer, and just started training all the time, and that's actually Ryan Parsons is in my corner. See, look at that, armbar. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to end it. But I did tell myself right there, if it breaks, I'm going to hide it from the ref. Because I was like... Because we agreed to stand and bang. In the interview, I was like, we're going to stand and bang. And I was like, all right, let's give the guys a show. We're not the top level guys. Let's punch each other in the face so the kids get what they want.
How'd you get out of the armbar? That's fucking amazing.
Yeah. I was holding his arm to stop the arm from coming out.
Right,
well, it actually slips off.
He couldn't lock you in.
But I tried to get it out. He still got it.
Now, Rampage would pick him up right there, right?
Yeah, I tried to Rampage. Look, and now it's out. Now he tries to get a triangle choke. Now it just looks like I'm trying to fuck him. Look, I'm thinking Rampage, and then he grabs the back of my leg. I was actually, I was going to do it. It probably wasn't going to work out that way.
Oh, you got out of it, though, dude. Jesus.
And now
there's some punching going on. Now you're punching him in the face.
With him. Now I see.
Now you got his face as a target.
This is when I get to see a look of him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There, I can see his eyes through his legs right there. And I was like, he is fucking shitting himself.
Yeah. He's like, I'm really getting hit hard here.
Yeah.
But you got a fucking pretty hard punch, dude.
Yeah, I punch really heavy. And actually, because I train with some boxer guys, and they train my good friend Mayhem Miller, who's a professional MMA fighter. He's like top guys in the world. He's actually fighting for the Dream title in a couple of weeks. You know the dude from Bully Beatdown? You guys are so... MTV, man. MTV sucks and it's gay and it has the hills, but there's 3 shows now that are trying to... Because that's the thing I do on my radio show.
Hold on, we were just talking about MTV yesterday, and we feel like it passed us by.
No, there's still hope. There's still hope now, because it's the all the bullshit reality. I'm gay, I want to fucking suck a cock, I'm having cafe, I don't really have a job, but I'm on a cell phone and I drive a Porsche. All those people, they fucking suck. But now there's Fantasy Factory's a pro skateboarder, Rob Dyrdek, and then there's Bully Beatdown, and it's Mayhem. He's a proper MMA fighter, and he gets people that are assholes that bully people. He offers them 10 grand, and then a pro MMA fighter beats the shit out of him.
No shit.
Yeah,
that sounds like
it's a great show. Everyone gets to win. You know what I mean? Cocksuckers get hit. Everybody wins. And then Nitro Circus is on after that, and that's Travis Pastrana, the Moto dudes, and they fucking annihilate each other. And they just and I'm like, because I know the kids need this shit. It's bad music. It's gay, you know what I mean? Not, when I say gay, I'm cool with gay people. Don't get it twisted. It's just we need both. You need Britney Spears and you need Metallica. Right. Like that's the way. Kids need a choice. When you watch MTV, it's like The Hills, or it's the fucking the Hills in New York. It's stupid.
Is that ring actually right size ring? It looks small, man.
It's a small cage.
It is a small cage. It looks
way
fucking
small. Nowhere to run.
Why was it so small?
Because they want action, I guess.
So they close.
You know what I'm noticing too? When you're punching standing up, that's the big difference from punching down on somebody on the floor. Now in boxing, obviously, if someone's down, you can't punch down at them.
No,
you're laying like half your body weight into the punch when
you know it's weird.
You got like gravity working with you.
When you're punching from the ground, unless you're like Randy Couture and all that kind of stuff, like some of these punches were hurting him a little bit, but really I was just trying to distract him. Trying to distract him so he'd move his hand so I could elbow him in the face. But standing punches, because you actually throw punches with your feet. Like that's a correct, like a pro boxer. If a pro boxer was in MMA and he didn't go to the ground, a jab from a heavyweight pro boxer, the fight would be completely over because the opponent's face would be crushed. Because a pro boxer throws punches like no one else.
He was like Tyson. When Tyson, I hit the bag just to keep my heart moving. And I'm like, how do you throw from your feet? Like, they say your legs should be sore if you're really throwing punches.
Yeah. And you don't gas out as quick. If you throw them with your arms, you gas out because you're using all your torso to try to get your arms to work.
Yeah. So a pro boxer would have a shot against these guys if he could land the first punch hard.
But the only difference is the pro boxer is famous. Everybody knows he's a pro boxer, so the guy's obviously not going to stand with a pro boxer. He's going to pretend and then get down and double leg the guy and get him on his back, and then obviously a boxer is useless sometimes.
It's like, what do I do?
But if you, an MMA guy who was good with boxing hands, like this
Liddell.
Anderson Silva. Liddell is terrible with his hands compared to
But
a
he
boxer.
punches hard, I'm saying.
No disrespect to Chucky, obviously. I love the guy, but a pro boxer is
We always thought
another
he had
level.
a sick punch.
He punches really hard.
I've seen
Compared to
Chuck a
boxers,
couple
not
of
even
times,
close.
and this is something I never understood. I've seen Chuck over a guy.
Yeah.
Where he has him on the ground. He's punching him in the fucking face,
Yeah.
and he'll stop and back off and let the guy stand back
Yeah,
up.
that was actually what my trainer told me to do, but
Why?
I didn't do it. Because if you're really good with your hands and you're against anybody that has any kind of jiu-jitsu skills, it's just not worth it. Because
It's almost
in
like
a
you can
split
close the
second,
deal. Oh, and it's like
it can be, you're fucked.
Oh, okay.
Chuck Liddell knows that if he stands up, not only it's extra points, when you stand up and kick a guy and be like, get the fuck back up, that's extra points. The ref, like, you're controlling the fight. You get points for that. And you're intimidating the guy.
Yeah,
There you
no
go.
shit.
Greatest moment of my life, right there.
Wow,
Everybody in
look at that.
skateboarding
You just won.
just so happened to be there.
Speaking of skateboarding, you in 2001.
I just see you go, motherfucker!
I actually threw up the Red
no
Dragon
sound.
sign right there as well.
There was no sound, and
But
you
you can see
completely saw
motherfucker.
motherfucker.
Like, holy shit, I did it.
You got to say motherfucker when you're in a fight.
That's got to be a great moment.
It was.
2001, you set the Guinness World Record for the biggest drop onto a 70-foot skateboard ramp. What was that about?
I just jumped off this scaffolding into a quarter pipe.
How far down?
I think it was like 37 feet off the ground, but it wasn't. That's how I jumped from where I took off to where I landed was like 14 feet or something. Wow. They actually judged the record from the top of the ramp to where I fell, but where I landed was like another 4 foot past it.
Jesus.
But I just did it for the Guinness Book of Records. It's the cheesiest shit-cock show ever.
But
the
still.
guy had a pencil and was tapping my wheels and putting his hands on it to see if there was any strings involved in the skateboard before I did the stunt.
Get out of here.
Old people just don't know anything. I'm like, fuck, your show sucks cock.
How do you keep the skateboard from flying away from your feet?
You hold on to it.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, Jim.
I don't skateboard.
Yeah, but you've got eyeballs, man.
No, but I don't watch it either. But I always see them going up.
Yeah,
I
wouldn't watch it either. It's like saying, how does the fucking baseball player keep the fucking bat in his hand?
Yeah, but the baseball player isn't. I never saw them hold it, so I know you're going up in the air and coming back down.
You never seen him go like this and like.
Oh yeah, I guess
No,
so.
there is. No, you do a trick called an ollie, and that's when you ollie and you don't use your hands. So there's a technique there. But like if you're doing if you drop like 20 feet into a quarter pipe, you're using your hands.
But then when do you let go? Right before you hit?
Yeah, no, you're in a ball, and then you open up. You use the wind trajectory as well. Like as I'm letting go, the wind is forcing my board. Like my legs are really bent. As the board's coming off, I'm straightening my legs more so the board stays on my feet. You know what I mean?
A wing
You with me?
I comprehend it, but I couldn't do it.
did not know that I was going to be talking about that today.
When I first saw somebody jump over something on a skateboard, was like, how the fuck
did
you
they
get
do
that
that,
off
right?
the thing? And then you realize, the leverage of the back wheel.
It's the
and
same as
kinda-
a baseball.
You're
Yeah,
you're hitting it up.
What I like about the skateboarders, they started getting bored, so you guys came up with the mega ramp.
Yeah, that was when I was actually on my way out of skateboarding, and then when the mega ramp was built, I was so back into skateboarding.
We saw it in the X Games. That's only like 2 or 3 years old, right?
Yeah.
Those massive.
It's been around for about 4 or 5 years.
4 or
Yeah,
5
it's
years?
70. It's the roll-in's about a 80-foot roll-in, and then over a 70-foot gap into I think it's 30-foot, something about 30-foot quarter pipe or something like that. So you end up doing, you shoot about 70 feet long, and then that's actually not that hard. The quarter pipe is the which way you can die,
right?
Because the G forces and how fast you're going towards the quarter pipe. A lot of people, I don't know if you saw the X Games, Jake Brown, a good friend of mine, he sort of G'd out on the way up the ramp, and it's just, you can't do anything about it, but when you soak up the energy of the quarter pipe, you spring back. So when he sprang back, he shot out 50 feet into the air, but instead of coming back into the transition, he just landed on the flat. So he dropped 50 feet to the flat.
Oh, he's the dude that was on Larry King.
Yeah, dude that slammed to the point where when he landed, I was the first person there when he landed, and his eyes were open and his nose was on the flat, and he wasn't breathing.
Wow.
Because he knocked
Jesus.
everything out of him, so he was just, I was like, he's dead.
That's
He's
what-
for sure
Did
dead.
he break anything?
He lacerated his kidneys and his lungs, and I was like, that's just because he's Australian. He drinks and smokes all the time. But they're probably already lacerated. But here we go. See, look, squirrels a little bit, then he tucks in, and then boom, he's out. He's gone.
And then he's gone.
He knows he's gone.
God
boom.
damn,
Now
man.
One of our favorite things to do is play the Larry King interview. You think we're a little out of touch with some of this stuff? Larry King asking him, how important is the board?
How important is the board? Yeah, see, that's me standing right there.
That's
looking
you.
at
I didn't know that. Okay, we've seen this clip a million times.
Yeah, poor Jakey. But he bounced back, and now he's a living legend. He's a household name.
That's what I was going to say. If you could live through this, no
one else could. That's the difference. He's a little nugget of a guy.
Anybody else would be dead, you think?
I swear to God, no one. It changed a lot of us. A lot of us are like, because we all knew that it was coming. One of us was going to do that because we've all come close. One time I went the other way over the deck and I hit my hip on the coping and got a hematoma, and I hit my hip so hard that I couldn't move my legs. Everyone thought I broke my back, and Jakey was the first person there, and he was crying. He was saying, he's like, "You be right, mate." I'm like, "You fucking crying right now, dude?" No, mate, you're all right. I'm like, "Dude, do not fucking cry standing over me right now. That is a bad look. I cannot." Look, you be all right, mate. You look all right.
So wait, the force took him back out into the middle of nowhere.
The force, when he hit the quarter pipe, made him collapse towards the quarter pipe. So then when he shot off the top of the ramp,
energy comes back.
Let me see it again. See that part?
It springs you back.
I love what your legs do when you're falling.
What's crazy is when he's in the air wiggling, like, because we know, skateboarders know, I guarantee you, he knew that he was about to drop 50 feet to the flat. I'll tell you when. Watch. Now. That whole time right there, he knew that whole time that he's probably going to die. And he actually told me that he decided to turn because he was like, if he landed front first, he knew that he would break his arms and legs. So he actually committed to turning and backing the landing and landing on his head.
Jesus Christ!
But he landed. That was like a 5-story building. 50 feet to 5-story building.
He fell, off a building.
50 feet.
And you're just hoping,
onto his ass and back.
Hoping for ground, even though
isn't it weird how your legs kick?
Oh, your legs are going. Hey, something's got to be
done. He was steering himself right there.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, he was steering himself to put himself in that position. If he had tried to land dead straight on his feet right there, he would have had compound fractures flying out of both of his legs.
Turn yourself in a
seat. It's exactly that. On the Mega Ramp, you get practice of it because when you jump the big gap, oftentimes if things go bad, especially in the contest, you don't want to fall off. I will fucking move my hand and wiggle to try to get around to put myself in a better position because you have that much time that hand gestures will actually do something.
They'll
get you something.
Enough. Holy shit.
Are you done with the Mega Ramp?
I'm probably going to go on it this year. Once again, I'd actually prefer to talk about China again because my wife is listening. But she doesn't want me to go in it again. But
I'd imagine
I would go in it again just because of. I want to bring people to the radio show. It is fun for me, but I'm not trying to beat this guy. Like this guy to me is the best dude on there.
Look at all the energy he absorbs going up
soaked
there.
In.
That's fucked up. And he's just falling.
Boom.
Oh, both his shoes go flying off.
What's up with the shoes flying?
Shoes can't stay on your feet. You get hit by cars.
I never understand that.
So you bowled up, Jim?
Okay,
yep.
wow.
And
why didn't he hold on to the board?
Now he's trying to just get his body
Excellent
in a position.
Question. He almost sucked his own dick right there, too.
Yeah, he certainly did.
But he came in that he came out of it really good.
I would have
He probably landed as best as he could.
He did.
Know?
No, I'm just like I said. I don't think anybody else in skateboarding would have survived that, or at least worst case scenario survived, but definitely been in a wheelchair.
I didn't know he
was
fucked up. That's unbelievable.
It's a dangerous sport.
Damn,
Let's say hi to Danny Boy. A lot of Jason Ellis fans checking him out here on our show today. Danny Boy, what's up?
What's going on, boys? Hey, a little bit of a kiss-ass call. Oh, great call, man. I find myself stuck on 202 all the time, and really bench it off after Ron and Fez, and you got me Jason Ellis. And Ellis, mate, I love the show, dude. Keep up the good work, and Red fucking Dragon.
Thanks, brother. I plan on doing that.
What do you like about his show, Danny?
It's just refreshing, man. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. He'll talk about, he had a porn star on the other day, and she was great, Joanna Angel, and he's talking about banging her. I can't imagine if his wife was listening, she's probably creeping out, but it's very refreshing. He's really real. And, I don't know, it's just a different style, I love you guys, too, but it's just a new ear. It's very fresh.
I heard Jason, I go, wow, right on, because you're doing it different. I mean, there's so many shows, like, sort of doing, a version of our show or Howard's show. It's like, do your own fucking thing. And Jason's doing his own fucking thing. It's so different than anything that I've heard recently, and that's why I enjoy it. I
gotta say thanks to you guys, man, because I mean, really, this is the biggest radio show. This is the biggest opportunity I've ever had in radio, and
Yeah, we got you
and
on
you're
the
the only
channel.
people that have ever given me a chance at it. I mean, I don't.
Got to make it work, though.
You know,
once
we're
you
just-
get on, so that's what
I just think it's crazy that you would.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause a lot of people just be like, you know what? If he's on his way, let him find his own fucking way.
We were just talking about this the other day, that in radio it's so weird. You don't want to help anybody out.
Everyone hates each other.
Yeah,
It's
no one
fucking
wants to really
ridiculous.
help anyone out.
When really, you guys are all in the same line of work. You probably get along more than you would imagine. It's the
Right.
same as
Yeah, I
skateboarders.
know, right?
Like, some skateboarders hate each other. I'm like, let me get this straight. Since we were like 8 years old, we've been riding skateboards and wanted to ride skateboards our whole lives, and now I fucking hate you.
Yeah, you got something in common.
Wait a minute. What do you do when you get up in the morning? What do you think about when you get up in the morning? Hey, me too, fuck knuckle. Why don't we fucking share a sandwich and
why
fucking, stop the bullshit.
Yeah, you're kind of right, man.
But I do it too. There's a couple of people in radio I don't like already as well.
Assholes are assholes.
That's
So it
right.
doesn't- doesn't matter what
who
they
don't you
do.
like?
I'm not burying myself yet. I'm not big enough.
No?
Yeah.
Do
Keep
we-
your enemies even closer.
Do we know these people?
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sure, we would.
He'll tell us after the break.
I will.
Uh,
But their time will come.
and I like his campaign, because we're wrapping up here, but he gets like regular girls to call and admit that they're taking loads on the face now.
Well, it's not that
that's just amazing.
No,
That's an
the
amazing
loads to the
concept.
face thing is actually to help people. That's
Right.
I have a segment called "Do to My Slut," so girls call in about being sluts, and because I think girls call other girls sluts for the wrong reasons. But
Yeah.
some girls, the load to the face thing is just to make. If you shoot a load on your girl's face, Jim, you probably would agree with me. If you shoot a load on if you were getting a blowjob, and your girlfriend says, "Shoot it on my face,"
I'm obligated to lick it off.
Oh.
what?
I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding.
Why are you gonna ruin my story? You shoot her in the face, and then you go to work. You're a little bit happier than you usually are, right?
'Cause you
That's
won.
all I'm trying to do. I feel like when I'm in traffic, I see assholes on the road cutting me off and doing shit, flipping me off. When I'm like, really, dude? If we stopped, would you still continue to hold that finger up?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's because this guy hasn't got shut a load on the face. I get my wife's like, shoot it on my face. And I get in the car and someone's like, I'm like, hey man, fucking enjoy your cocksucking life. I had shut a load on my chick's face.
Put it
Just
in my
bringing
face,
happiness to
yeah.
everybody, you know.
I sang a song about it, actually. Taint Stick sang a song about it.
Yeah, Taint Stick is the name of, because we are wrapping up, but Taint Stick is a band. You actually, the band got signed.
Yeah.
But you're trying
Suburban
to
Noise.
But you're trying to tell me it's sort of like a goof, but people are like taking it very seriously now.
Yeah, well, it's still really good music if you're into that kind of music, and we don't really sound the same on any song. We try to mix it up as much as we can, but it's the whole, Blink, not to point them out, but just everyone's so fucking gay. It's just like, my girl left me, come on, let's all party and hold hands, I drank a beer and then she left me. Fuck off, you know what I mean? I just want everyone to man the fuck up, stop being such a pussy, and that's what our band is about. It's about having fun and just reminding you all that you all suck and you're all gay.
What we could do is end the interview with a Taint Stick song. Apple Juice?
Yeah, Apple Juice is the trademark one that no one believes I'm the singer of.
Yeah, Apple Juice. We could do that. Hey, Danny, when is Jason's show on?
Actually, can we do Fuck Your Face? Because I'd rather recommend that
You
to
want
everybody.
that?
Yeah,
Fuck
it's
Your
more
Face?
aggressive. Yeah, Fuck Your Face. I want that played at my funeral.
All right, we'll do Fuck Your Face by Taint Stick. Jason Ellis's
Better
band.
put that in a will, because I don't think people just
No,
go,
I told my friend.
I think Fuck Your Face would be perfect for this moment.
I told my friends, and I know my friends will tell what's left of my family in Australia, and I know when they hear it that they'll believe that I really did request
That you really wanted
Oh,
that.
hey, we hate the same guy. Right on, man.
Yeah.
It's coming in. Right on.
It's coming in.
Right on, bro.
Yeah, fuck that
Because,
guy.
see, I'll tell you the God's honest truth. We've had our problems with Howard over the years, but I respect the guy as a radio guy.
The only reason I ever wanted to be in radio is because I heard how it's done.
And we have said just that many times, but then the listeners get involved and like blah blah blah. But no, we've always respected the guy. He did some stuff, back in the day. We had definitely had problems with.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But as a radio guy, yes, I respect the guy.
Yeah.
And the one that is being pointed out, I don't respect that guy. I think he's a hack.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the radio
And
game.
I don't even want to say.
I just don't trust him. So
I don't
that's
even
all.
want to say more because I don't want to give the name away right now. But I bet you don't like him for the same reasons I do.
Ron Bennington's a good
it.
guy. I'm not going to sit here and have
He
you
really is.
badmouth him in that way.
I've always had it in for that Ron guy.
Oh,
from day one.
I don't know if I can play your song because it's not queuing up unless the
Very professional.
The disc
Fucking
is
queue
in
up.
the wrong way. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's in the wrong way.
You had it upside down?
Yeah.
How long you been in
All right,
radio?
there you go.
Way too fucking long, bro.
You need vinyl, motherfucker.
Way too fucking long. When can people hear Jason's show on The Virus this weekend?
You could listen to Not Necessarily the Best of Jason Ellis Saturdays from 7 to 9 on right here on
That's
The
a good
Virus.
slot.
Yeah.
We could have buried you, bro. We could put you on like
Hey,
you know,
like I
1, 2
said,
in the
man, I
morning.
really, really appreciate the chance. I'll take it. You can put me on at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. I don't fucking care. Just give me a chance for the people to love me or hate me.
I like you, man. And Faction, you're on every afternoon, 3 to 7.
That's
the
right.
live show. You're doing it from New York today, right?
I am.
All right, cool. Jason L, it's a pleasure. When you come to New York, you come and do our show.
Yes,
We'll
please.
We'll do some crazy shit next time.
Let's do that. Let's beat some people up or get some chicks to hit each other.
Yeah?
Yeah. Last time I was here, I got everyone in the studio, all the women, to punch me in the face.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome. I just gave everybody a glove and let them wail. One chick was drunk and like kind of hammered and really laid me out. Like I didn't go out, but I was like, wow, if I wasn't watching that happening, I probably would be on the ground right now.
We have a chick on staff, Travis.
Yeah.
Could you come in and punch?
Travis. Yeah, there she is with the beard.
Oh, Travis. Yeah. I don't really think that Travis
you know what?
is a good name for someone to punch me.
This was a good place to start. Next time you come in, we do crazy shit.
Let's move it up.
We'll figure something out.
Red Dragons.
Something stupid, yeah.
How about we get a bunch of girls to throw themselves against the window. Hopefully their pussies stick like an alien.
That's a way better idea than what I had.
I think it likes you.
All right, we're out of here. Jason Ellis, it was a pleasure. Your band's Taint Stick. We're going to play Fuck Your Face.
It's timeless.
And we'll see you next time.
Thanks,
man.
guys.
All right.
All you motherfuckers in the fucking place, it's time to fuck you fuckers up. You think you're tough, you think you're so fucking cool. I fuck your mother, shit the fucking slide. I fuck your face, I fuck in your face, I fuck your face. Fuck your face, I fuck your face. I fuck in your face, I fuck your face. And I'm gonna fuck your face. Want a war, I'll go to fucking war. I'm the fucking future, fucking past. And anytime I'm gonna fuck your mind with a fucking stitch of my fucking ass. I fuck your face, I fuck in your face, I fuck your face. Fuck your face, I fuck your face. I fuck in your face, I fuck your face. I'm gonna fuck your face. Fucking bitches think you're so fucking hot. You fucking bitches think I'm gonna fuck. I wouldn't let you bitches touch my cock. You think we'll fucking blow your shit out of luck. I fuck your face. I fuck in your face. I fuck your face. Fuck your face. I fuck your face. I fuck in your face. I fuck your face. I'm gonna fuck your face. All you bands with your bitch ass fans, the fucking suck you bunch of fucking tools. Fuck this, fuck that, fuck 'em all.